Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Toby. Welcome to the podcast. If you're a new listener, welcome. I'm going to give a big shout out to my day ones for the past 6 years, my subscribers, my listeners. I appreciate people who talk about this podcast, who share this podcast, who support this podcast, who write reviews for this podcast. Really appreciate all your support. I've been doing this for 6 years. I've been giving it away for free. So many people ask me why I don't film it, why I don't monetize on YouTube, why don't I charge people for it on Patreon? And their answer is because I don't want to. I love these conversations in my kitchen. I love the honesty. I love that people want to come back for 2 or 3 episodes, the reoccurring guests that I have all the time. I love it. No lights, no cameras. I myself do not like going on podcasts that are being filmed and have lights. I've done it a couple times. I'll probably never do it again. I don't feel like myself in those situations. So I want all my guests to be as comfortable as possible. I do have sponsors. The sponsors keep my shit going. They keep it alive. But I will never interrupt a conversation with an ad in the middle of it. People do that all the time, and I will never interrupt the flow of a conversation. So don't worry about that. But I do have amazing sponsors who I align myself with, who the products that I use on a daily basis. I've turned down so much money for sponsors that want to be part of this podcast with companies I've never tried or didn't align with. I'm very picky about who I have on my sponsors and have on this podcast. That being said, check out the sponsors. Joe, cue up the music. Since 1987, Rockabilia has been around doing officially licensed merch. No bootlegs from all the artists that I freaking love, from pop to hip hop to rock to hardcore to punk. Over 500,000 items on this website, independently owned, operated in the USA. Custom limited collabs drop every month exclusively on this website from visual artists and tattoo artists. We have so many bands that I love and artists that I love, from Gaga to Blink, Katy Perry, Bad Brains, Beastie Boys, De La, Tribe Called Quest, 50 Cent, Billy, Deftones, Dead Kennedys, DMX, Dr. Dre, Eric B. and Rakim, Goo Goo Dolls, Hall & Oates, Wu-Tang, U2, Snoop, TSO, and Paramore. Those is to name a few of all my favorite bands that are on this website. I've owned t-shirts from all those artists throughout my life. Now I know to go here only. All officially licensed merchandise. Check out Rockabilia Instagram. Also go to rockabilia.com and use my code OLLC10 and get 10% off. That's rockabilia.com. Use my code OLLC10 and get 10% off your purchases. Thank you to Rockabilia for being our new sponsor. Welcome to OLLC fam. As we get older, we start paying attention to what we put in our bodies. I personally have been listening to my body since I was 18 when I went vegan. I've always been focused on my health. It's super important, mental and physical health. But it's really important for people who are just starting to get more healthy and trying to step up their life. Doing your homework, reading the labels, researching and verifying everything that's quality. It's part of the game these days. That's why I started drinking AG1s. I'm so proud to have them as a sponsor of my podcast. AG1 is a foundational nutrition supplement that delivers daily nutrients and gut support and is backed by multiple research studies so you can trust what you're putting into your body. We're all so busy these days, so just store a pack of AG1 in the morning into a cup of water and shake it up and drink it. I love the way it tastes. I do it every single morning. It's part of my routine. I bring the packets on tour. It's an incredible life changer for me. Many supplements only reference research from ingredients in their product, but I trust AG1 in my daily routine because it's constantly putting the formula to the test. It's backed by multiple research studies. In one of those research studies, AG1 was shown to have double the amount of healthy bacteria in the gut, which is super important because these help digestion in the immune system and the immune health. And these bacteria are known to help with digestion as well, gas and bloating, which I freaking need. And it also promotes regular bowel movements, what I can attest to. In another research study, 97% participants felt more energy after 30 days, and 91% of the participants noticed that they needed less coffee after 60 days. I quit coffee like 5 months ago. I know I'm good on that. But AG1 is packed with a variety of nutrient-dense ingredients and is the perfect complement to my healthy diet. I drink it because I know it's going to work, and it gives me a peace of mind covering all my nutrition bases for the day. In fact, I trust it so much, that's why I'm spreading the word about it. That's why it sponsors my podcast. Thanks to Angie Huberman for turning me on to AG1s, connecting me with them, and now they're part of my podcast. It's so easy and satisfying to start your day with AG1s. Try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of the vitamin D3K2 and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your purchase at drinkag1.com/OLLC. That's drinkag1.com/OLLC. It's never been a better time to focus on your health and wellness and get back on track, man. Take control of your daily health. Health is wealth. It's exciting Because me and him are both nerds, man, about Youth Brigade, dude.
Yeah, very nerdy.
Okay, so welcome to the One Life, One Chance podcast. I'm your host, Toby Morse. To the right of me, I got my brother from another mother, Mr. Derek Green. Thank you for being here, Derek.
Yeah, good to be back.
This is exciting. This is like our childhood soundtrack shit today.
It is, man. I'm a little bit nervous.
Don't be nervous. And then we got the Stern brothers, man. Shawn and Mark Stern. Thank you guys for being here, man. So much. Appreciate
thanks
it.
for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
This is awesome.
You got 2 of the 4 Stern brothers.
Yeah, it's good.
Four. They're 4. I always thought there was just
Me too.
3.
No, we got a younger brother who is, him and Adam had this band Royal Crown Review in between.
That's right.
Yeah.
And our younger brother Jamie was in the band.
That's right.
Wow.
This is before the Extremes?
No.
Okay. That's a high school band or something, right?
Before the Extremes?
Is that true?
Extremes, we were out of high school at that
Okay.
point. That was the first
Mess.
band that
Mess was before.
Mess was the high school
Mess.
band, yeah.
Wow.
The Extremes was when we went up to Hollywood and met all the punk rockers at the Canterbury, and that's when we started the Extremes.
Damn, dude.
Wow.
I mean, I don't know where to start, like with BYO, with Another
Are you
State
gonna
of
start
Mind.
way back? Cause
I don't
I'm
know, man.
curious,
Another
like,
State of Mind.
Like family life, like growing up.
I
And
know. Toronto,
How was
Canada,
that?
too.
Right, yeah.
I never even knew you guys were from Canada, to
I
be
told
honest.
them that. I was like, yeah, they're Canadian.
Because it's just California. Think of California. It's very, everything's
Yeah,
Cali.
but
to
it-
me.
But
Yeah,
there's a
that's
line
first.
and it says we're from Canada.
It says, actually, we're from Canada.
I know. You do say that. I didn't pay attention
You
to
think
it.
we were kidding?
There you go.
Just because the skate videos and all that shit is just so California to me. I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's
Well,
true.
That's where we grew up, really. Here.
Yeah.
We moved here. I was 10. He was 9. so,
Okay.
Okay. And what brought you guys to California?
our dad was he was a doctor and he got bored, so he started writing for TV up in Canada, and he started getting jobs in LA,
Okay.
and so this is where the business was. So
Yeah.
moved to LA.
So it was a big kind of culture shock moving here, probably.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You know where we
But
moved
we're
to?
from Canada.
We were in Toronto.
In Toronto, yeah.
So we were already taking the subway at like 8 and 9 years old.
Yeah.
It's just like a big city but small town.
Yeah.
And we're moving to Hollywood. We're like, oh, California, Hollywood. We ended up moving to Hidden Hills, which is a brand new
I know that spot, yeah.
community at the time.
I mean,
There
it
was
wasn't
nothing.
brand new, but there wasn't much out there, right?
There was nothing.
Yeah.
We're like, what? I think this first year we got here, there was a fire,
The first 6 months,
earthquake.
there was fire. We had
course.
to evacuate. Then there was mudslides from
Right.
after the fire, and then
Sounds
there was
familiar.
the earthquake.
Damn.
Huge.
Welcome
And
to Cali.
Yeah, we're walking. Our neighbors have their goats, and where
our
the
neighbor
hell
across
are
the
we?
street,
We're like
they
city
had,
boys.
They had
you know?
goats, horses, chickens, turkeys, peacocks, many dogs,
So
many cats.
everyone's walking down the
ducks.
street evacuating with all these animals, and we just got there from Toronto.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Jeez.
Damn, at least the weather was nice there, too. No more winters in Toronto.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then you guys just started. I mean, you guys are super young there, so you're not really getting into punk at 10 years old, right? You just
No,
kinda-
punk didn't exist.
Okay.
I mean,
it didn't exist. Yeah.
if it existed, we didn't know anything
And
about
there's
it.
only boys in your family.
Yeah.
Wow.
4 boys.
Damn,
my
dude.
God.
So we lived there for 3 years, and then my dad was driving to the studios. He was the writer for a little while, the head writer for Mod Squad, the TV show
Oh,
Mod
wow,
Squad.
nice.
Wow.
He wrote for some Ironside. He wrote for he did an All in the Family. And Norman Lear
Wow.
actually
classic.
had a meeting with him and asked him if he would be come and be a writer. And my dad said, I don't know comedy, I know medical. That's what
Right,
he
right.
Damn.
he tended to do stuff about medical because it's
Did
what
you
he
ever
knew.
work on that show Quincy?
No, I didn't do Quincy.
No,
He had a punk episode.
Yeah,
He did,
yeah,
that's right.
That was
nah, we wouldn't have let him done that.
later. No, but he wrote the screenplay for the Amityville Horror,
Oh, wow.
and
Holy
then
shit.
and then he did a bunch of offshoots TV movies. He did
Plus-
that one, and
Plus, he had a series called Ironside. Was the
Yeah,
detective in the wheelchair?
no,
He
that wasn't a series that he wrote some Ironsides,
wrote
but
some, and then he did a Longstreet, which was the blind detective.
yeah,
Wow.
and then Doc Elliott. There was this actor James Franciscus. So Longstreet, blind detective, then Doc Elliott, which was a doctor out in rural areas that would helicopter into places. Stuff like that. Yeah. So some of these things didn't last long. But then he did Amityville, and then he did Fast Break with Gabe Kaplan when Gabe Kaplan was getting a big buzz because of Welcome Back, Kotter.
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
dude.
And then what else did
That
he
was
do?
a good movie.
Yeah, it was
I
pretty
didn't
good.
appreciate
Basketball.
it then,
was
but
kinda
later
silly.
I
Yeah.
watched it.
It was a silly.
I gotta see
yeah.
that. Gabe
Um,
Kaplan.
And then I can't remember all. Oh, he did a John Lennon Yoko Ono thing in the 80s. That was a TV movie, right?
Yeah, I did.
Bunch of
That's
stuff.
intense because he's coming from a background of medical field. And he's
Yeah.
Yeah,
really-
so I
Yeah.
mean, he used that early on, but then he started expanding, and,
I love
and
that,
he was a
man.
writer early on, and then he saw what directors, producers would do to his stuff, and then he said, "Screw this, I need to direct," and then
Right.
that's
Wow.
what always happens. It's always about control. So it's kind of a good role model,
Right.
to see that he basically said, "I'm going to do this." I went to
Check
school, studied to be a doctor, became a doctor, and I thought, man, I'm not really into this. It sort of inspires you to say, well, if he can do it, we can do it. We can do what we want. That DIY ethic was there, even if it wasn't said out loud.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. So that sparked it, I see.
How were you
Yeah.
guys as kids before you found punk rock? Were you guys into sports? You guys like normal kids?
Yeah, I mean, we played hockey in Canada because
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
my dad or my aunt just sent us home videos, and I was always telling my girlfriend, yeah, when we were little kids, you ice over your yard. The playground, at school is iced over in the winter. Everybody skates. You learn to skate when you learn to walk. And there's pictures of us skating when we're like 3 years old in the yard.
Just,
And I'm all, see?
yeah, you just eat shit and you got to get. Everyone would just leave you. You got to get up, figure it out.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. There's my
Yeah.
dad and my older cousins skating around, and they're holding us, and we fall down, and they just laugh and keep skating, and you get up.
Did you learn to skate?
Ice skating?
Yeah.
On the East Coast?
Yeah.
Probably a little bit. Nothing like hockey or nothing like
No,
that.
yeah, no,
really?
How about you in
Wow.
Cleveland?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
right across the lake, it was.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
closer to
sure.
Canada.
Yeah. I mean, it was definitely like an every Friday type thing, like
Yeah.
Friday skate and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to see your big ass on ice skates. bro.
Yeah, me too. I loved skating. It was just difficult to skate backwards.
Yeah.
'Cause I was really into hockey, and I was like, God, I got to be able to skate backwards.
Yeah, you can't play
fast.
hockey if you can't skate backwards. Definitely.
Yeah.
Damn. So
So basically, when we got to California, hockey was too expensive. So,
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
it's
it's
so we
true.
started playing
That was
soccer,
one of the
and then
reasons.
from that got into surfing.
got you.
Okay.
So
No
it's like
skating? No
soccer.
skateboarding either?
Skateboarding. too.
Skateboarding is an offshoot of surfing.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
So you have to remember that there wasn't really skateboarding then. We made skateboards in wood shop at school, and that skateboarding is what you did when there was no waves.
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Clay.
Now
clay
skateboarding
wheels.
is a thing all on of its own, but it wasn't then. It was just
Yeah.
Yeah.
surfers did it and created it because it was called sidewalk surfing. When
It's
it first
true. You're
started,
right. Wow, dude.
And so that's how it all came. We met all those guys from the Dogtown skate team, and one of the guys, Clyde Grimes, he went to school with us. He was the guitar player in the Untouchables. His little brother Marty was on the Dogtown team. It
Wow.
was the Pepsi team at first.
Pepsi
that was
team.
who had
Good.
sponsored him. Yeah.
You want to do hair pros? You good?
Yeah. That's all I'm doing is listening to Shawn talk. I don't need to hear it amplified.
Dude, and now skateboarding's in the Olympics. It's crazy.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
better than the breakdancing that we saw.
Oh, man.
I don't know. I was hoping for to come back.
What, the breakdancing?
I mean, it was so entertaining.
Was that even real, man? They just like it was real.
I mean,
There's so many
that's-
amazing breakdancers out there too. Like little
Right.
kids.
apparently not in Australia.
No. So true.
It was interpretive dancing.
Yes,
which,
Yeah.
exactly.
Hey,
yeah.
whatever
Um,
makes you happy. But Olympics, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It's crazy, dude. So you guys go to your first show in the 70s or no? Like 79?
The
80?
first
Yeah,
rock and roll
70s.
show?
Sure, yeah, first
77,
concert, yeah.
I think.
Robin Trower at the Shrine Auditorium.
Wow.
Yeah. Because I was super into Jim. We were into Jimi Hendrix. We were jamming. I mentioned Clyde Grimes was a guitar player of the Untouchables. He went to high school with us. We went to Beverly Hills High School,
Okay.
and we were selling weed and stuff because
and
because-
stuff.
yeah and stuff. Whatever our drug dealer, our main drug dealer was former Hare Krishna who got kicked out, and he lived in Culver City.
What?
And yeah, we have lots of fun stories. That what was the movie where the guy was throwing the firecrackers when he went to do the drug deal? I can't remember the name of it.
Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Boogie
Ah,
Nights.
right.
You
Yeah,
know
yeah,
that
yeah.
scene where they go up to do the drug deal and they're gonna rob the guy?
Oh, yeah.
We've maybe not quite that crazy, but we've been in similar
Damn, dude.
situations.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah, so Yeah, we started selling drugs because we smoked weed, and before I thought, well, why buy an ounce or whatever? Let's buy a pound and sell it to all our friends so we could smoke for free.
Right.
Damn.
Yeah.
Pretty
That's
smart,
how
actually.
That's how we started a label.
That's how I started BYO.
Yeah. So we cut our teeth selling drugs. Even before that, when we were in Hidden Hills, the middle school we went to, they bust you to, right? So there was nothing around there, and they had a student store to sell you candy and stuff. But the candy they sold was crap. So we thought, all right, we're going to buy candy, bring it to school, and sell it to our friends. And we were making good money. It was a good job. It was a profitable enterprise until the principal found out about it and called us in. He's like, you can't do that. And we said, why? And he's all, because you're not allowed to. And we said, but you sell crappy candy.
Yeah.
And our candy is good, and that's why we're doing well.
This is America.
Yeah.
Because we undercut them. That's why.
Oh, that's right. You were?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So you didn't get suspended or nothing like that? No.
Yeah, they just told us to stop. So we had
cut
to
it
stop.
out.
Yeah.
So you'd have to do it a little
guys
more
pretty-
discreetly after that.
Were you guys
that's all.
good kids all in all? You guys kind of wild kids besides that?
No,
Like
we were not.
wild in the streets?
Yeah, we were.
No
we were
pun
not-
intended.
We were not good.
Were your parents strict with you guys, or it was hard to hold down 4 boys? I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, it was our mom who did it.
Yeah.
My parent they split up when,
Okay.
when we moved to Beverly Hills. So I was 14.
Mhm.
But he wasn't around. I mean, remember, he was flying to L.A. He would be
Yeah.
living in L.A. for 6 months at a time working on stuff.
Yeah.
So he wasn't around a lot.
Yeah.
And when he was a doctor,
Plus, we got into surfing, so weed surfing. I mean, we'd sneak out.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Climb down the drain pipe, and go. All our friends were older, pick us up, and we were like 15 or whatever, going down to Mexico or.
Wow.
Really?
oh yeah,
Holy
Yeah.
sh-
surf trips in Mexico.
And we get busted. Like my parents, they would just leave me in jail overnight, teach me a lesson.
He always got caught.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he
They
always
just
got
like, what was the border like? I mean, they were just like,
It's
all
pretty
right,
easy.
kids.
caught.
Like,
Yeah, it was easy.
Have a
Yeah.
good trip.
Yeah.
Well, this one time my friend came over and we also
No identification.
I snuck out and we picked up my other friend and he had a little MG with his
Paul,
dog
yeah.
in there, and then we got pulled over before we got out of town, and we all had weed, but I was in the middle with the dog, so they had me go on the back and I had like an ounce of Thai stick, and the other cop car pulls up, so I throw it under the car, but when the other guy pulls up, you could see the bag sitting there.
Oh,
And I'm like,
dude.
oh my God, I'm waiting to get frisked. Then they took us all in. I get out in the morning, I get my bike, and I ride back over to that street.
Still there.
It's there, all crunched up, but it was
Because
still there.
Beverly
Oh,
Hills
yes.
Cops.
Yeah.
You've seen
The movie?
the Andy Griffith. Well, the Andy Griffith show.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's that. It was kind of like that. They were
Right.
dumbasses.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. And it got to the point where at high school, the first year we were at high school, the seniors, a friend of mine, when I was a freshman, a good friend of mine, his brother was a senior, and so we were in with all the senior surfers.
Yeah.
And they were the, crazy weed guys, And the second year when he came in, those guys were mostly gone. Paul Barnes was a senior at that point. They brought in security guards because you could just come and go, and then they were like, no, we got to stop that. Security guards, if you drive in or drive out, you have to show ID and sign you out. So we declared war on the security guards, and we're like throwing shit off the stairwells at them, and just it was fun.
Holy shit,
That's
dude.
crazy.
But that, talking a lot about stuff before punk
Was there
rock.
like a
Yeah, before
smoke,
punk rock, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Then it just got crazier.
a smoking weed
Well, it
in your
got-
school, like an area you could
That
smoke?
Yeah.
we would just go off
Sneak
campus.
off into the bushes.
We just go across the street into one of the apartments' laundry rooms or the alley and just get high. I mean,
Everybody.
we would smoke weed when we woke up. We would smoke weed before school started. We would smoke weed when we took a break at the 10 o'clock break, at lunch, whatever, after school. and
High all day.
high all day. Yeah.
Wow.
That's how
You
we
guys
got
feeling
through.
school? You getting good grades? You guys just
No,
like
we
didn't
did
give a fuck?
good.
We did fine.
You did good, yeah.
We could have done better, but we didn't care.
Yeah.
But I mean, for me, I don't want to speak for him, but for me, I enjoyed high school. You know how people are like, it's the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
It was great for me. I mean, we sold weed, we partied with everybody. We had surfing class. That was
Really?
our PE. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So
terrible.
it was lame because it started at 10, and we kept telling the coach, why aren't we starting first thing in the morning? So if there was waves, we would just ditch the first 2 periods. We'd go to the beach at 6 a.m. and surf. We'd be surfing, and they'd roll up the rest of the class, and then we'd be out there. It was at Will Rogers State Beach.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
And then you never go back if the waves are good.
Yeah, if the waves are good, why
and
go
you
back?
just go get somebody to buy you a 6-pack at the liquor store, and then you'd hang out.
Yeah.
We had little, tree houses up in the cliffs there.
Oh, yeah.
Dang, all dialed in, dude. That's crazy, man.
Yeah. We'd crash out in the cliffs sometimes and sleep overnight so we could get up early and surf.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you guys start going to punk shows in high school, obviously? Or was that after high school?
Right at the end of high school.
End of high school, yeah.
The first
what
show.
year did you graduate?
Yeah.
I graduated 78, so 79. The first.
You guys look great, dude, by the way.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
absolutely.
The first punk show we went to, because I heard KMET was like the big rock station.
Damn, you guys are
KMET,
old.
Yeah.
No, you look great, dude. You guys got good hair. These guys are chilling. Good.
And then I heard they played My Aim Is True, Elvis Costello, all the way through summer of 77. And then I read Robert Hilburn wrote an article about the Pistols because they were out touring. And then in 78, I think it was spring, March, April.
The Dickies show.
We went to the Dickies at the Whiskey.
Damn.
That was the
nice.
first punk show.
Yeah.
And we'd already been playing, when I heard all the stuff, we'd already been doing a little bit of cover stuff and fucking around. But after that, I was like, I don't want to play. I don't want to do covers of Led Zeppelin and Jimi Hendrix anymore. I want
Those are the covers you were doing?
Yeah.
Nice.
Classics,
yeah, of course.
Yeah. A classic rock
Then
is
we
what
started
we grew up
writing.
on.
Yeah, then we started writing songs.
I feel like Dickies underrated, man.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Incredible band.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
I agree.
And
Gigantor.
And
when,
we
when you've
saw
never
them-
seen anything like that before.
Yeah.
Like going there, and we were like, "What the fuck?"
And
It
that's
was
when Chuck
insane.
Wagon was still in the band.
Okay.
Guys bringing out the talking.
Oh, the Talking Puppet. That's right.
Stewart.
Where were they from?
The Valley.
Oh shit. Damn.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
they
crazy.
blew our minds. And it's funny because we'd never been to a punk show, and we brought a couple of our friends who were not exactly, they were very skeptical, and they were freaked out because the first band was this guy, Richard, who was a rock critic named Richard Melzer,
Yeah.
who said, "Oh, punk rock, anybody can do it," right? So he had
Yeah.
a band. They were fucking terrible. So bad. They were called Vom, as in vomit, I guess.
Okay.
And I think we were sitting upstairs on the balcony at the Whiskey, and this woman comes walking by. She probably, for us, she was ancient, but she was probably in her 40s, right? And she smelled not very good, and she was wearing fishnets and a super short skirt, and she starts dancing on stage while the band's playing, and then pulls a tampon out.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
What?
And starts doing the
Starts eating.
that.
it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
punk rock, I guess.
That's
And we,
before
and we
Gigi
were
Allen.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, way before. And we were, like,
It's a little
what the
different
fuck is
than
this?
Right.
than Rory Gallagher show or something.
Yeah,
Crazy,
and
dude.
then the Dickies came. My friends were like, "This is lame. Let's get the fuck out of here." I said, "Wait, just wait for the next band." And then the Dickies came on and fucking blew us all away.
And you had heard about the Dickies or something somehow?
Yeah, I think I read about it. Probably.
That's what we were talking about earlier. It's like finding information about bands back then. It was like thank you list or like
Word of
fanzines,
mouth,
word of mouth.
or-
There's no
Yeah,
internet. Like
yeah.
you're just trying to find the next show or
But
Exactly.
fanzines were
Fanzines
just,
was
were
huge,
just
man.
like really
Yeah, fanzines was big.
mind blowing.
Yeah.
It was
So
just
this
like,
was
oh my
even
God, there's
before
other people.
fanzines.
Scene
thinking the
Report
same
and Maximum
way.
Rock and Roll, right? They had the Scene Report or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh no, this is before all that.
This is
shit.
I know.
So-
I know.
I mean, the first punk rocker, there were like 3 punk rockers at Beverly Hills High School when I was a junior, I think, 77. One of them was Pleasant Gaiman from who had Lobotomy magazine, and I
Okay.
became friends with her. It turns out she lived right down the street from me. So I became friends with her, so that's how we found a lot of this, and that's how we met. What was her name? Michael's friend. Well, there's Chase, and there was the other chick. I can't remember her name, but. And that's how we ended up going up to Hollywood and meeting everybody at the Canterbury and the Mask and that whole scene. All those.
Wow,
bands.
dude.
So
I
we
think Fat Mike went to Beverly Hills High later on, right?
He did when my
Way
little.
later on.
he
with
went
our
with our
little
little
brothers.
brothers. Yeah.
Okay. Jeez.
He used to sit outside my mom's house when Youth Brigade was practicing.
Yeah, because we
Who did
practiced.
Mike did?
Yeah,
In the alley.
we
All
didn't
these kids
know.
would get back
Right.
there and be drinking. He didn't drink then.
Wow, dude.
Mike Knox used to do it, and Ed from
Rigor Mortis.
Rigor
guys.
Mortis, this other band.
So Youth Brigade
Sin
comes
34.
before BYO and Youth Brigade come the same time or in different times, isn't it? Youth Brigade first.
No, BYO first.
BYO first. Yeah.
Yeah, because we'd been playing some shows. We had that high school band.
Yeah.
And then when we went up to Hollywood,
That's
we
right.
started this band called The Extremes, which started as a punk band, started moving into that electronic thing, and I was all
Really?
in on
Oh,
my
wow.
thing, and I left. He stayed in for a little bit longer. Who was the guys? What band were those guys in? That
Flyboys.
Flyboys.
Yeah, a couple of the guys from the Flyboys, and
ended up joining after I left.
yeah, it was real like kind of magazine, you
Yeah.
know, like that
Yeah.
Ultravox.
Well,
kind
BYO
of
was a
thing, which
fanzine first, no?
I still like that stuff.
No, BYO was a newsletter
A
sort
newsletter,
of thing
okay.
that we did, and Adam, our younger brother Adam, did the artwork on it.
Okay.
And
Did
it
you
was just
design that logo?
No, that
the
was
logo is
Pusshead.
Pusshead. Yeah.
That's
Oh,
sick.
God, it's so
Yeah.
iconic.
So we were
I
just
know.
writing to people, and we started this place called Skinhead Manor up in Hollywood, around the corner from Hollywood High.
Okay.
And that's sort of, I just had this, we talked about, like, we'd go to shows and there'd be stupid fights.
Yeah.
It wasn't that crazy yet.
It was bouncers was the problem.
Bouncers,
The people
yeah.
that ran the
Yeah.
clubs that
Mhm.
didn't, they'd
Right.
freak out and
Yeah.
start
Yeah.
start
There-
trouble.
what happened was we kept saying, when the surfers discover punk rock, it's going to fucking explode, because we knew that the mentality of surfing, the individual DIY, fuck you
Yeah.
attitude, rebel attitude, and punk rock was going to work well together. When we
Wow.
went to Hollywood, the two of us and maybe, 10 other people were teenagers. Most of the rest of the people were in their 20s, 30s, and 40s.
Yeah.
And it was a very arty scene. It was awesome, very cool, but not very crazy,
Yeah. Yeah.
And there was a riot at the Parkview. We didn't go to the show. I don't remember why, but there was a riot because Parkview downtown by
Sixth and,
on
Off
Parkview.
Sixth, yeah.
It's on Parkview. It's
Parkview.
by MacArthur Park.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. They used to have clubs there later on. Scream Club was there, I think, and Power Tools and some other ones. But it was a venue, and the venue was pretty decent size. I think it could hold 1,500. But then there was a wedding venue, and I guess there was a punk show, and there was a Mexican wedding, and people got into it with drunk people got into it with each other. Cops came. Cops took out all their aggression on the punks because they're weirdos.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is that you were, a weirdo walking down the street, and you were getting shit from
Yeah.
everybody. And,
Totally.
Mhm.
and we realized when the surfers find out about this and it blows up, and that was about 1980, when Public Image show at the Olympic Auditorium.
Damn.
That was for me. Remember when it was crazy. Like, who are these?
Yeah.
Who are these people? This is awesome. They're
Yeah,
surfers.
yeah.
You could see.
yeah.
Damn.
Plus, if you see anyone, when you see like a guy with long hair in the
Yeah.
middle of the thing, and then you just wouldn't see him anymore.
It was unfortunate.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh
it was
yeah, it got
unfortunate.
real violent. So the older, the original punks, they were not into it.
No.
Right, yeah.
They were
Because
like,
it
"It's
kinda
just
got-
violent."
Yeah, and you had some meathead, and then later more meatheads got in, But I mean,
Yeah.
we used to go to surfing movies at the Santa Monica Civic, be 3,000 people
Wow.
for a movie.
Yeah.
For a
The
movie.
place would be going crazy.
Yeah, because-
it was just like insane.
It was
crazier than any punk show.
It was
Yeah.
the only way you could see all these waves from around the world, because these guys, I don't know if
Yeah.
you know the movie The Endless Summer.
Yeah.
So that sort of created, it wasn't, they weren't the first, but those guys, Bud Browning, I think, I can't remember the name, but those guys would go around and make these surf movies, and that was the circuit, right?
Yeah.
That was the only way you were going to see waves from in Hawaii, or eventually Australia, South Africa, then Indonesia, and all these secret spots.
Yeah.
And so all these surfers would go to these screenings, and the place would be
Mad
thick.
party.
mad party, thick with smoke, because everybody's smoking weed and drinking. And I don't even think did they search us? No, they didn't do shit. They didn't
Nah,
care.
you could do
Right.
whatever.
Yeah, I think, what did it cost? Like $2, $3, something like that.
Wow.
Crazy.
It was a
man.
party.
Yeah. It was like a show.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so it was inevitable for where we came from that these crazy kids, surfers, were going to get involved in the punk scene, and that's what happened.
Yeah.
A lot of them in Orange County, and that's why you saw all those Orange
Oh.
County bands.
I see.
Crazy, man.
Yeah.
Did you guys graduated high school, both of you guys?
Yeah.
Mm.
And at that point, were your goals just music? Was it just? Is there any kind of goals, or just
We
just
never had goals.
surf and smoke? And
Well,
chill?
you went to UCLA.
I went to LACC,
Okay.
and then I went to Santa Monica City College, and then I transferred to UCLA after 2 years
Yeah.
as an English lit major. But
Damn.
I was delivering pizzas.
You were?
Hollywood.
Yeah, I delivered. We've all
Yeah.
delivered pizza since.
But
high
I
school.
had a really good job because I was on food stamps.
Okay.
And I could take anything from the kitchen.
Right.
Like, the owner she was like 40, but she wanted to have sex with me. So I could pretty much do whatever I wanted.
Wait,
So-
she wanted to. So did you have sex with her?
No, I didn't, but I had full reign of the place, right? So I could get the
So
orders.
you teased her?
I take all the good,
teased.
20 pizzas, sure, one pizza, write down one salad, one pizza, kick the cook some money. I was making so much money at Pizza Man.
He took advantage of her crush on you, right? Yeah.
It was great. And from that, I think at that time, too, I got a job at a print shop, and that's when we started the label.
Yeah.
And so
That makes
at the
sense,
same
yeah.
time, I was going to go to Cal Arts.
You did go to Cal Arts.
Well, I went out there, but, it was also, we had the band, and it's a far drive, and I had a shitty
No,
car.
but that was a previous band. We were one of the guys in the band.
That was the Extremes.
Yeah, in
actually.
the Extremes. He was going to Cal Arts, so
Okay.
he's like, come out there and we can record and do video and all, because Cal Arts is super experimental, especially
Yeah.
then.
Cool.
So we got to
He
go
had
out there,
access
but
to the studio.
yeah,
We could sneak in after hours and record. That's how we did
Right.
our 7-inch.
yeah.
But I was going there, but it was so expensive. I basically got the money back and gave it back.
You were going there. You went there for like 2 days.
No, I was there for there was a 6-week
Who's got
period.
the better memory?
I went there for about 5 weeks.
Ah,
5
no way.
weeks?
I think that's
The
exaggeration.
deadline was 6 weeks, and you could get your tuition back, which I got and gave it back to my dad. Like, thanks.
They give you
but-
the money back then? That's crazy.
Wow,
Yeah.
that is crazy.
Yeah, I got the money back,
Private
and I
school.
kept the
Oh.
job at the print shop, and then we started the label, and I used to just get a couple 6-packs, sit up at the printer, and that's how I learned to print and design. I was doing typesetting
Cool.
there.
Yeah, because
we
you
printed-
kind of wanted to learn that at Cal Arts, and
That's
that
what I
wasn't
wanted to
something
learn,
you're
but
going to
I'm like,
learn
I'm getting
at Cal
paid.
Arts.
Right.
Yeah,
Cal Arts is one of before you had all this. Everybody's a winner and shit. That's like Cal Arts hippie school, right?
Yeah,
we didn't have access to their equipment.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
in the first year, I'm like, this is ridiculous,
That
and
is
I could
absolutely
have a
ridiculous.
job and have access, so we could print. Like the first compilation we did,
Yeah.
we did it was like a 16-page booklet.
Mhm.
We
Yeah.
printed that at my shop, just sit there all night and staple them all.
How did you discover
those
the
in.
bands that you're like, okay, we're gonna be on the label? How do you entice these?
Oh, yeah.
You're like, we don't have any money or anything, but
That's a
it's
good
not
point,
about
actually.
Well, nobody was looking for money back
Okay,
then.
yeah.
And basically, when we started touring, well, originally, Youth Brigade was out. We did the compilation of
Hey man.
Oh, sorry.
Remember, speak in the microphone.
we did the compilation first.
perfect.
That's what happens when you don't have headphones. on.
Someone's gonna no, because I can't hear myself anyways in the headphones.
I
So it
gave him
doesn't
mine,
matter.
though. Okay, good. Let's go.
It still doesn't work.
Maybe it's your ears. Do you ever think of that?
No, because I hear you
You
loud
sound
and clear.
perfect, though, the ones he had. Okay, go. Now it's what your wavelengths are good to go.
It
Let's go.
sounds good for him, but it doesn't sound good for you.
You
I'm
can hear
saying
me in the headphones.
Two headphones. It's you, not the headphones.
Okay, you sound
Just
great
say-
now. Go. Let's go.
Okay, that's why I don't use in-ears.
No, you sound really good now.
Have you even ever tried in ears?
No.
No, exactly.
Okay, how'd you find the bands, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
There's not a lot of bands.
so
yeah.
first, Youth Brigade was playing around. So we
Okay.
started doing, we start playing, we'd make friends with Social Distortion, Adolescence. That's how we
Yeah.
met
Yeah.
Aggression. So at first we did, we decided to do a compilation album. This is before the Youth Brigade record, too.
Okay,
But you have to talk about the fact that we were promoting shows and we had Godzilla's because
Yeah.
Godzilla's predated the compilation.
Mm.
That was a
That's
huge
true.
part of meeting people.
okay,
Okay.
got it. Right.
All right, take it away, Shawn.
No,
No,
go
it's
ahead. I just wanted to get the timeline right there. You can go
Okay.
ahead.
Well, we were. So there was a band called No Crisis, and I played drums on the record, and then the singer told me, "Hey, I got this friend I've been doing tile with, and he wants to open a club, and he found this place in Sun Valley, and it was a swap meet space, huge."
It was John.
And they wanted me to book it. So I said, all right, we'll come in and we had been doing some hall shows like Sportsman's Lodge and stuff
Yeah.
like that, renting them out to do shows. So anyways, we went out there and then I had Shawn come in and he ran security. So we got all our friends to do security. This place held 1,500 in the big room, 500 in a smaller room.
Where,
and
with
then
the bar.
with a bar.
Yeah.
We had a restaurant, like a
Snack
burger snack bar.
I
thing.
think didn't half of it used to be a bowling alley or skating
Yeah, and this
rink?
is just half that
Yeah.
we used.
We
the
used
other
half.
half we
Wow.
put a
Wow.
chain link fence
Yeah.
and we didn't touch
The other
it.
half wasn't
So
They weren't doing anything.
Yeah.
You know, so we just started booking. You know, I started booking bands out there. It lasted for
A month.
no, it lasted,
No. It lasted for a month with a big room because the guy that was the money
longer
guy-
than that.
No, it was
I have
about-
the calendar.
Okay, 5 or 6 weeks, because basically he was told there were permits and there were no permits.
Okay.
There were permits for the small room with the bar,
Yeah.
like occupancy, dance, all that, but
Yeah.
there was no permits for the bigger room because he came in and built a stage in there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right?
And you know who did the first PA was Dave Rat Sound.
Oh, Rat Sound. Wow.
That was one of his first. He's like, "Yeah, it's going to cost this much." I go, "Why don't you just bring a whole system in and we'll do 4 nights a week? It'd be cheaper." So we hung it, and I think it lasted 6 weeks, and then we got closed down, and we moved all the shows in the smaller room.
Okay.
And we didn't
let
have
me have-
benefits.
So let me tell you how awesome this place was. It was $5 for the ticket, and everything was $1. So it was $1 beer, it was $1 burger, it was $1
Damn.
fries, and if the band was from overseas, it was $6. And we had circle jerks, Fear,
Dude.
who else?
Peter and the Test Tube? No, not Peter.
Antipasti
Antipasti, yeah.
came out.
Cronjan.
The
I
Damned.
think it's $1 more for international bands.
Yeah.
I mean-
Well,
Yeah.
we had to pay. We had this
Yeah.
New York agent that was, really squeezing us for the high dollars to guarantee.
How old are you when you're putting these shows on at that point? Building.
21.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
It was 1980, right? 79, 80. So you would have.
No, it was
Yeah, it was 79,
Oh.
80. No. Oh,
Alright.
no. Youth Movement 82. So it was 81,
it
82.
was 81. So it's 20.
Yeah, he was
Right.
20. I was 21.
Crazy though.
Yeah.
Just figuring it out.
Yeah, and
Just
you know,
making it
ran
happen.
security. I mean, it was people loved it. I mean, we'd have 1,000, 1,500 people out there on the
That's a lot
weekends.
like that. Yeah.
Crazy,
Yeah, and
total mayhem though.
Right.
Like because it was our friends that ran security, and the neighborhood, man, they wanted us gone. People were out just partying.
In the streets. Yeah.
There was like
yeah.
a train.
I
The
mean, it
trains.
was pretty industrial. There was a train track across the street, so it was a pretty industrial. But there were definitely neighbors down the street a bit, so
Yeah.
they weren't real happy. But we kept people. My concept, the idea I had for security was all these other clubs, we would always have problems with the bouncers. So let's do security ourselves.
Totally.
And I got people from all the different areas that I knew, people from Oxnard, people from
Yeah.
Huntington Beach, people from, the Bay Area, inland, whatever it was, South Bay Area, I mean.
Have all your friends there and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Smart.
But the big guys, right?
Who
all the big
understood
guys.
what's going on.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so chances are, if a fight broke out, at least one of these people was going to know
Yeah.
or be friends with somebody who was in the fight, so they could say, "This club is your club, and you're starting shit in your own fucking space.
Yeah.
Why are you here? Don't fucking blow it, don't ruin it." And
Yeah.
it worked. It worked
It
really
worked,
well.
yeah.
I mean, although even though it was $5, people still tried to sneak in. Some guy came in through the
course.
roof.
Yeah.
Was a skylight, I think.
Oh man, it was like a 16-foot ceiling, but we had there was a false
Just to
ceiling
save
in that
$5?
area. So it's pitch black. He thought he could jump down into the I don't know
The
what he
ceiling,
thought.
I got
But he
was
hit
drunk, of
he
course.
hit the acoustical ceiling and came down 16 feet. Just all of a sudden, the whole ceiling exploded, and here comes some guy.
Didn't he get up and try to run?
Yeah,
Oh, he got
broken
up.
leg. Yeah.
Broken leg.
Oh.
So it
We
costs
had
more
a-
than $5.
Yeah, we had another guy coming through the bathroom window. He
Oh,
got
yeah.
stuck, all on the glass.
Isn't that crazy for $5?
Yeah.
I know.
We get
People-
killed for a $5 show
People
right
are
now.
dumb.
Yeah.
This is like before the Fugazi $5 shows, obviously. Yeah, back
Yeah.
then. Yeah. I mean, that was a standard price kind of back then, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheap
Yeah. For
shows.
sure.
It
Yeah.
was. I mean, we have ticket stubs for shows because when we first lived in Beverly Hills, we lived a block from the Troubadour,
Mm-hmm.
just down the street from the Roxy and stuff. We have ticket stubs that go on to shows that were $3-4.
Yeah.
So you guys just out there putting on shows, starting a label, playing music, just like
Yeah,
probably barely surviving too, making no money.
Yeah, we didn't make it.
we didn't make money.
Did you work pizza spots? That's what you were doing at the time.
Yeah, and then the money would go back into when we first put the first record out. Any
Yeah.
money that came in, it would go back into to do the next year 2 records.
Yeah, it's reinvest. Just like, I buy a pound of weed, I sell all this weed, I'm
Yeah.
going to reinvest to buy another 2 pounds. The same sort of philosophy.
You got
Market
smart.
economics.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So someone got their head kicked in as the first release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the idea being that, okay, we know all these bands.
Yeah.
we want to put a record out, but let's put a record out to establish the label by putting something that helps the community,
Totally.
right, and helps all these other bands. There's all these cool bands that people don't necessarily know about.
Nice.
We knew most of them, but not all of them. We didn't know Battalion of Saints.
Oh, yeah.
We knew Mark Rude, and Mark Rude said, I got this band, San Diego, they're great. And we had no idea. So they came up in the studio. We heard them.
Damn.
We're like, what the fuck is this?
And
This is
the
amazing.
Joneses too. We
Yeah.
didn't know Steve Olson
Yeah.
at the time,
Mhm.
and we heard it.
Who was it that?
I don't know. I mean, they were friends with we had the Blades and
Other
other Huntington
Yeah.
bands. But yeah, you get the Joneses, and we got the recordings, and we're like, I don't know if this fits, but it turned out to be like some of the best tracks on the whole comp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's more rock and roll,
Right,
But it was
right.
like Johnny Thunders kind of,
Yeah.
and it worked.
Yeah.
And same with Battalion of Saints, it was harder than everything else. But when you put
Battalion
it all
of Saints is
together, it was a really good representation.
And compilations were so informing.
So
back
Yeah.
in the
so
day,
important,
it was just
man.
like you really did learn about all these different. I
Mhm.
love comps.
Yeah.
that was the thing that we thought the same. So
Right.
we really love those Oi comps.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And so for us, it's the thing with Oi comps. Like you get one or two songs, and now you hear a band you
Yeah.
never heard of, you didn't know anything about. What do?
Yeah.
You're like, I need to find out more
Yeah.
about this band.
Yeah.
No internet, kids.
Right.
No,
Yeah.
no, none of that shit. So you'd write them.
Yeah.
Letters.
Or you go to the record store and ask the guy
definitely.
there, what do you know about this band? And most of the time if they were nerds, which
They
usually,
usually
they were, they would have
Like,
information.
well,
You're like,
actually,
you're like, I just went in for a record. I ended up in there for 3 hours talking to this guy.
It's true though. Like
it's very true.
Yeah.
that's how you found it. The discovering
Yeah.
stuff. It was so exciting to find a record or like a thank you list.
And the
you know?
person at the store, that's true.
Yeah.
They would tell you about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then the college radio stations.
Definitely
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
college radio.
When we
was
ran
huge.
Godzilla's, KXLU was huge, important help to us to reach out to people, to get the word out.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was and continues to be one of the best punk rock radio stations in the country.
Mm-hmm.
And college radio helps push
Yeah.
punk rock
Well,
around.
especially
for sure.
especially for the West Coast, because the East Coast had a lot of good college radio. Boston,
Yeah, true.
Absolutely.
Boston has
Boston
so
had
many.
Jersey too.
Jersey did,
WSOU,
yeah.
I
Jersey
think, Pirate
too,
Radio.
yeah.
Yeah.
Even in Cleveland, it was
Yeah.
like a big influence.
but out here, really, it was KXLU, and there really wasn't anything else. There was the one in San Francisco.
Yeah. Yeah,
remember
there was,
which
and there
one.
was one in Seattle and Portland, I'm
Yeah.
sure. And I mean, look, so out of Godzilla's, we decide to do a show on our own at the Hollywood Palladium, the Youth Movement 82, which was
Yeah.
crazy.
Huge.
Because and we got some stories about the guy who ran that. It was definitely mobbed out guy. It was like,
Damn.
people tell us, Fred, what was his name?
Fred Otash.
Fred Otash.
He worked for the chief of police.
Yeah.
Damn.
And so when we went in, now I'm 21, and I was like, hey, so you couldn't tell him it was a punk rock show. You're like, yeah, it's a kind of new wave show,
Rock and roll.
And I'm like, there's going to be some people with, like some funny hair or maybe some
The
colors.
no hair. Yeah.
And the guy, and the
He was
guy's
like,
yeah. Don't tell me how to do my job. We do Mexican gang dances. We haven't checked the knives at the door. I'm like, all right, well, I'm just telling you, like, we're going to bring our security, our guys from Godzilla's, all our friends, but I had to hire
Yeah, we had to hire real security.
off-duty
Right.
cops.
Off-duty cops.
Damn.
It's like for every 200 people that you
Still a
think is
part of
going to be
himself.
there.
Yeah.
So
Smells like beer. Jesus.
Sorry.
That's the
Dog
dog.
drink beer.
what are you feeding that dog?
Stellar
Um,
straight edge and
yeah.
and a virgin.
So
Sorry, guys, I'm
anyhow,
sorry.
what do we have? Like 3,000 people?
3,500.
35. Yeah, 3,500.
show.
Yeah. And
All local bands.
So what happens is, we're selling tickets through all the record stores. You go to the record store, it's just a paper ticket that you buy. So all these people have bought tickets in advance, and we've got a box office. And I think a couple bands had played, and the off-duty cops pretty much freak out because of the way everyone's looking and dancing. And,
Right.
and they're
Scary
like,
back then.
they start leaving their post, which is the exits, and also up on the balcony, which was closed, fully stocked bars that weren't
Fucking
open.
lit, yeah.
That weren't open, so they left all that. Now everyone's going in the bars, getting full bottles out, going
Dude.
through the audience. People were swinging from the balcony. There was curtains. Swing from the balcony and just fly into the pit like Harold Flynn.
Yeah. Guy
And-
jump off the balcony to the curtain and slides down like he's a pirate,
That big ass balcony too.
Yeah.
Dude.
And
So now it's like they're trying to close the front doors, and all these people have tickets, and someone breaks the box office window and grabs a stack of tickets, and we're telling them, you need to let people in because they paid, and there won't be any problems. They just want to go see the bands that they paid for, and then they called the cops,
It's like a riot.
and it just got crazy, and we were on next, Youth Brigade was, and I told Shawn, like, things are just mayhem, and I'm like, what are we going to do? And we just looked at each other. We're like, I guess play.
There's nothing we could do.
So, yeah, we got up and played. It went all the way to TSOL. It was headlining.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then I'm upstairs, and with the gangster guy, he's screaming at me. And then I just came out of there because he's holding all the money that came in at the box office.
Yeah.
Also, a smart thing to do, kids, when you're doing shows is you get the money. Like, we had all the money in the record store.
Control the money.
Yeah, we had all the money at the record store.
So
we
all promoters.
We had all that.
Money.
So that was the band's monies, right? So
Dude.
this guy was holding everything. I walk out of the office, and while TSOL is playing, I just hear the biggest thud. And like, what the hell just happened? Mike Ness's brother, Troy, was up there with this girl
Jenny.
that's on our guest list. That's remember that Kenny Shoes commercial? Remember F Troop?
No, they're too young.
So
I know this.
This guy.
You probably saw on MeTV, right? It's an old show about
Okay.
these guys.
Ken Berry,
Ken
the
Berry was the
actor.
guy.
Okay.
His daughter. Basically, she's wasted, and he was, they were
Apparently, they had sex in the bathroom. earlier.
stolen bottle of vodka. They're up there making out on the balcony, and they both go over. And he falls on top of her. She breaks her hip. He ran.
He broke his leg.
Yeah, like private investigators found him later.
Oh my god!
In the meantime, she's trying to sue us, and like we're on the carrier for the Palladium's insurance, and I'm trying to tell her every time I see her, hey, just sue the Palladium and get your money.
Yeah.
And she would just scream and run. And I'm like, man, it just turned this. I'm like, hey, I'll just get everybody to come in and testify,
that you were
what a
drunk
nut,
and getting laid in
what
the
a nut
bathroom.
job,
yeah.
That you were on acid on my
factual.
couch and then took a butcher's knife and ran down the street trying to chop a cat's head off. Like, we can talk about those stories too.
What happened to this girl? She's still around, I wonder?
Who knows?
I don't know.
Wow.
She
married,
finally got.
She married Bill Bateman from the Blasters.
Did she marry him?
Yeah.
She got married. Wow.
She did get a settlement, but it was not very much. I'm
Right.
sure the lawyers took most of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, as they do.
Jesus, man. That was like one big show for that time, right?
Yeah,
That was
Huge,
probably the
man.
biggest.
that was the biggest punk show for just local bands for that period in time. And then eventually, when Golden Voice came down, and started doing
Oh,
shows
yeah,
at
that's
yeah.
right.
the
Right.
Olympic, then it got
Nah.
because the next year we tried to do another one out at Devonshire Downs, but again, like
Cal
you
State
said,
Northridge. Yeah.
Yeah.
and again, we told them it was rock and roll, and some kid decided the kid from the paper did an interview with Jello Biafra because it was going to be 2 weekends. One weekend was Dead Kennedys headlining,
Damn.
and the other weekend was Exploited First Time in America headlining.
Bro.
Yeah.
What?
With we were on it. Suicidal Tendencies was on it. Aggression was on it. Who else was on it? I don't remember.
It's a
lot
sick
of bands.
lineup,
Yeah.
dude.
But
Yeah.
unfortunately, this kid did an interview with Dead Kennedys, and the chancellor saw that and said, "That's it, cancel the whole thing."
So long with the name that
Yeah.
it's like, nah.
Yeah, and we told the kid, "Don't
Yeah.
you dumbass." But so we moved the shit down to Mendiola's Ballroom in Huntington Park, and it was just one show. Dead Kennedys were out, but Exploited still us.
It was a crazy show, I
Suicide.
bet, man.
Yeah, that was a crazy show.
With the suicide.
And that was
scene.
with
That was
with
another
Ghost.
show where we're on stage and the cops are coming in, and we're like, what should we do? Well, I guess we'll just play. It was the first time we played Sync with California because we had just come back.
Oh,
We'd just come back from that tour, Another State of Mind, a few
Yeah.
months earlier.
oh
Yeah.
wow.
Bro.
That was before.
Another State of Mind, man. Since we just mentioned, I mean, it's such an awesome, positive, and it's kind of sad.
I don't even
the
know
whole
how
thing.
we got a copy of it. I mean, it was
I had
just
to
so
VHS
hard
back
to
then.
because
People. So Night Flight was playing it,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
and everybody
That's
recorded it
right.
off of
Cable,
Night Flight,
yeah.
Right.
and they would just pass it around.
yeah, that's.
But
right.
you were so positive, and like the whole
yeah.
BYO thing about showing positive side of punk rock and hardcore. I love that so much. And then you kept that spirit the whole tour, and everything starts falling apart at the end. I didn't realize how sad it was the other day.
Yeah,
to watch it, like
rewatching.
Mike
it
Ness
just-
is all by himself. Everybody goes home and shit.
Yeah, I will say Mike was a trooper.
Yeah.
He
was,
hung in there.
was. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
it was
him-
pretty. It was pretty sad that his band abandoned him.
I
so.
know.
Yeah, yeah. yeah.
But him writing that song the whole time and talking about his.
Yeah, okay, that's
But
a
it
little manipulated.
Okay. but him
Hey,
doing
don't
it,
crush everyone's dreams.
know.
I mean, it was definitely like it changed our lives.
It
We were
changed
just
my
saying,
fucking
like
life,
when
bro.
like watching it, and it brought back so many memories where I was just like, I want to do this,
Yeah.
and even though it was just so like,
Yeah, but I mean, look, sure, it
Intense.
falls apart mainly because of the bus, but
True.
we still managed to book a tour,
Totally.
fix up a bus, travel around
Yeah.
despite it all breaking, meet all these people in all these places, go to places that most punk bands hadn't been, and meet bands. That's how we
Right.
met. SNFU was on that tour. I mean,
Best,
Oh my
dude.
God.
Yeah.
and go do all these crazy things. If we can do it, anybody can do it.
Who
right?
who was filming all the angles like
Yeah,
from
off-
above
off
the
the
bridge,
highway
like
and
on
shit.
the highway? I was like, that's pretty
I
professional. Like
know.
before they got to town, like you had
The cameras
Going
were
to Chicago.
massive.
Yeah,
They
like-
shot it on video.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
massive
it was
video
massive
cameras.
cameras. So
yeah.
who was doing that?
This guys that we went to high school with. This guy mainly it was this guy Adam Small.
Hmm.
He got busted for something in high school. I don't remember exactly what happened, but he had to do some community service, and I
Okay.
guess he decided that he was gonna do some videoing, and some rich guy hooked up with him and said, "Oh, I think your videos." I don't remember exactly how,
Uh-huh.
but he ended up working for this rich guy who basically said, I just want you to come whenever I'm out on my boat or traveling or whatever and videotape me.
Okay.
And so the guy paid for all this gear. So he heard about that we were doing this thing. And this guy who we also went to high school with, Peter Stewart, who was living in Skinhead Manor, that house we had
Mhm.
for about a year before right around when Godzilla's just the end. He was the son of Mel Stewart, who did Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
What?
And also I went and saw this.
Also, I played in a band with them,
Okay.
Yeah,
the Johnnies.
yeah. I saw this movie called Watt Stacks a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was a fucking awesome movie. I knew nothing about it, but basically, after the Watts riots in the '60s, Stax Records said we needed to make a cool concert to help the community and
Yeah.
show people that the community is great. And it was an awesome concert, and he filmed it. Mel Stewart, Peter's dad, was the guy that filmed that
Oh wow. dude.
documentary.
I'm gonna check it out.
I never saw it. It was playing at a theater in Pasadena or Glendale or something. It was awesome. Oh, Amoeba? What was it? Amoeba? No, Vidiot's.
Okay.
Vidiot's has a theater now up in Highland Park, I think. it
Okay.
was. Awesome movie. Anyhow, I'm going
No,
off
I'm gonna
on
check it
tangents,
out though
but
for sure.
yeah.
No.
but so Peter came along and he was sort of the guy with the vision, maybe. But
Okay, yeah.
but Adam Small is the guy that did In Living was it In Living Color?
Mm-hmm.
No,
was a
Mad
writer.
TV.
Matt
No,
Peavy.
living color.
In Living Color.
Yeah.
One of them. I don't know.
Okay.
And he also did what's the fucking movie? Encino Man. He wrote
wow.
Encino
Oh,
Man.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he was also
Free.
he was
No,
a
no.
he was a stand-up comedian too.
Yeah,
Really?
he was a super funny
So basically,
guy.
they heard we were doing the tour, and he said, "Hey, we want to come. I got access to all this stuff. I just deal with the guy's secretary, and she doesn't. She just signs the checks.
Yeah,
So
so he
that's-
got
he's-
them to pay for
But
all.
like we got a box truck, and they brought a third guy with them to so it was three of them.
Okay.
And
And
we'll
worked
just-
separately.
We'll follow you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
and no
remember
co-
that
and-
truck at the end?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
camera truck.
Yeah, no
You guys went
cost
back-
to you.
Ah,
And they
okay.
didn't really have a story. It was just we're going to follow you and document
and
this
see what
and
happens.
see what happens.
That's
But
how documentaries
it-
usually happen.
yeah, it
Those
turns
days.
out that the bus breaking down became the star of the movie.
Right,
Totally.
right, yeah.
That became the thing later. But sometimes he'd buy like a couple cases of beer, and Adam would come. The other guy would come in and film, and Adam would come on the bus and just tell jokes for like all of us while we drank, and just so they could get footage of us.
Did
just
you really go
shooting
back to
shit.
laying that box truck? That's
Yeah, that was
Wow,
it was-
dude.
Oh my god.
That's
Yeah.
a crazy trip, dude.
Yeah,
back
we
then.
actually left the bus in Dallas.
Yeah.
Okay.
So not DC. Okay.
We got it from DC to Dallas, and then it died, and then we were all, this is the end.
So it was like 35 shows or something, 5 weeks or something like that.
I don't think we played all 35 though, but yeah.
Damn.
We didn't miss a whole lot.
What do you mean? We basically after Washington, we didn't do anything. So yeah,
There
we
wasn't-
missed all the South.
There wasn't a whole lot.
I don't know.
there.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot there.
But the DC shit's amazing with going to
Yeah.
Discord and
Yeah.
Minor Threat.
That's
With
when
no
we met.
microphone, no PA.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Show's crazy.
Yeah, you
man.
want to know what's really crazy? There's so much amazing footage that never got used
I'm
Really?
sure.
because Peter Stewart is a schmuck, and he thought, Like, for example, that chick in D.C., all the guys in D.C., everybody we knew in D.C. is all, who is that girl? We've never seen her. Why is she even in
Is
there?
that the goth girl?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I
And she
couldn't
worked
get
at
the
the
connection with
Me
the.
either.
No, there was none. But
Right.
Peter Stewart saw this girl and thought, "Ooh, this will be cool," and started talking to her.
Went to
And
Baltimore. Instead, it missed the show.
I was so curious about her.
DC.
She
Yeah.
didn't fit at all in the
Not
movie.
at all.
dude,
No,
in New
I
York
know.
City, we played at 2+2 because Avenue A7 was closed.
A7,
Yeah.
Okay.
So 2+2 we played. That Peter had to go to a wedding. Adam came though. He filmed a little bit, didn't he? Somebody filmed.
I don't think.
maybe
The other
not.
guy.
The other guy filmed. I don't know. The show didn't start till midnight.
Damn.
And Mike got pretty shit-faced. And Mike talks about it apparently. I haven't watched it, but Joe Escalante did this thing where he interviewed everybody and did the overdubs. Yeah, apparently Mike talks about this, and I've talked to Vinny and Roger about this in Agnostic Front. So we just met everybody. We were meeting them, hanging out, partying, drinking. We played. I think Social Distortion probably went on at 3 a.m.
Damn.
But Mike was in the pit slamming, and there was this big skinhead Russian guy named Booby, and they got into it, and we broke it up. There was like 12, 14 of us in that bus. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, we weren't trying to fight with anybody. So it came down to the street, and we said, look, man, he's just drunk. And Mike was holding a 40-ouncer in a brown paper bag, And Dennis grabs him, and so Roger and Vinny, we just met them. They said, all right, just get them the fuck out of here. Okay, no problems. Everybody's standing down on second. And Dennis got his arm around, Mike's got the bottle. Walk across the street, we're all talking, sorry, guys. And they said, it's cool, people get drunk, we understand. Mike turns around, he's across the street, turns around, hucks that 40-ouncer into the crowd, and it hits Roger, right?
Roger.
In the knee.
Snap.
And
dude.
Roger goes down, and all of us go, we're done.
Yeah.
Nope, whatever.
We out.
10 guys go running across the street. Even Dennis was like, and he walks away. Yeah, you just see Mike sliding down the wall.
Oh my God.
And
dude.
Mike's a tough guy, but Mike was shit-faced.
Yeah.
Damn, man. Holy shit. I might have heard that a long time ago.
Yeah.
Something with Mike Nesp in the
Yeah.
80s. Wow.
And Mike
dude.
talked about it, and, he knew. He was drunk and being a dick.
Yeah, so that gothic girl, it was so
Yeah.
weird. It made sense to me, man.
Yeah.
So
No,
interesting.
didn't
Yeah,
make
it did
sense
make-
to us when we saw it. Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And so
No.
then you miss New York, you miss a whole bunch of Minor Threat, you missed we played with Vice Squad, a bunch of the shows on the west side of Canada,
Yeah.
and they filmed a bunch of it, didn't use any
But
of
they
it.
missed a lot of you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Youth
like, why is
Brigade,
there enough
too.
Youth Brigade shit on
Yeah,
here?
it's true,
I was
too.
like,
Yeah.
really, I remember back then, I was like,
Well, we were
like-
supposed to be, involved from the beginning.
Yeah.
And
But
then
the
they just
deal-
cut us out.
Yeah. The deal
In the
was,
end,
I
on
said,
the editing,
yeah, I
everything.
said, if you guys come, all I want is that we can sit in on the editing and be involved in
I
that.
see.
And they said, yeah, no problem. And then they
Weird.
just cut us out.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
'Cause-
And then, it's totally crazy because there's so many good bands that they just didn't use.
Mm-hmm.
And, the thing of Another State of Mind, the song, yeah, that was manipulated. Like, yeah, he started to write the idea, and some of that stuff was shot on the road, but most of it was shot back home,
Gotcha.
right?
okay.
And I also wrote a Sync with California I started, and that was totally influenced by the tour. So we said, well,
Wow.
we get it. You're going to name it Another State of Mind. We get it. How about you Sync with California in the outro, right? It's like,
Yeah.
no. They just cut us
Wow.
out.
That's-
Do you own all that footage still? You have it all?
No, it's
They could release it,
we
man.
we wanted it. We tried to buy it from them, but instead they sold it to a porn distributor. They sold the
What?
movie to a porn distributor because at the time, video was new, and
Yeah.
basically the porn industry had
That's true.
the whole video thing. So
Damn.
no one else was interested.
No, and also they needed to transfer to film, which was expensive.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
what they did, so
Right.
that they could show it in the theaters.
Right.
So the
Wow,
deal with the porn
dude.
distributor made it.
And you couldn't get it from them?
So their deal ran out, and we
Okay.
tried to buy it, and instead Jim, Social Distortion's manager, bought it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
So
Jim
he
Gierno.
owns it.
Jim Garno.
Jim Garno.
He has it?
No, then he
Oh.
sold it to some label, some old label that doesn't do shit with it. And no one got the footage. And I kept saying, sell us the footage.
Yeah.
And they're like, I don't know where it is.
And it's only on YouTube too, right? You can't really rent it anywhere. I tried finding it last night.
Yeah, it's not in print anymore. as
Another
far as I
movie
know.
I mean,
comes
just
up
the
called
fact that
another-
it's not on Netflix or anything.
It's
It's
not.
crazy.
Or Amazon Prime or anything.
Yeah, I know.
But another movie comes up called Another State of Mind. You see that? It's a surf movie. And it's all looks like the cover. It's like it tricks you. And I clicked on it. It was a surf movie. Did you see that?
No.
I
I
didn't
think
know
I
that.
did
It's
see
the same
that.
font.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
That's messed
Such
up.
anyway for me. There's
Not our movie. And
No, I
then
know.
and then there are some people who write in books 40 years later about how we screwed them by putting their band in the movie and not giving them credit. Well, we didn't make the movie, so we didn't put anybody in the movie.
I was assuming, like, when I was younger, I was like, I thought it was you guys.
Yeah, same.
Movie. So I was like, why aren't they
It was our-
featured
Yeah.
in the movie as, like, the main storyline? Because, the idea I had was, like, it was your idea to do the tour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
And to put all the bands together and again, I was like, it makes sense. I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
And
so-
that's why
Once again,
after that,
kids always control the movie.
yeah, exactly. After that, we
Right.
controlled everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are
I'm
those
sure.
guys still around, like Marlon and Lewis and the Monk and all those road crew guys?
Yeah,
They're still
yeah.
around?
What happened to the area?
Monk passed away a few years ago.
Damn.
Louis died not long after the movie
Wow.
was made. Marlon's around. He
Marlon's
popped-
around. I just saw him like a
pops up
couple of
every
years
once in a
ago
while.
at a show.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think he was a DEA agent.
that's what we heard.
Really?
Or he worked for the prisons. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what
And
we
then
heard.
Brian's still around.
Willie's still around.
he's
Yeah, he
around.
comes to Punk Rock Bowling every year.
Nice.
I would say Another State of Mind for me and Suburbia, my two movies. Like Decline's cool for me, but I really connected to Another State of Mind and Suburbia.
I agree.
And
I
Repo,
mean,
I,
it's
didn't really
just
get
a
Repo Man either. That was really my thing,
Yeah.
personally.
Me neither.
You know what I mean? It wasn't
No,
really my. I
no.
don't know. I didn't really get it.
I
But
mean,
but Another State of Mind was. I don't know.
no, yeah, it definitely influenced everything. But again, watching Bones Brigade,
Yes.
and
Your
then
song
having
in Bones
the
Brigade-
soundtrack, I was like,
yeah, dude.
yo, this is such a perfect connection of
Totally.
everything.
Yeah.
It's
It just went hand in hand.
It's so
Yeah.
weird too because I think they just used the
Yeah,
song.
we
They
never-
never came to us.
talked
Are
to
you
us.
serious?
Yeah, and then we heard.
I think Glenn Friedman said something to me. Hey, Stacy wants to use it. I'm like, yeah, sure, go for it. I mean, I didn't care. I was happy
Right,
that they did it.
yeah.
Yeah.
But these days they would have had to pay.
Totally.
You know, you-
Absolutely, as he should. I
Yeah.
mean,
Such an iconic video. It's such a big
Yeah.
part of skateboarding. You know.
huge part. Yeah.
Did that change anything for you? That song being in there back then, people hearing about your band, or
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we used to skate. I mean, we used to
Who
skate
knows?
with all those guys, in
Right.
high school, like Alva and
And Jay and
Stacy.
Yeah.
Bobby Biniak and
Yeah.
But it was.
Stacy.
I mean, it's so funny because again, without the internet, we had to go
Yeah.
from our imagination.
Yeah.
So I imagine I was like, okay, this place, Orange County, must be amazing. All
I
these
know.
bands coming from there. It must be like this open.
And then you move here.
utopia.
And then you went there.
And then I went there. I was like, this place is like a orange
Yeah.
curtain.
Dude,
I was
orange
like, now
curtain,
I
bro.
get. Wow, there's all these rebellious bands
Yeah.
coming
point.
from that.
yeah,
Did you see that?
Please.
Yeah. I
Did
mean,
you see that
that's it.
former kicker for the
Kids of the Black
Minneapolis or Minnesota? See that shit that he did? He went to the city council and
Yeah, he got-
called out MAGA and said, and then he went over the barrier and they arrested him. He's like, I'm going to perform civil disobedience now. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was
shit.
all.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
got
Wow,
like,
dude.
yeah.
Posted on Instagram.
He was the
yesterday.
punter from the Vikings.
I couldn't
Yeah.
believe it. I was like, yo, he just spewed out like all the things. I was like, yeah, I feel you, dude. I
Yeah,
hear you. I
no,
hear
it was
you.
awesome. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
crazy world we're living in right now, man.
Yeah,
It
Huntington
is.
Beach. I mean, Tito Ortiz was the mayor for
Oh,
a
that's
minute.
Oh my.
That's
And then
right.
He resigned because he just didn't want to deal with it anymore.
Oh,
I mean, is that where most of like
God,
the
jeez.
kind of Nazi skins came from back in the '80s? That area is all around,
Yeah,
coming from different parts of.
I think
it was
it's-
more like subdued then.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
It was like you knew who was, they
Knew that-
we're
right.
Jewish, and so even
Yeah.
people we hang out with, like, Jew, I didn't mean that, not you.
You guys-
You
That
guys
happened
are
a
cool.
lot
You guys are
back
cool.
then.
No, yeah,
That
you
would
know.
happen a lot.
Yeah.
I gotta say names and be like, oh, I Jewed him down. It's just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
all that.
Oh,
and-
I had a
it was-
plumber come to my house and he's like, "Yeah, no, I don't want to Jew you down." I'm all, "Yeah, okay, you just lost the job."
Yeah. Well, it's funny because the first Trump presidency kind of made it okay to to do that, and then all these people like, oh yeah, so and so's that. I'm like, you're just realizing that now?
Yeah.
Like we knew that in '82, you know.
Back
But
then.
that was another
Now-
thing,
now they
rewatching, you know, another state of mind, just the concept of, you know, when you're doing interviews of everyone in there, and it was pretty cool to see, like, being so young.
And so
People
educated
had
about the government.
Extremely educated, seemed
Totally.
very articulate, and being able to describe like what it is they don't like and what they do like. And
Yeah.
About
Unlike,
government.
different.
unlike nowadays.
Well, I mean, there was a big difference. I noticed. I was like, God, those guys were 19 and they had these strong.
Well, you too. You're so focused about it. Yeah.
And I was like, it was impressive to see. Like, it was like, and it was actually kind of what's happening now with, like, you know, the Reagan time, like, ignited all these, you know, huge opposition, you
Yeah.
know, and
Yeah.
just like now, but it's interesting seeing like so young and just being like, yeah, I definitely, you know, being able to articulate that. It was,
I mean, but
Mhm.
think about it. For me, at least, punk rock was the continuation of the hippies and the you know, the beats and the hippies and being, you know, somebody who did critical thinking and
Critical thinking,
basically said, I'm going to protest the things that I think are wrong. And
Mhm.
that, for me, the reason I got into punk rock was I loved what the hippies were doing, but I was too young to be a part of it.
Mm.
And all that was left for us in the mid-'70s was sex and drugs and rock and roll. I got no problem with sex or drugs or rock and roll, but what happened with the protest, right? That they stopped a war, which is amazing, and civil rights was great, and getting women the right to vote and all these things didn't stop.
Right.
And yet they
Yeah.
stopped. They got
True.
co-opted by corporate labels and didn't seem to care anymore. So the protest was taken out of them. They became toothless, and that's why punk rock, in my view, started. Right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
folk music. It's carrying on
Yeah.
the idea of folk music from the people and protesting the problems in the world. And there are many, and they continue today, and they're worse now than they've ever been in my lifetime.
It's true.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the lyrics from Dead Kennedys back then, even MDC,
Yeah. A lot of it
more
is
relevant today than back
Yeah,
then. It's
for
crazy,
sure.
man.
And did you guys have like music? You just learn to play your instruments and do everything on
Self-taught?
your own, self-taught. Or
Well, we had piano lessons growing up.
That's cool.
You know, here
Yeah.
and
Piano's
there.
cool.
I was gonna say it was very musical. Like when you,
Yeah.
for like a lot of punk bands are pretty sloppy, which I don't mind. But it was like you guys definitely had such great melodies and
Oh, yeah.
great, just well-written songs. They were just
Well, thank
It was
you.
impressive.
appreciate
I mean, the
that.
Sound of Fury, I think, is a perfect album, front to
Yeah,
back, man.
front to
Every
back.
song, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
You
100%.
released that twice in the same year and remixed it or something?
Yeah, what happened was we recorded it because we did the compilation at Mistake Studios, and I call it Mistake because that was a mistake to work with Doug Moody. He's a piece of shit. And
That's
then
your brother.
yeah, and then fuck
Don't
that
go
old-
changing.
Fuck that old guy. He's screwed so many bands. He still continues to screw them, and then threatens them when they ask for money.
Damn.
I'll sue you. And I always tell the bands, don't listen to that old geezer. I can't believe he's still alive. He's ripped so many bands off. Anyhow, I will say that he did help us back then.
Yeah.
And I think he meant well, but then he saw dollar figures and whatever. There was no dollars to be made, but that's why he didn't pay any bands. We went to that studio, which was right in Hollywood. We recorded the compilation, and then we had the idea to do the tour, and we thought, well, we need to put a record out. We're
Yeah.
gonna tour. You know, that's what you did in those days. You tour to promote a record,
Right.
and
Yep.
you sell records. And so we went in the studio, we recorded the record. We didn't have the record finished before we left, so they sent us some while we were on the road. When we were at somebody's house, I think maybe in Canada or something. No, not even that far. Maybe in Portland or Seattle. We listened to it, and we didn't like the way it sounded. We thought the mix was bad. We
Okay.
didn't find out till many years later that it was the mastering.
Yeah.
So then we said, stop selling it. We're going to stop selling it. We're not going to press anymore. And when we came back, we had a bunch of new songs.
Yeah.
So we re-recorded the record with Tom Wilson, and you can hear the difference in the production. I mean,
Nice.
Tom
Okay.
Wilson was amazing. And we had a bunch of new songs, including Sick with California, Men in Blue, and
yeah.
some of those classics.
I want to go on record saying I think Men in Blue might be the first punk song where you rap.
Yeah.
Who was rapping in punk rock back then? I'm trying to think. Before
Blondie.
Yeah,
Blondie,
Blondie
yeah.
was.
She was
Okay,
the first.
Blondie, yeah. First female rapper.
Beastie Boys.
Beastie Boys. Well, they weren't rapping
They
yet.
were a
Yeah.
punk band then, weren't
Yeah, I mean, they did Cookie Puss.
Yeah.
I don't know what year
Yeah.
that was. And that is that rap? Not
they? Well, you
really.
rhyme, and also Kevin Seconds rhymes on Colorblind.
Yeah.
Yeah, Colorblind's after.
That's later.
Yeah, it is.
That Colorblind's after, and I would
And you put
venture to say that Men in Blue might have influenced that a little
I'm
bit.
Oh,
sure
yeah.
it probably did. Yeah.
I think we were there. We produced that, right?
Yeah.
So we were there. We did the gang vocals.
Were you
That
into
was
hip hop or
cool.
anything back then, or
I mean, I liked hip hop.
because it wasn't really around that much back
Yeah.
then?
No,
really.
it was. I mean, we were going to shows. So we were talking earlier about Parkview.
Yeah.
Not far away from there was a club called Radio,
Okay.
and that was where early, rap bands were playing.
Okay.
And it was a cool underground club. And a guy I went to UCLA was running it, so
Okay.
I was going checking bands out there. I dug it. I thought it was cool. I remember going to Glenn Friedman because we went to Santa Monica City College together for about a year, and he said, I'm in town. I'm gonna go see. I think it was like Funky 4+1 and
Damn.
and I don't remember I can't remember all the Real Roxanne.
Woo.
Some
Yeah.
really good shit. And it was me and him, and then we saw Craig Lee from the Bags, who was the music editor of the Weekly, and we were probably the only white people. I think it was in the Olympic Auditorium.
Damn.
It was crazy. It was an awesome show, but it was pandemonium.
I mean, that's like the earliest stages of hip hop, though.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What some of the songs you like? I mean, all the whole record is fucking.
I mean, it just brings back so many memories. I mean, I just loved like flipping over.
But the Bones Brigade's where you first heard them, then you found this album, correct?
yeah,
Same with
and
me.
I was just like,
Same with me.
wow. But yeah,
they use what? Did You Want to Die? Right?
Yeah.
yeah. So
I
good.
forgot who was skating at that. I can almost
Yeah.
vision it. It's almost Hawk or Cab in the pool.
Yeah, but it fit so perfectly.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, which is funny because I say to this day I don't understand. I love hip hop, older stuff,
Yeah.
but it doesn't make sense to me. Punk rock is the soundtrack to me for surfing and snowboarding and skateboarding. Most rap music doesn't really work for me.
Yeah.
It's just doesn't get the energy, right?
Yeah.
Punk rock gets the energy of it. That's why punk rockers got into punk rock. Surfers got into punk rock.
No, for sure. And then as the past couple of years, hip hop's been more in the skate videos, right?
Oh,
It's a mix.
totally.
It's a mix of everything, though.
Yeah.
But back then, it was totally hand in hand, though.
Oh yeah.
Live life. Damn. I'll start singing on this whole record, man. But just the whole fight to your night, bro. Just all the lyrics and everything were just so
Yeah.
fucking.
The lyrics are super positive.
Yeah, your lyrics incredible,
Yeah,
man.
I mean, I think I started to talk about when my senior year in high school, I took an existential lit class, so I was reading Camus and Sartre and Kafka and
Damn.
Mhm.
all that. And then the second semester of my senior year, I had the whole English class was Herman Hesse.
Oh yeah.
So I pretty
Okay.
much read almost everything Herman Hesse wrote. So, and then I was an English lit major in school at UCLA. And stuff.
Yeah.
But I dropped out to go to Europe in '84 because we toured. And I'm like, do I go to Europe or do I finish fucking Shakespeare? I think I go to Europe. Chaucer and Shakespeare, those are the classes I didn't finish.
So when the Sound of Fury comes out, is it like you guys are? Where are you at in your career at that point for Youth Brigade? You guys playing bigger shows? Are you?
Yeah, I mean, we were doing, Olympic Auditorium. And
Yeah.
Okay.
Not headlining, but, we'd be
But
up
you have
there.
like a following.
We'd be
and
up
stuff,
there,
obviously,
yeah. Yeah, we were doing pretty good. And then we went from that in 80. Well, we did another tour in 83.
Yeah.
Yeah, the infamous show in Boston at the Channel. It was a
Channel.
matinee. And they didn't know how many people were going to show. I think Curtis did it, right?
Yeah, Curtis
That was the first
Curtis
time we
from
met
Tang
Curtis
did-
from
did
Tang,
the-
who was
Tang Records. Yeah, yeah.
But this was before Tang, so he was promoting shows and also working. I don't remember which radio station, but he was a DJ and maybe the GM at one of those college radio stations. And we go, and he said, "Oh, I got this band from Minneapolis or something to open called the Replacements."
What? Really?
You're like, all
Yeah.
right.
Holy shit.
Well, the funny thing, I think we were in New York the night before, and we were like, oh, man, I don't know. Like, matinees suck,
Yeah.
I'm going to go drive to Boston and do that. And, like, how many people are really going to show up? And And we kind of drag ourselves up there, and we pull up, and it's just packed.
There's a line.
Damn.
And Curtis comes walking up to the van. He's like, "Yeah, you guys are like number one on all 5 college radio stations." You know, you would never know because there's no internet. No one's telling you.
Yeah.
You don't know what the radio's playing in a city. And
Right.
So then
So
it's a
packed.
crazy show, and we're playing, and kids are jumping up on stage, and bouncers aren't happy about that, and they're trying to tell us, you know, they're grabbing kids, and I always try to tell the bouncer, like, I don't call them out on the mic first. I go to them and I say,
Smart.
look, I don't want people to get hurt. You don't want people to get hurt. If you just let them, I'm happy to say don't jump on stage or whatever, but let's just lower the temperature here. And, you know, many bouncers are usually like, fuck you, I don't work for you.
Totally.
Fuck you, get the fuck out of my face or I'm going to kick your ass kind of shit. And then I'm all right, well, I tried.
You did try.
Yeah, and then the whole everybody came up on stage and took over, and the bouncers had to leave.
Yeah, the channel
I
was
know,
sick,
because
man.
it was like big Irish bouncers, and they manhandled this woman that jumped up on stage and like grabbed her around the throat, and everyone saw that, and then it was just
over.
mayhem. Yeah, every single piece of furniture in that place got broken. It got shut down after that.
Yeah.
They were shut. That was the last
So
show.
besides Youth Brigade, is the first release for BYO at 7 Seconds of Crew? That makes sense?
No, Aggression. So
Aggression.
compilation,
Oh, that's
Youth
right,
Brigade,
Aggression.
Aggression. Then the second compilation, Something to Believe in.
Something to Believe in, yeah.
And then the Crew.
1994.
Yeah, then the Crew.
I mean, a lot came out from
Yeah.
82 to 84. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, SNFU after
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Ooh.
What's SNFU album?
the first two.
No one else wanted to
And
play,
no one
bro.
else, yeah.
Oh, my God. There was a boy who had
The
a
two
toy.
best
Ooh,
ones.
that was
Yeah,
incredible,
that's
man.
by far the two best ones.
Yeah,
The
they
first
were
were
incredible.
The first two, you think?
Yeah.
But the
What
Crew.
what was after?
If you swear,
Swear you
you'll
catch
catch no
fish.
fish.
That's
Yeah.
no fish, yeah.
Pretty good.
I like that one, too.
Pretty
It was
good.
interesting, yeah.
I mean, I love that band.
Yeah.
I mean,
Did you ever see him live?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, we
Bunch
played-
of times,
my
dude.
old band played with them.
That's
and,
right.
And opened up for them, and I was just like
Chai
over
Pig.
the moon, just like, oh my God.
I mean,
I love the lyrics.
Yeah, yeah,
This
yeah.
guy. I mean, like you said, storytelling.
Cannibal
Yeah.
Cafe, all that. Oh, my God.
Cannibal
Storytelling.
Cafe.
I remember when we got that. When we got that, we're like, what the fuck?
Yes,
He's
yes.
crazy. We
It's
love him.
Incredible front,
Well,
man.
we
Incredible.
met them on the Another State of Mind tour.
Yeah.
Canada, right?
We were in Edmonton, and we just we were down. Edmonton was
Chai
like that
Pig,
little
man.
bar.
No, that was Calgary.
Oh, that was Calgary. No, they did play
No,
Calgary.
the little bar. No, they didn't. No, Calgarian. We played. It was just us and Social Distortion. We played there for 7 nights. We did a residency, or 5 nights, or whatever. It was
5.
a residency.
Are you
Love it.
serious?
Yeah, it was cool. It was weird, and it was just cowboys and
Indians.
natives, and everybody was wasted, and
Oh, my
yeah.
God.
And then
dude.
the Calgary punk scene would come, which was, I don't know, 20, 30 people. They were there every night.
Holy shit.
It was a trip. Yeah. No, Edmonton. I don't remember the show in Edmonton. Did we play Edmonton? Maybe. Honestly, I don't remember. It could have been that we met them in '83.
Oh yeah, you know what?
I think
It
we met
was
them in
on
83.
'83 tour.
Yeah, and we met
And they were
Gubby, and they opened for us.
Yeah,
I
they
think.
opened for us, and we were like,
Was that
blew us
something like a-
away.
were they
We're
like
like, hey, you guys have a record? And we, oh no. And we said, we'll put your record out. You know,
Incredible.
we know how to do it.
And you didn't get to hear any demos before, or
Oh, well, we saw them live. That
Yeah.
that was
That was
all we
it.
needed.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, yeah. The process would be, you guys are amazing. Send us a tape so we
Totally.
hear all the songs, so we
Right.
can sit down and think about, okay, an
because
album.
I wasn't sure if you guys were just like, all right, send us some stuff, and you're like, holy,
No,
oh
no.
my
no.
God, this is gonna be
No.
amazing.
No,
You had an idea.
we were much more hands-on for
Okay.
most of the stuff, because we wanted to work with the bands and produce if we could. It didn't
Yeah.
always work out
Right.
that way, but we preferred to do it that way
Mhm.
if we could.
That's a great first record for them, man. Damn, dude.
Definitely.
And great front, man. He was incredible, man.
Yeah.
Jumping all over the place.
Yeah,
like-
but the thing is, everybody else, you know it, you see it, but you don't acknowledge it because he's such a great frontman. But the brothers Belke, amazing guitar players, and it's like in sync, jumping up and down, like the
Yeah.
manicness. That they you just don't even think about it, but it's all of them are jumping around
together. Yeah.
Yeah.
He started out
Yeah.
with his dreads and shit. Dude. We have to go to the Crew, though. 7 Seconds of
Ah,
Crew is a game changer, man.
Absolutely, hands down.
Dude,
Like,
it's a perfect album, man.
Yeah. How
They
do we?
walk together. They do Walk Together too, as well. Right?
Yeah.
ugh.
And do you guys do? Do you do New Wind too?
Yeah.
Ah, bro.
But
dude.
New In, we were more hands off on that.
Okay, yeah.
We loved the record, we loved the songs, but there had been some back and forth between us and the band, and we just said, you know what? I think they came to us and they wanted to work with the guy from Radio Tokyo, right? Or did you suggest it? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Yeah. But anyhow, we were just like, go, this guy's good, go.
Mhm.
We didn't really get involved. The first 2 records, we were there working with them. We
Man.
produced, we were singing and backups and bringing people in.
It's phenomenal.
I think Ian sang with that record too, right? One of those.
On Walk Together, he did.
Walk Together,
Because
yeah.
they recorded stuff with...
Yeah, they recorded some stuff on there.
Love
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah. They recorded stuff with Ian,
Yeah.
right? And that was released as an EP.
Okay.
And then we said, well, you guys got this. Didn't we take live tracks?
That was later on the CD release.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
But I'm
eventually
trying to remember.
released- We eventually re-released it as a full length.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah, but
with-
I'm trying to remember how we met them because
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
curious.
because we were putting records out and they
they came to
I-
L.A. We did a show with them in L.A.
yeah maybe
From
that-
Reno.
Yeah.
yeah, and then I helped them put the first 7-inch together. So because I
Skins,
was
Brains, and Guts?
Yeah.
Damn,
yeah,
dude.
so I got it printed and like they didn't know how to do it. So I was like, yeah, I'll hook it up, and then had it shipped to them, and then from there we ended up doing the full length.
Dude.
Oh my God.
Lyrics, everything on those
Yeah.
records are crazy, man. Everything
Yeah.
you're singing about, not just boys fun, just all that
Yeah.
stuff that nobody really talked about.
True.
Crazy.
Great
For
band.
sure.
It's crazy you're writing songs about like walk together, rock together, and people fighting in your set during that song. Because nobody
Yeah.
listens to the lyrics back then. Just the
Yeah.
violence. Even your song Violence doesn't make any sense.
See,
Yeah.
Right.
we've had guys doing Nazi salutes to violence, and we stop and we well, you guys realize there's 3 Jews up on stage, right?
Dude.
Right. They don't realize.
No, they don't. They're idiots.
Yeah, it's the same with like agnostic. They'd be
Agnostic front,
Like,
yeah.
they'd be like, Roger would be like, you realize I'm from Cuba, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Originally,
totally.
They had no idea where Cuba was, you know? Let alone-
I mean, they call it the soundtrack for violence. That's what, Sib had a song called that, about
Yeah.
people coming just to get
Yeah.
their aggressions out. But the whole thing was like, for us, it was escaping home life or society and going to a place as a family and singing along and sweating with strangers to these fucking lyrics you're not going to hear on the radio.
yeah,
They
no,
change your life. But I never understood the violence in the scene, people beating up. It just,
Yeah.
But
It
it was
really
a
bummed
weird,
me
it
out,
was a
dude.
weird time, though. I mean, especially with like that whole Reagan era, where there was just like this weird nationalism of people
Yeah.
showing up at shows. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Are these?
I
No
know.
way are they gonna let these dudes in the show?
I know.
Like this
Yeah.
is a sanctuary that we building, like a utopia idea.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
I was like, no, and it ended up becoming pretty
It
violent.
really didn't fly in
Yeah.
New York, though.
It didn't
It
fly.
didn't fly in
yeah.
New York, man.
But other places, I was shocked that it
Well,
was.
it kind of
flying.
killed. It kind of killed the
killed-
scene
It
here.
did.
Yeah, yeah.
It
And that
did.
was like, I was promoting shows. Golden Voice used to do Fenders in Long Beach,
Yeah,
and then they
okay.
stopped, and me and this guy started a company, and we started doing. So I was doing like 7 seconds, and we, and a lot of the bands too, like speed metal started happening, and a lot of jocks started coming
Yes.
around,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it just started getting so violent.
Yeah.
Where I was like, I'm done, and
Right.
and you'd watch like there'd be no women at the show,
That's
and by the
another thing
end
I
it was just
wanted
all
to
dudes
talk
beating the
about.
shit out of each other,
Yeah.
and no one's even watching the band. And I told my partner Rich, I was like, I'm done. This is suck. And we stopped going to shows. There wasn't anything to do,
Yeah.
and we would just have we had a big warehouse in Venice, and we would have parties there. Like Suicidal played once. We had the Beastie Boys play at that
Damn.
warehouse, and
Just do your own things.
when they were out with Madonna on their first tour.
Right.
Crazy.
It was like, yeah, you could fit like 1,500 people.
Oh, easy. That
Like
place is
3,001, and there was
Yeah.
3 of these warehouses, all fenced off with a 16-foot fence.
Yeah, this friend of ours, his grandfather
was our spot
had
to do whatever.
a company that made
Airplane parts.
airplane parts, and during the World War II, they ramped up and built a lot of the stuff for the planes and for
Wow.
the war and shit. And so his family owned it, and it was kind of falling apart. And he moved in and built a little loft in one part of it. In the front space where there was some offices, our friend and his buddy lives, the singer of Wasted Youth. And it was just like a crazy party there all the time.
Damn.
Yeah. But that's kind of.
What was that, like a year and a half?
No,
2
I was
years?
there for almost 3 years.
Really?
Yeah.
That long?
$100 a month.
What was like
$100 a month.
Just to be
That
on
was
the
his beer
insurance.
money, yeah.
And then we moved, and then we also
Bro.
moved BYO there. We had a shipping dock.
Oh yeah. That's right.
It's a loading
Damn,
dock
dude.
and like a
We were there
rehearsal
for a while.
studio. We were there for a while. It was crazy.
It's crazy because
in Venice.
when you
Yeah,
talk
that's
about the
right.
violence, and it really started. I mean, I think the Fleetwood was where it really started to get a bit crazy down in South Bay.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Gary came down, I mentioned before we did that show in Mendiola's, which was a crazy riot, one of the craziest.
Tovar.
Yeah, Gary Tovar from Golden Voice, and we basically just said, "That's it, Gary. You do the shows. We don't want to be involved in promoting anymore."
Yeah.
And eventually, he moved into the Olympic. If the show was packed, there was way less violence because you couldn't square off, and
Didn't swing on anybody. Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
And the shows that didn't sell well, you knew more likely than not there was going to be fights because there was more space
Yeah.
for fights to break
Interesting.
out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fuck. What was like a major influence for Youth Brigade, because you guys were
Good
melodic?
question. Yeah.
You know, your
yeah.
melodies and stuff. Where'd that come from?
Yeah.
The harmonies.
Oh.
Like, what are you listening to at that
Yeah.
I
point?
mean,
Yeah.
a lot of it was the English oi bands. I was
Yeah.
really into, Sham 69
Great
and
band.
Angelic Upstarts. And,
Yeah,
Reject, Cockney
love that.
Rejects.
Yeah.
But also the Clash, go earlier.
Totally.
And the Jam.
The
And,
Jam.
Okay.
Yeah.
and the Stranglers, huge influence on us. But, growing up, we were listening to, when we got into high school, like I said, Jimi Hendrix. I don't even know if I would have ever picked up a guitar. I mean, you were asking before, we took piano lessons when we were little kids in Canada,
Mhm.
although you ditched most of them, so didn't you?
I learned a lot.
Oh, I have a question. I was always scared. Like recording, how would you guys be recording all together? Or are you separate? Would you start like, okay, we're
Like
gonna
live
do
recording?
drums? Yeah, like on the live.
In the
recording.
early days, they didn't really isolate as much. I think maybe we isolated the
Isolate the
drums.
drums,
You would always isolate the vocal and usually
Of course, you're right.
usually do the vocal separate
Okay.
because it would just bleed.
So you guys
know?
would just do like, all right, we're gonna play, and then everybody recording in the same room.
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
together, like
the
just
music,
mic'd
yeah,
up.
yeah.
Wow.
And I mean,
And you'd have to get the take. Like that's the take. Everybody was good.
yeah, pretty much.
Well, yeah, maybe in the beginning, and
Yeah,
then we
okay.
start isolating the drums. So
Okay.
if we didn't get the guitar track, and everyone would play together, but if we didn't get,
Yeah.
we could take this out or
So
overdub that.
the amp would be in a room with a door closed, right?
Yeah.
But
Right.
I'd be in the room with him where the drum. He'd be playing the drums, and- but you couldn't hear. You could only hear all this shit through
Yeah,
here,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But I wouldn't sing.
Right. You would wait till everything was recorded and then.
Yeah, and then I'd
Okay.
sing over that. But we would practice without the vocals, so we would get the music down, right?
Right.
Because we early on we didn't really understand the recording thing.
Yeah, yeah.
We just sort of had to figure it out.
Okay.
And it started over these years and decades with the, digital and everything. Everything started changing. And now recording we haven't recorded in 15 years. I don't think we the last thing we did was the song for the short. No, the song for the comp. Did we
How long ago was that?
15 years.
2009?
Damn.
2000.
Which comp? The Fat?
No. After the Fat, didn't we record something for the punk rock, the BYO 20-year anniversary that happened in the year 27?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, we recorded something for that,
Huh.
didn't we?
Was it something for this?
Yeah,
Something for that? Yeah.
yeah. We recorded SNFU, didn't we?
Oh yeah. We did Misfortune.
Yeah, it's
That's an
crazy.
Oh,
appeal.
Misfortune? Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's crazy because now when I do the vocals, because we work with this guy Steve a lot, he will punch, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I hate it.
I hate it too,
It
man.
sucks. It's terrible. He's like, that line was great,
Do
but now the
another
line before isn't as
Yeah.
good because that
Oh,
line
yeah.
was so much better. So we're gonna go back, just
Yeah.
sing along now, and you get to a point where you don't even know where you are, what
It's
you're
true.
doing, and you're just like, I'm fucking,
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't even comprehend what the fuck is going on anymore. Like,
Totally
I'd
been
rather
there.
just sing the whole way through, and
Yes.
if there's a couple things that are off, unless it's really bad, I don't care.
Who cares?
I agree.
It's so
Because
annoying. and
I don't
tedious.
want perfection.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
that's
And it's not going to be
that's-
perfect.
that's why I would never even consider using autotune. I think that shit is bullshit,
It's such
which is
bullshit.
which leads you to AI, and
Mhm.
and then what do you need artists for? The human element needs to be there, and that means
Yeah.
that it's never going to be perfect.
100%. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm on
And
the same
music
page.
needs to fluctuate in rhythm
Mhm.
also.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's got
Back
to lay back.
Yeah,
Hard.
yes.
Yeah.
back to
Ah,
the state
yeah,
of mind
yeah.
for a second because
I'm
I'm
sorry.
nerding out. Brian the slam dancer, is he still around?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
He went to school and he got an engineering degree recently in the last 5 years.
Yes.
And now I think he lives in Baltimore.
Baltimore. I just talked to him the other day.
I wonder
Really?
the last time he was in the pit.
Yeah.
He comes to Punk Rock Bowling pretty much every year.
That's so
I gotta meet him.
cool. Yeah. Wow.
That's like a legendary part in that.
Did you see the movie on the 25-year documentary? Did you watch it?
Is there a DVD in there?
Yeah.
I have a DVD player. No, I have. Was
Yeah,
he
you
on?
need to
my
watch
God.
it.
It's a new interview with him.
He's in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna watch it.
Not just an interview, him recreating
Recreating
Really?
it.
Yo, this needs to be online somehow.
This when he had he had long
shit.
hair and he wasn't.
We sold our.
Amazing.
He was going through a lot of rough
catalog
patches.
to trust,
And those
so
guys
we
found
said,
him.
Get this fucking thing
Oh,
on
Joe
something.
Nelson, fucking Pinky. You better listen up right now.
Yeah.
The Another State of Mind and all this stuff needs to be on Amazon or something.
Yeah.
Every other documentary you can find it. It's frustrating. I want to see that, dude. That's crazy, dude. Yeah. So shout out to the Slam dudes. I learned a lot of things there. That was crazy, bro. You do the creepy crawl too.
The creepy crawl. Yeah, he did.
The pogo,
The worm.
the worm.
He did it all.
I love Keith Morrison. They were talking,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Fuck, dude. It's about the pit and how it looks like a football and all this shit like this. You guys got paid in penny rolls at one time. That was crazy too.
San Francisco,
Dude.
Mabuhay Gardens.
Yeah.
Bill, what was his name? Bill.
It was a $3 show, man.
$3.
Fuck, dude. I saw a meme the other day that says, I was punk rock when it was called the F word, whatever the F word. We can't say the F word no more. I was punk rock when it was called that. It was called Hey F word. Back then, it was shocking.
There was a band called F Word, and they were awesome.
Oh, really? Back in the day?
Rick Elrick. No, was it Rick Elrick? No, it was a different guy.
That was a band called that back in the day?
F Word. It was just called F Word.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know the F word I'm talking about. Yeah.
LA band. They were great.
Also, the guy in that girl in Montreal, that cute shaved head girl, if she's still around,
Oh,
She was living
moved
in
to
New York.
for
they come to my, they went to hang out with me. Then they tried to, fuck, and I say, fuck off. And they do
Everybody loved her.
Dude, she was so cool, man.
she was.
And
cool.
they do
He can even get the hard on.
Oh,
What happened to that guy in the
Marcel.
wheelchair?
Marcel passed away.
Oh,
What? No,
man.
you sure?
No, he did.
That's what
I heard he was. No, I heard he was.
Well, he survived a
alive.
coma
Whoa,
getting
wait,
hit by a
wait.
car.
I mean,
We
that
talked
dude,
about it.
It was
I heard
It
he
was pretty
dead.
intense.
It was
That
sad. He's
like
going to
a-
die in 2 years. That was sad.
I
dude.
know,
Yeah.
that bummed me out watching.
Well,
it. I
he
was like,
wasn't
"Oh."
really helping himself by
No,
getting wasted all the time.
he was not by any means. Yeah,
That's
But-
true. So that girl's still around?
I mean, we haven't seen or heard. Last I
Wow.
heard, she'd moved from New York back up to Quebec. I don't know though.
Damn, dude.
yeah.
She had a kid too, who was I heard her daughter had a punk band
What?
at some point. That's what I heard.
And also, like,
I could be completely wrong, but
it was
I
like
don't
Pat, Nancy, and Greg. They're all like practicing their stage dives in the pool.
know. Yeah, also manipulated by Peter Stewart. No one knew who those kids
You know
were.
what? I fucking knew it,
I
dude.
knew it too.
And it made no
I was
sense
how
in
are
this
they-
Yeah.
why
fucking
are they-
movie.
Also made up
How are they
shit.
connected?
Because I thought it was kind of
Yeah,
It was a
weird.
weird, like,
cheesy,
I mean,
I guess.
I
cheesy.
think those kids were coming to shows,
Yeah.
and I
Right.
think he found them at the shows, and more likely than not, he put this idea and said, "Would you be willing to show us?" I'm sure.
There's no way they
my
practice stage
Yeah,
dives, man.
I'm pretty sure that's all made up bullshit.
Damn, that was, can you let it out? Dude, that part too, I was like, this is kind of weird. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
Maybe the
it
friends
was
would-
weird to us. We saw it when we saw the movie. We're like, "What?
Yeah.
Who are these kids? And why did you put that weird chick?" I don't even remember her being at the show.
And now they're friends with the goth girl from TC.
Yeah.
I mean, just fuck. I'm sure so many people found out about your band through that documentary too. I'm sure too back then.
Night Flight. That was
Night Flight,
that was
yeah.
where it got its most exposure.
That's where I saw it too. I might have seen, because Repo Man was on there. Western Civilization, Decline of
Probably,
Western Civilization
yeah.
was on there too. Yeah,
Mhm.
but just to make something back then, like and film it was pretty original. You know what I mean?
I mean, it was awesome to catch it. That to me, I'm not a fan of Decline of Western Civilization.
You're not.
No,
Me
but
either.
I'm a fan of it in the sense of it captured a moment and there was some really great stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of it because the person who made it
Here we go.
didn't really. I look. It's fine if you're not from the scene. I get it.
Or the
Not
front door,
everybody.
Yeah.
Not everybody is.
Totally.
But at least do your homework, right? At least study up. There's nothing more annoying than doing interviews with people who just are lazy.
Yeah.
You know, and I just felt like it was an outsider who said, "Oh, this is really cool and fascinating." Granted, it is. I appreciate that you want to come down and film it. But then to do something like hang a fucking bulb over Eugene's head and ask him the stupid questions that she did was insulting to him. And the way she patronized X and just that's me personally. I just have a personal problem with it. I think that there's a lot of interesting stuff, and to me that's the difference. She's showing the most sensational parts.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And sure, those exist. But there are human beings who are intelligent, who are writing good stuff, and she didn't really concentrate on that because that wasn't what she was after. That's her movie. That's her story.
Shocking, wild
yeah,
stuff.
she's trying to do the shocking
sensationalist,
stuff.
you know.
Okay, and at the really this is reality TV before reality TV
For
existed,
sure.
and you see how it gets manipulated, and that's how you make movies. You have to. There has to be a certain amount of that because if you just showed the raw footage, people would be falling asleep in the first 10 minutes.
It's true.
Right? You have to edit.
Yeah.
But it's the vision of the director who's doing the editor who's doing the editing of what story they want to tell.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the footage is amazing, and there
Totally.
you see the story, but it concentrates on a lot of the negative shit, and there's a lot more positive shit.
And that's what I like about you guys were doing.
Yeah, and I like to believe. And again, we didn't have control over this movie.
Yeah.
Had we had it, you would have seen a very different movie in the sense of we would have included a lot of the bands that were cut out because those guys didn't feel, mainly Peter, didn't feel it was important, right?
Yeah.
It's not important. This girl is a more important story. I disagree.
Yeah.
I don't think that was an important story. I think the important story was the bands, the Calgary house. That was an important story. I'm glad he got that. I wish that he showed more stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because there was more stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
There was more stuff
Discord
that
house.
showed the community
Yeah.
of the scene and how it was building.
Not
and
the
how
division.
it's-
Division at the end, people were
Yeah.
talking shit about each other and going
Yeah.
home. Yeah, yeah. Everything you were against in the beginning of the thing talking about is about unity and community. We're going to travel together and play this music and do it on our own terms. Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah. How about Suburbia too? You a fan? I watched it back recently. It's really dark too, man.
No, I'm not, because that movie was created basically Skinhead Manor that we created, which was a house where we tried to be idealists,
Yeah.
and sort of hippies, and bring everybody together and have a communal house. And it got ruined because of selfish, childish people that were staying there who just wanted to get high and party and destroy shit. And so some of the people that were living there near the end went, and after we closed the manor down, because I didn't want, we were basically playing mom and dad for all these dumb
I'm
kids.
sure.
And it's like, you can't even wash your dishes and clean up after yourself. Fuck you. We're not
Yeah.
going to deal with that. We shut it down. Some of the people that were living there near the end when it was bad moved into another house, and that's where the idea for Suburbia
In
came.
the TR house, yeah.
Connected, yes.
Ah.
That's where the whole thing came. So for me, it was just another sensationalist, let's take this house and make a story out of it.
Yeah.
And I think that the story,
So that's a real place people lived.
I mean,
Okay.
it's based on a
Okay.
real place.
Yeah,
I don't know that they were filming that place, but honestly, to be honest, I don't even think I've watched Suburbia all the way through.
Really?
I don't think so, no.
Wow. You?
Because I don't care.
No,
Yeah.
but maybe I should try. I'll give it a shot.
Yeah. You
I
watch it.
won't. There's
Yeah.
better things to watch. Watch Family Business. That's a much better show.
Do you feel like you guys are the same same ethic, same everything you had since you were kids in you as grown adults? You carry the same as you did from punk rock. I'm sure you get punk
I
rock
think
going
so,
all the way
yeah.
too. Yeah.
I think so, yes.
Like your ideals and how you live your life as a grown up. And are you guys grown ups? Because I'm not. I feel like we're big
No.
kids.
Yeah. I mean,
Not at all.
I don't think I'm ever going to grow up.
Same.
Because if you grow up, to me, that's giving up, right?
I agree, man.
I think the things that inspired you when you were young should still inspire you now. Because the
Absolutely.
problems still exist.
True.
And it's our responsibility to try and inspire people to change those things.
Yeah.
Right? Even though it seems difficult. Very difficult.
I mean, we've been
especially
singing
at the
about it for
moment.
40 years,
Yeah.
singing, talking about it and trying to make a difference in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like doing music and doing everything you guys do with the label and punk rock bowling, it keeps the spirit, this young spirit we have inside of us, right? Doing what we love and being part of this community, which has changed a million times since you first started being part of like the first kind of pioneers of it. The sounds of punk and hardcore. What is punk? What is hard? You guys, I know you're not like gatekeepers of it. I'm sure you're putting on all these new bands playing punk rock bowling every year. Scowl, Drain, all these different bands. Like, So obviously you're keeping your ear to the street, right? What's new and what's happening with punk.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah,
to.
you
Yeah.
have
You have
to.
to.
Plus, it's exciting. I
old.
think right now there's a lot of great new bands.
So
right
many great
now.
bands,
Yeah.
dude.
I mean, I feel like probably in the last, not like a lot of them are super new. I mean, a lot of them have been around for 8-10 years.
Yeah.
But they're all coming into their own. And
Yeah.
I'll go to shows and I'll see these kids just going off.
It's crazy, dude.
And like they don't know. I mean, the bands do. They know who their influences are, but a lot of
Yeah.
these kids going to see them, they don't know who Bad Religion is,
Nah.
and they don't care. This is their scene, and that to me, that's really exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially in California, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And Australia,
It's everywhere. Yeah.
England. I
There's
mean,
a lot of cool bands. But, I mean, look, I thought when Donald Trump got elected that was going to inspire these young kids to go out and make music, protest music. Whether it was punk rock or not, I didn't know. I always hope that it's going to be punk rock. 'Cause to me, that's still the folk music. And it didn't really happen. And I was a little disappointed. And then COVID hit. And it happened because
100%.
they had a lot of time
Yeah.
to sit around and they had nothing better to do. And there were a lot of new bands that started.
So
And
many.
what Mark said is true. There were some of these bands have been around, but they weren't maybe getting the attention that they deserved
True.
then.
Right.
And because of COVID and now the turmoil that's coming, this whole, I don't want to say new scene, but it's a carrying on. It's inspired by what happened in the late 70s and the 80s and the 90s and the last 20 years. And it's great to see that young people are getting inspired and writing music that, reflects what's going on with their lives
Yeah.
because they need to. I mean, we need protest music,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right? We need somebody to carry that torch on because, as I said earlier, we're getting old.
Yeah.
And some of these bands, I mean, this will be Coxbar's last time playing at Punk Rock Bowling.
I know. It's crazy, man. Fucking love that band.
Yeah,
They're
and
awesome.
and there will be no punk rock scene if there are not new young kids
Sure.
taking up the torch.
Yeah.
It won't exist.
I never understood the whole gatekeeper mentality, and people were trying to say that's not punk and that's not punk, because
Yeah, it's
there's not
corny.
one
No.
blueprint to this music or
No,
any of it.
No,
You know what I mean?
not
It's
at
like-
all.
and a lot of it too is people just, I think, are being lazy, and they're not.
Yeah, I agree.
Like maybe if you went and listened to these bands, you would have a
Right.
whole different idea because you never heard of them. You're already blowing it off. But
yeah.
there's
Yeah.
some great bands, and like you sit down and listen to them. There's no denying.
Yeah.
It's hard to deny that the Chats or Emil and the Sniffers or Scowl or Teen Mortgage or there's so many bands. Lambrini
This
Girls playing out.
band's Civic, Lambrini Girls are
Bad
great.
Nerves. I mean, there's so many.
Yeah.
Can't even
Civic
So
from
many female
Australia,
fronted
they're
bands.
like
Yeah,
one of my
that's
favorites
awesome.
right now.
I know.
It's awesome. We had I think this year on the festival there's women in 16 or 17 of the bands playing the festival.
Awesome.
Last
man.
year it was more. It was like 20. It was a half. So
Yeah, and you
it's
guys
great.
are doing your part, Punk Rock Bowling. It's like what, 25 years now, and
Yeah.
like,
25 years.
and
Coming
like
up
just
on
like,
May, yeah.
5 years.
yeah. So you guys have been where the people know it's you guys behind it, where bands you guys were in or from. They know that
Didn't know.
I
I
didn't even know you guys were part of Punk Rock Bowling
I
until
was just
today. I'm
are
like,
you
Yeah.
serious?
Because-
so cool.
But it's not important.
It's not important.
Right.
What's important is the music.
Totally.
And we don't do this to make for our own
I know,
glory. We do this because
because you
we
love it.
because we love the music.
Yeah.
And it brings the community together, and we want this community to survive. And at some point, we're not going to be doing this anymore. We're not going to be around. We hope that we've inspired new generations to carry on that torch.
Yeah. But were there any times you guys got frustrated with being involved in this scene and want to do something different throughout these years?
Frustrated? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
How could you not be?
But like not do anything and like I'm gonna go do a regular job type shit. No.
No.
No,
Fuck
you
that.
kidding me?
What's a regular
not punk,
job?
actually.
Hey, come on.
I mean,
I never had one either for a long time. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I started that band with my other brothers,
Yeah.
Royal Crown, because what we were talking about when the scene just got so violent, it was just dead. It just died. And There
Yeah.
was nothing to do. We had at that warehouse, we would just shoot pool and hang out with our friends and not
Yeah.
go out. And then we started that, like, when it used to be cool to listen to Frank Sinatra, and go get a cocktail or whatever. And then now it's not cool anymore because unfortunately my band ruined that.
It was a great band though.
It was a cool band in the beginning. I remember being in San Francisco and running into Tim Yohannan from Maximum Rock and Roll. And, oh, hey, I heard you doing this swing stuff. I mean, we weren't even a swing band. It was like 40s jumping jives. So
Yeah.
we'll get that straight right now. They call it like a swing scene. Swing is like Glenn Miller in the 20s.
Yeah.
That's not swing. You know, we weren't playing swing. It was
What's
like
the singer's name again?
Eddie Nichols.
Great,
yeah,
great singer.
great
man,
singer.
dude.
You know, and it was fun. It was really underground. We were doing like speakeasy kind of things
Yeah.
in San Francisco. And I told Tim, hey, maybe you should just come out and check it out. And then you could pass judgment on it, because he was pretty much shut it down just because, you know, I was wearing a 40s suit and a fedora, you know.
He seemed like a gatekeeper.
Absolutely.
He was.
You know, I never met the dude.
100%.
Roger just talked all about him on the
Wow.
podcast. Roger
Yeah.
went off about the whole thing. They got protested and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, like he was judging before he even heard anything.
All the
Absolutely.
time.
Dude,
Yeah.
the review of the Brigade record was, we flung this across the room in disgust.
Yeah.
Wow.
Was he ever in a band, that guy, Tim?
Not that I know.
There you go, man.
I liked him. He was a smart guy. He was a sweet guy, but I think
It also didn't start out that way.
it
The-
didn't.
the
Yeah.
It was
magazine
never.
didn't-
And unfortunately, I don't know what happened, and it was really bad. He was always really nice to us,
Yeah.
but it was very disappointing to read that review. I mean, it's fine to you want to give constructive criticism. I'm fine. You don't like it, I get it. But to just say we flung the record across the room in disgust, that's fucking childish.
Yeah.
100%, man.
That's-
Go ahead.
Sometimes there's bands that I wasn't into 20 years ago because I didn't give them a chance.
Yeah.
And then I'll come
Yeah.
back around and like, man, this
How
is
did I miss
great.
this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
but you
could
put
name a bunch.
blinders on. That's all you're listening
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
You're too cool for it.
No, see, but I'll tell you what, we've never been like only punk rock or only this. The only thing
I'm
that,
saying I was when I was a skater.
Yeah.
When I was a skater.
No,
yeah.
no, I understand, but we've listened to a wide variety of music.
Yeah.
The only thing that me personally I never was really that into was heavy metal.
Same.
The thing,
Sorry, Derek.
the
Don't
thing.
be sorry.
No. I love Black Sabbath. I think they're fucking amazing band. You know, but when Mark was talking about how the scene died and it got violent and the Royal
Yeah.
Crown started up, one of the main things that destroyed the scene besides the violence was the hair bands on Sunset Strip.
Mm.
And that's what took over. I don't like that shit.
Okay.
I'm never a fan of Guns N' Roses. Never a fan
Okay.
of Motley
Either.
Crue. None of that
Me
shit.
either.
For
And
real?
I'll-
Go ahead.
No.
And also, one of the things I think was an impetus to the punk scene that originally started in the mid to late 70s was not just the fact that all these popular bands became corporate bands and blew up, and you could only see them at a stadium or an arena,
Yeah.
which wasn't very fun. I mean,
No.
I saw Led Zeppelin at the Forum.
Wow.
I
Damn.
fell asleep probably because I took Quaaludes, but they
probably
were
it.
good. But I mean, the solos, it was just like, Jesus Christ, come on, fucking too much. Play the fucking songs. But those bands that were created by studio musicians like Kansas and Toto and Styx and Foreigner and all that shit, and Journey, and I hate that stuff. I can't stand it.
Even to this day?
I can't stand
Me
it.
too.
Cannot stand
That's the
that
shit I like. Well,
yeah,
I like
but you were
Journey.
growing up.
True.
See, we're
That-
probably 15 years, 20 years.
No, man, I'm 54.
Okay, so 10 years. But 10 years
Yeah.
is different. When you went to high school,
True.
those bands
True.
were popular.
You're right.
They
Yeah.
were very popular. Yeah.
That's
They
a good
were-
point.
I mean,
We
it was
didn't-
like
yeah.
their peak.
Yeah.
But we weren't even running a label or involved in music at all at that point. We
True.
played,
Right.
but I think to us it was commercial music that didn't speak to us.
Yeah,
It wasn't. It had
Right.
nothing to say.
Where
True.
where blues back then like Robin Trower or Jimi Hendrix or Roy Gallagher or Johnny Winter, who weren't huge popular bands, but that's
well,
what we
Jimi Hendrix was.
well Jimi Hendrix we never got to see Jimi
No.
Hendrix, but yeah, that was before our time.
But I would say without Sabbath, there would really be no like hardcore and stuff like that. Sabbath, was, like,
Probably.
you know what I
Probably.
mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Sabbath and then Iggy and the Stooges
Yeah.
and Blue Cheer and stuff. You
ever get
you
Deep
go-
Purple? You're like,
yeah.
no.
Yeah, no.
Deep
we
Purple,
saw
yeah.
we saw Tommy Bolin solo at the Troubadour probably 3 months before he died.
Whoa.
Damn,
He was
dude.
fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, Deep Purple.
Okay.
If it's a rock band from
Right.
the 70s, probably we dug it. We even saw. I don't like Leonard Skinner, but they put on a good show. Point
I'm
Blank.
sure they did. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That stuff. And at the time, I can't listen to Sweet Home Alabama, but it's a good fucking song. But
Right.
I can't even really listen to Smells Like Teen Spirit anymore because it's been so overplayed. I love Nirvana.
Sure.
I think fucking
I
genius, super nice
Yeah.
guys,
Yeah.
but this song's overplayed. Can't listen to Stairway to Heaven. Can't stand
Yeah.
that song. Love
No,
Led Zeppelin.
I totally get that.
I get
Love
it.
Led
It's true.
Zeppelin.
It's true.
One of my
There are
favorite
certain
bands,
things.
but I can't.
I can't
listen
listen really to War Pigs or anything.
I still like
anymore.
War Pigs, but I understand. I understand. But that shit was never as big. You know what I can't stand? It's funny though. When Frankie from Leatherface came over, I don't know why, but they kept playing that. What was it called? Train in Vain with the train song, something about a train
Is
that
that
Black Sabbath.
Ozzy or
I don't know. It might be Ozzy,
okay?
but I can't remember what it was. But he's like, what the fuck? I hear the song everywhere I go in America. I never heard it before.
Dude, Leatherface. You know Jim Tebow? He
Know
owns
the name.
Okay, Jim Tebow's up north, skateboard legend, real skateboards, all that old school hardcore head. The other day, he sends me a text. He's like, what about this song? It was a Leatherface song. This is like 2 weeks ago. I never heard Leatherface in my life.
What?
Really?
He sent me all the records. It's fucking incredible,
Listen
bro.
to the record, Mush.
It's got like an
Yeah.
Embrace kind of DC vibe to it. His singing on whatever they sent me was like kind of
Yeah, it could be.
I never heard of her. No.
her.
We
no,
had-
Leatherface, bro.
Leatherface, band from England.
Yeah.
Fucking-
Dude, they're
from
fucking.
the late 90s.
We released
I
the
I
record.
know,
Yeah.
he released it one here. I was like, holy
I'm gonna
shit.
check it out.
Dude, it's really
check
good,
out
man.
check out the album Mush.
Okay.
But it has like a DC vibe to it for some reason. It's got
Yeah.
emotional stuff.
It's
to it. I don't
definitely
know.
got that.
Did you like
stuff.
Embrace or Right to Spring stuff?
Rites of Spring?
Yeah.
That fucking one song is just insane.
Yeah.
I can't remember the
Did you ever see Embrace back then?
No, I don't think so. Void played with us at Gildersleeves in New York the second time we went to New York, and the guy jumped up on the first song, came down, and shattered his knee.
Oh,
Jesus.
And that was the end of their set.
oh no, that's horrible.
Fuck.
Yeah, that was fucked up. He had to be taken out on a stretcher.
How
Oh,
does
of
how does
course.
the Brigade come about? Does the band break up and it comes back as the Brigade? Like,
No, Adam left
okay,
because he's the one. He's the only one of the four of us that finished college.
okay,
Okay.
So he went to He was going to Parsons, and so he's like, I'm gonna finish college because we'd gotten back from Europe.
Mm.
We played a little bit, and he was, I'm done. So we got Bob Gnarly in the band. He was in this band called Plain Rap.
Okay.
Before.
Oh no, Plain Rap.
Yeah,
Remember Plain Rap?
No.
They
Plain
like on
Rap's
some of the
good.
skate rock things, I think. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, good Orange County
Yeah,
band
yeah,
from
yeah.
later years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It just music was getting a little moving. It just listen to the Adolescents and TSOL. Well,
Yeah.
TSOL got a different singer, so that's different.
That is true.
Right.
But New Wind, people.
Ooh,
Yeah, people were like, "What the fuck is
they
this?"
were.
I
man.
was like that. I was like,
But I
love
love the
this
fucking
band.
record, dude.
And
But
it's definitely a record. It took me some time
To
like,
digest.
Yeah, no. I liked it when I first heard it. I understand why people who love the Crew would listen to that and go, "What the fuck is this?"
Rock together. Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw
Yeah.
an interview with Kevin. He was like, "Yeah," and then we go do shows and we play, and people were crying. Like, what are you doing?
Yes. It's so true.
But that happens
Yeah.
all the time,
Oh, yeah.
no matter what genre of music. Like
course.
where fans are just like get so attached to a certain era of and they believe that this artist, like that's the definition of this
And
artist.
that's it.
And they, they really believe that, even
Yeah.
though they have no relationship to the artist at all, as far as
true.
like
In their mind they
reality,
do.
in their mind
In
they
the
do.
mind, they do.
Then the artists, they don't realize. It's hard to believe that fans don't believe that artists are evolving.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of being
Absolutely.
an artist, is to learn, to move on. And your life is changing, so the
Yeah.
music will probably change if
Yeah.
you're an artist that's searching or want to discover yourself. And,
Sure.
and that's what's so exciting about an artist, because it's just so open and honest.
Yeah, and also if you're an artist and you're playing music and trying to make a living, you're going to get better ideally.
100%.
Right.
And if
yeah.
you get better, your music is going to go in different directions.
Yes.
It just happens. you
Yeah.
know?
So with the Brigade, you guys changed up a little bit of style, no? On those?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we were definitely getting influenced by stuff that was going on around us, and the punk scene was kind of dying. It wasn't
Yeah.
it wasn't this conscious thing like we're not going to play punk rock
No,
anymore.
no.
Right.
It still, to me, seemed punk rock, but it was more melodic.
Yeah.
There were definitely some influences going on there that, were different, and but didn't get the reaction that we'd hoped for, and we broke up.
So
Well, because we go to play and everyone just want to hear Youth Brigade songs.
Yeah.
I mean, we
And
still
that's-
played Youth Brigade
Yeah.
songs.
Right.
But I actually like the records. I'll go back
Yeah.
and listen to it. I'm like, this is really good.
So it was almost like a new one kind of thing, I guess, for you guys. In a sense.
That's why. That's why I said
I know.
they did New Wind. Adolescents did what was it, Brat Battalion or whatever the hell.
Right.
Everybody. It wasn't just us.
I know.
Yeah.
Into the Unknown, Bad
Into-
Religion. I mean,
Now
they turned
that
into
is
Journey.
now that
Wait,
who
what?
Into the Unknown. Did you ever hear that?
Brett won't even talk about it. I have
Yeah.
the podcast. We won't even talk about it.
That was where they really let their Journey, Foreigner, Styx, Kansas, Toto
That
influence
religion
hang
into the
out.
unknown.
Really?
Untalked
Okay.
about record, man.
Jay wouldn't record. He was like, I'm not gonna be on this.
Wow.
Damn, all bands do this, man. They try something different.
Yeah, no,
It's true.
that is a direction that is like, what the fuck?
A lot of bands, for
no,
sure.
the second Uniform Choice record,
Yes.
when they went staring
Yeah,
into the sun, it was like more
absolutely.
singy. It was a totally
People were
different
like, I am done.
than Screaming for Change.
I mean, it happens absolutely in the world of metal. I mean, Metallica, when they had a song, it was like, oh my God, they have a music video and
Oh, the one
ballad,
song.
and they're like,
Yeah.
I am done with this band. And, like, people were hating it.
Yeah.
But I would say like Uniform Choice
Hating.
started Mindfunk.
Yeah, they went in.
But at
Oh,
least
yeah.
they changed the name and did something different. It wasn't
Yeah.
Uniform Choice playing
Which
funky shit.
I think is smarter. So what I think what happens is a band is like, oh, we're popular, but our music's changing. Should we change, become a new band because our music sounds different, or do we want to hold on to the popularity that we have and see if we can
And keep
bridge
one
that
keep
gap?
one word of
Yeah.
of your original name.
Yeah.
And that we found out is a mistake.
we can
It
trick
be,
them.
It can be challenging
Yeah.
to do that.
Yeah.
Like, to
We're
try to-
kind of new, but it's
switched to
it's still
you,
us.
You know,
Duh.
I mean, there's certain bands that will never be able to change. Unfortunately,
Nah.
to lock themselves in a box. It's like anything they do different from that slight, like either heavier or something, people are gonna hate it.
Sometimes it works
They're
for
just
bands.
not gonna. Sometimes, but it's a rarity. But I mean, for example, there's like, I know, not everyone here is into metal, but like Slayer,
Mm-hmm.
they
Okay.
can't do anything outside of
No, they
just
can't.
being Slayer,
They can't
Yeah.
do a ballad.
which is fine.
But
No.
but if he wanted to do ballads, he could do a solo thing, or he could start another band, which
Absolutely.
or do a collaboration, as
Right.
they kids love to do now.
Yeah. It's true.
But,
Collab.
but there are bands that are able to evolve, keep their integrity, or keep their name
Yeah.
actually, or keep who they are, and do it in a way where it's not so unconceivable, or in a way where people are like, oh my God, like what are they doing?
Well,
It's
look
not
at Pink
easy.
Floyd.
Yeah.
Perfect example, right?
example, right?
You know, I mean, they were a psychedelic band,
True.
right?
true.
And then they
Oh,
went.
Led Zeppelin as well. They have crazy,
True.
radically different albums where
Yeah.
people are like, this is not even rock and roll anymore. It's like
Yeah,
Led Zeppelin 3.
They morphed into very, a lot of electronics and shit getting up there.
Rush.
Do they really? Oh, Rush, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Rush.
Okay.
No.
Embarrassment of Canada for me.
What are you-
Holy
We
shit.
won't
Tom
go down
Sawyer.
that road.
I love the Doobie Brothers.
I love the Doobie Brothers
Yeah.
too. We can agree.
We listened to
Are
them
you
yesterday.
a Triumph fan? I
Triumph?
wouldn't think so.
Nah.
They're freaking-
When we listening to the
I
Doobie
don't
Brothers,
even
are
know
they in the
them.
Yacht Rock doc?
Yeah,
of
because
course they were
Great.
the main dude.
Michael
What?
McDowell.
yeah.
Michael McDonald.
He's
He's-
Did you ever
Incredible.
see the skit, the SCTV skit where he comes running into the studio?
Yeah.
He's doing Michael McDonald and he comes running
Yeah,
in, he's
yeah.
like, sings the song and then goes out and he's blah, 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 blah. Fucking genius.
Did you see the new Yacht Rock doc?
I haven't watched it
Because
yet.
that's in there. That part's in
yeah,
there. Yeah.
it has
But
to
Michael
be.
McDonald sang on everything back
did.
then.
He
It's
did
Yeah.
everything.
crazy.
He's-
Yeah.
He's a G. He was.
It's pretty funny how many artists now are talking about, oh, yeah. I mean, because I like Steely Dan. I mean, I get
Yeah.
it, they are kind of they're totally a studio band.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But they were doing something that, that's not Styx or Kansas or Toto or, Kansas, Toto, Styx. I mean, think about it. Was it Wizard of Oz bands?
At
Oh,
the
my-
time, I really. I did. I mean.
No,
but the
it's catchy
songs are-
shit.
Yeah.
For sure.
Africa's so catchy.
Yeah, no, those songs are catchy as
Right,
shit,
right.
which is why they
All
were
right,
popular.
I give you that one.
Yeah,
Thank
no. Yeah. No, they are. Look,
Right.
as a songwriter and a singer, I appreciate the musicianship. I
Okay.
appreciate
Right.
the melodies, the harmonies. To me, that's why a lot of hardcore I don't get, right? I don't get the Cookie Monster singing. It's not even singing, the screaming.
I get your point.
Because I'm a
Yeah.
singer,
right.
I want to be able to hear what you're saying.
Right.
Because if I can't hear what you're saying, then what's the point of singing?
Being in a hardcore band, I have to agree with him. I love melody. I love to understand the lyrics, what they're talking about. 100%,
I love
man.
melody. I like being able to dig deep in it too, though. I think a lot of times I'm interpreting lyrics and it's like actually thinking the completely wrong.
Oh
thing.
yeah, that's a hysterical thing.
I was like, I was said something else in my mind.
Oh,
Bring back the lyric sheet.
Yeah.
True.
right.
Well, and I remember when we were on tour in Europe, and it's funny because English is a second language for people, and they would think that the words were this, and I'm all, I don't know where you're coming at with this shit, but that's absolutely not what the words are.
Make it up as you go along.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I had a girlfriend in Spain like 40, 30 plus years ago, and she's her and her sister and her girlfriends they'd sing, "Watchy flee, watchy flew, watchy," and what is that? And they're like, we don't know what the lyrics are, so we just make up our own.
Oh my God.
They do that a lot. Yeah.
One of the lyrics in 7 Seconds New Wind, I Still Believe, it says, talking about another band saying you don't include a lyric sheet because what you say ain't proud. It's kind of a hard line.
Yeah.
It's kind of a diss track, man, maybe.
Right. Yeah.
Wonder
They'll
who
give
it's
Bouncing
about.
Souls a shout out. You put a bunch of their records out. We're going on tour with them this whole entire year.
Yeah.
Great band, great
Yeah.
dudes. Like, how did that connection happen? Because that's the East Coast, obviously, thing. We played some shows with them before. Or
Johnny.
oh, John, I know you're talking about. They have a song about Johnny, don't they?
No, that's a different Johnny.
Okay.
Johnny from New York.
No, it was Ari did the show.
Yeah.
Middlesex
No, I know. But
College.
when we were in Philly, we saw Johnny, the guy who drives around the van all the time. I can't remember his
Oh,
name.
I know what you're talking about
Yeah.
from New York.
Johnny
Yeah.
Stiff.
Johnny Stiff.
Johnny
Yeah.
Stiff.
Oh,
Legend.
right.
Johnny
Yeah,
Stiff.
yeah.
He's like,
Legend.
dude,
Yeah.
you guys are playing Go Early and See the Bouncing Souls. What he didn't tell us was that it was a matinee show. Maybe he didn't know. So we got there. It was it was the college.
Middlesex
Middlesex
College.
Middlesex College.
Yeah.
Yeah. Played there in
It was an
Jersey.
awesome show.
Yeah.
But we got there because we were in Philly and we didn't realize it was it wasn't a far drive, but we didn't know that it was a matinee that started, I don't know, doors were at noon or something
Yeah.
stupid. And so we got there and like, oh, Bouncing Souls already played. But we went and talked to them and, we heard about them and we met them
Yeah.
and they were nice.
yeah.
That was an interesting show. Remember that show? Because Lagwagon was doing some of the dates with us and they were kind of along a similar route. And they played and then Integrity got on stage.
That's just
Oh,
friends,
yeah.
dude.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Oh,
And
what
I'm all-
happened? What
and I'm all-
happened?
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm all, what the fuck is this? And a fight started.
Of course.
Yeah. And I'm all, what the fuck? Why? What? We were headlining and they were right before us and we had no idea who they were. And I'm like, what a bum out these guys are. They just bummed everybody out. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this is
He
terrible.
grew up with them in Ohio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Point at me.
just-
Oh, that's your
Do it.
dude. So they
Just
jump on the
because
bill.
Got some
No,
hardcore friends as well.
I know,
so
I know.
Let's not point fingers.
I don't know. Ari booked him and he's like, yeah, I mean, I don't know.
So
Anyhow,
it's Bouncing Souls Integrity Youth Brigade.
yeah, there were a couple
Lagwagons,
other
yeah.
Lagwagon. So Lagwagon went
Lagwagon,
on and then Integrity and
It's a
then
crazy
us.
bill, man.
It was
That's
weird.
Crazy Bill.
But it was a great show. And then when we go on, it's all smiles and fun. And again, one dude was running around the fucking pit naked.
Sounds like New Jersey.
Didn't he?
It sounds about
Did he
right.
get on somebody's shoulders?
Yeah.
I think he did.
Ooh.
I'm all, yeah, whoa.
Oh, no.
I'm all, I don't need to see that. Could maybe put some underwear on or something. But it was funny because it went all happy,
Yeah.
Lagwagon, then Integrity, row, 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 row. And the whole mood of the place was like, ugh. And, a lot of people just sort of went to the hallway or the back, but then a fight broke out. I'm like, this is such a bum out.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it was back in the day as well.
But anyways, that's how we met the Souls.
Okay.
Yeah. So we started talking.
That's how we met the Souls.
And then they put the Good, Bad, and Argyle out.
Yeah.
And we got a copy of it and we listened to it like, damn, this is awesome.
And you re-released it? You guys released it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we
before.
picked it up because they didn't have any distribution. And then from that, we started working.
Ballad
Some
of
of
Johnny
probably,
X.
probably some of my oldest friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember they
those.
came
Love
out,
those
we did
guys.
West Coast dates with them, and Brian got really shit-faced.
You did?
Oh, yeah.
Great band, though, man.
Yeah.
I'm excited to tour them this year. You guys had Hepcat on the label with 22 Jacks.
Oh, yeah.
Cadillac Tramps, the live record. I love Cadillac Tramps.
Yeah.
Swinging Artist split with you guys. Me First and Gimme Gimmes. Manic Hispanic. Incredible, man.
Yeah.
Love Manic Hispanic, dude.
Yeah.
So how many releases you guys have total? You know exactly?
100 and something. I mean, because there was a couple that got...
170 or something.
No, what are you talking about?
140.
120, I
Wow.
think.
I don't know.
It's
Yeah.
a lot.
He
A
did.
lot.
Yeah, yeah.
I was the sales.
But the split series we
Production.
started,
Yeah.
that was with, speaking of Leatherface,
Yeah.
Yeah, they did one too.
we wanted, that was the first one
Yeah.
because they only had enough songs for like an EP.
What
hot
happened?
wad music they did together.
What happened was I discovered Leatherface when we were touring in Europe, and I said, these guys are great. So I started writing to Frankie. Actually, I was faxing him. I got a contact and I faxed him. Right?
Sick, of course.
And I said, hey, we love the stuff. Would you guys be interested? Yeah. Would you guys be interested in doing a record? He's like, well, because they had broken up. He's like, we're not really doing anything, but, thanks. All right, cool. Well, if you ever change your mind, let me know. And then, I don't know.
It was Hot Water.
6 months, a year later, Hot Water Music calls me. I didn't know who the fuck they were. Hey, man, we're this band Hot Water Music, and we want to do a record with Leatherface, and they told us you're their label. And I said, that's news to me, but okay, great.
That's how we sign bands.
So like Mark said, they didn't have Leatherface said, well, we don't have enough songs for a full length, because I think they originally wanted to do a 7-inch or something. We're always against it. Well, look, it costs the same amount of money to make a 12-inch with 3 songs that does with a full, and you can sell it for a full record, and you want people to hear all your music. And so that's when we, Mark came up with the idea to do the split based on the Blue Note splits, right? And that's that graphic concept is what he took from Blue Note and put that together.
That's awesome.
And that got changed when Rancid No Effects, because they're like, no, we need to do our own.
We need to do the art. I'm like, really? Because we have like 4 volumes, and like this is the way it's going to look. Like down the line, they all look. Have this look.
They did the whole thing different. Dang.
Yeah. That's cool. I mean, that's look. Rancid and No Effects want to do a record for us.
I know.
Do whatever you want.
I was talking to the Souls.
Biggest record we ever had.
Last time they were, last time the Souls were out, they came up from the airport because I live near LAX, so they come up. We just do happy hour, and then they're like, "You gonna come down to the show?" I'm like, "Probably not," because we just. I'm like,
I was driving Orange
because they were playing in Orange County, and I'm like, I don't go down there, and. I was talking about the Split series with them. I'm like, and then they changed the whole thing, and they're like, that kind of messed the whole series up. And Brian's like, well, we did a split with a rapist, so I don't know.
Oh shit, that's right.
Yeah, but we didn't know that. We just thought he was a weird dude.
Oh yeah,
he was a weird dude.
The weird dudes.
And then he's a lot weirder than we thought.
Sure. That was a crazy one. There's also a Trio One-Man Army split too, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a really good one.
And you dropped a business record. I love the business.
Yeah.
Unseen.
And you guys still are maintaining all these. No, you ended up.
I was going to say
Joe
Nelson
and Trust, and what's his
Matt Pincus.
Matt,
Matt Pincus, the best.
Oh,
dude.
so you ended up selling?
We sold a majority stake, like 51% ownership in the catalog.
Wow.
So that's
you still have a part of it. Like,
yeah, we're 49% owners.
Nice.
So so they repackaged a bunch of stuff. They repackaged Sound and Fury.
Yeah, it's great.
Did a box set. They did that for
7 seconds.
7 seconds. They've done 2.
So, okay, now it's all coming together.
The Aggression record. The first SNFU is almost ready.
Right.
Yeah.
7 seconds coming more. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
Aggression.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. Like remastering and like weighted vinyl and like nice packaging.
What was the biggest BYO was, and how many people working there at one time? That was the most people working there one time.
10 maybe.
10?
8 to
12.
12. Yeah.
Okay.
When we were in the place on
the marina,
Glencoe in the marina, that was the biggest, because we moved from the one space to the next door where it was double the space.
Yeah.
So we had one. It was a warehouse, so we had a warehouse with records, and then next door to that, connected to that, was offices.
Yeah.
Office.
And all this stuff's been selling for all these years, right? The catalog stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Despite people saying, "Well, you guys should put that back in print." I'm all, it is in print, motherfucker. You just don't know. It's always been in print. Didn't go out of print.
Right.
Then how many people working there the past couple of years before you made up at Trust Records?
Me.
Just you. Wow.
Wow.
And me.
You too.
You didn't do shit. What are you talking about? What did you do?
I stopped.
For the new, the last thing we released.
I was more involved in.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So,
yeah.
I did that.
That was 15 years ago. No, that was more than that. Was 17 years ago.
Yeah, and then it just got busy with the festival. So
the festival.
I mean,
festival's crushing.
Basically, be a distributor would send an order and then he'd fill it.
The festival was massive.
I'd fill it. I'd shit the fucking records out of my ass. Yeah, I had to go to the pressing plant and all the stuff that I always did. I still did it.
Yeah, but we weren't signing anyone or
No.
doing
Oh, okay,
promotion.
yeah.
We weren't
Anything
doing
new.
promotion. Or
What's the last
anything.
band you guys signed? BYO.
Yeah.
Whoever they were, they bankrupt us.
Nothington, I think, was probably the last.
So last thing?
I think so.
No, because
Who else was
I
there?
don't know.
There was 112 and 116. Those were the two catalog numbers. So
Damn.
this, I think, was 120 or something like
And then punk rock bowling just started as like actual bowling. It was
that.
just
It was a
started-
party.
It was a party.
Okay.
Punk
Yeah.
rock bowling.
Yeah,
The story of punk rock bowling. I'll do it real quick. Andre Duguay, we used to do a fanzine in Dalton, Massachusetts. Do you remember the name of it?
No.
I forget.
Okay.
He was back in the 80s. He wrote to us. He ends up coming out to California in the late 90s and starts working at BYO. What did he do? Sales, yeah. He's a wonderful guy, but he's a peculiar personality.
Okay.
But he hears that Fat.
We still
is
love
doing-
you, Andre.
We love you, Andre. Yeah. He hears that Fat Records is doing a bowling league, and he's all, we should do a bowling league here. And he said, yeah, we like to bowl. So Bayshore, which is now torn down.
Yeah, in
recently
Jersey.
torn
Yeah,
down.
Asbury Park.
No.
Oh, no.
Bayshore in Santa
Okay,
Monica.
I thought it was a bowling alley in Jersey.
Yeah,
sorry.
we went to Jersey to do
Well, there is a bowling alley there. We used to do it.
Yeah.
Play shows there. Sorry. go
So we do a league there. Us, Epitaph, I think Fearless Records,
Hopeless.
Records, a bunch of other other fanzines and bands and whatever. It was probably, I don't know, 15 or 20. What Andre didn't tell us is that he's a fucking really good bowler, which was great. But did we win? I don't think we won. I think Epitaph might. We didn't
Yeah.
know. Epitaph guys are very
ahead.
competitive.
Really?
Yeah.
So after the
They
league is
practice
done, Yeah,
all
they-
year.
yeah, they,
All
yeah,
year.
yeah, they
Ah,
got super
all
into it.
year.
So I think it was maybe 2-3 months, and after it was done, we had a playoff at the end. But we said this is cool. We should do this again. And he's like, we should do this in Vegas. And I said, fuck yeah, we love to go to Vegas. So we conceived of doing a tournament.
Yeah,
in
like
Vegas.
let's get Fats the league up there
Yeah.
and this league, and we'll all meet there, and it'd be like our South by Southwest, but just for
Bowling.
indie label.
Indie label.
Yeah, I don't think there was that kind of forethought.
No, there was. What are you
South
talking
by
about?
Southwest. No,
That's what it was.
was-
It was like, what do we want? Like, let's do our own party. And when
Yeah.
it started blowing up by the second year, all these majors that were hitting us up,
Really?
hey, we want to get a team. We're like, you're not
No,
invited.
Not invited.
No majors
No
allowed.
majors
That's
allowed.
right.
Independent only. No independents distributed exclusively by majors allowed either.
Damn.
And no independents.
Well, that's not true because Epitaph was involved.
That's true. Although maybe they weren't distributed by a major.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
So it blew up pretty fast. The year, next
Yeah,
year
the
was pretty-
first year was 26 teams, and then the next year sold out.
Damn. Dude.
So we
Yeah.
were
And that's
at
just
the-
people fans of the people coming to watch you guys bowl.
people could come.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
People
always
come.
open to the public.
But we'd stay where the bowling was, so
Yeah.
it was like one squad, and then it turned into two squads, and then
Yeah.
three squads
Yeah.
where everyone's in the hotel. So even if you weren't bowling, you'd be down on the lanes, like
watching
you know,
your friends bowl,
watching
and then, I'm
Fat
bowling
and
this
Epitaph in
afternoon,
the
you know.
championship. Everyone booing Epitaph.
Who's a
and
great?
cheering.
Who's
Yeah, Epitaph got booed a lot.
who's a great bowler? Like besides people in
Yeah.
bands, like I know you guys bowl. Any other bands that were great bowlers? Is Fat Mike good? I heard no.
He's okay.
He's all right.
It depends on how many drugs he's done.
Okay. Respect.
I see.
Gotcha.
He had some good games. They won one year,
Oh, okay.
and they were in the playoffs. In the finals another year that they lost. I think they lost.
Pistol
Did you
grip.
win anything?
Pistol grip was a good. Yeah, there was prize money. Like
Yeah.
Oh, shit, okay.
thousands.
Yeah, because you have to pay for the team, right?
Okay,
4
yeah.
people. I think it started off at about $200. It's $220 for a 4-person team.
I think originally it was like sponsor merch. There'd be
Okay,
a little
yeah.
money, and then we had like the worst team got like.
They got the shitty porn because Andre also worked after he wasn't working at BYO anymore. He started working in the porn industry. First he was craft service, then he was B-roll. I remember him I remember him telling. He's like, I really realized that I'm completely oblivious to this shit because I'm rolling B-roll and they're doing anal, and I'm like, hold on, guys, can you just pull it out and get your ass a little more over here because I can't. There's shadows right now coming.
Jeez.
And he's all,
A
and
lot
it
of
didn't even
shadows.
phase me.
Jesus.
So
Never
he
getting
would
the
get
job.
he would get this crazy porn. That's the
Crazy shit.
weird shit that nobody really wanted.
You know who would win it? The worst stuff was Tilt Wheel, because they'd be the worst team every year, and so they
do
would
it on
get
purpose
to get the stuff.
just to get the crazy.
They'd
shitty
wear
porn.
costumes. Yeah, it was crazy.
The guy would be out there with a trombone while the person's. trying to jinx people.
Oh yeah.
And they bowled. They managed to bowl like one pin each on almost every frame, which is talent. That takes talent.
Yeah.
I guess so.
It's not
yeah.
easy to do.
Just
'Cause, you know,
you guys are a good team though.
we were all right. I was the weakest link.
Yeah,
But we had Andre, and
Okay.
then one of our interns, Diego, he started bowling with Andre and learned how to bowl with this crazy spin,
Spins,
right?
yeah.
And he got really good too. But he also would drink a lot, so that was it. He would be great the day one, and then day two we'd be running around trying to find him, and he'd be passed out. Like, dude, can you bowl?
Yeah, I can bowl.
You guys say custom balls and everything. You guys said shirts.
They
and-
do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'd roll them with two or three
we'd
balls.
make shirts.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, we made shirts. Everybody, it was a costume thing. It was the girls would always get all, have different outfits every year. We would just have one shirt, like this is
One shirt for 10 years.
Yeah.
And then when did you guys start adding music to
The
it?
shirt didn't fit anymore.
No, there was music from day one. So
okay.
the first year we had a party after we bowled the first day, and then we had a playoffs the next day.
Okay.
Did we have a playoffs? I don't remember.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, it'd be Friday night a show, but we'd, get bands like, hey, cut a deal or something.
Yeah.
Then we take it to like the House of Blues. Like later, it would be
Okay.
House of Blues or some other thing.
Yeah,
Like
probably wasn't the House
we
of
have
Blues
all
first
these
year.
people, 250 bowlers, and they're all going to get in for free.
Got you.
And the bands are going to play for a little less. And
Yeah.
that was pretty much the deal. And then bowl 2 days and have an awards party on Sunday.
And the
Wherever.
first awards party was at the Double Down. You know the
Mhm.
Double Down?
Yeah.
And me
Gimmies.
first and the Gimme Gimmies played. It
Perform-
was
yeah.
one of their first shows.
One of the
Pat.
first shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever think about doing it in Europe? Would it make any sense?
Mm.
No.
We did it in
Expensive
we
as
did it
hell,
in
man.
Asbury.
We did it in Asbury for a couple of years, which it was
right, I remember
it was
that.
cool. Killer
Mhm.
lineups.
Right.
You guys played, I think.
You played
Yeah.
different. Yeah.
Mm.
Did
Yeah.
you play
Wow.
the year
The specials played with we had
Oh,
Charles
no.
Bradley
Charles
out
Bradley?
there.
Oh,
That
no,
was
what year was
awesome.
that?
Charles Bradley was fucking insane. It was so good.
But Europe, no.
Nah.
No, they
Nah.
first of all, they don't even know
Bowling.
they have 10 pin there unless you're going to be on a United
Yeah.
States Army military base.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
So they do 5 pin.
Oh, no.
They do 5 pin
Yeah.
in Canada. We never bowled 10 pin until we came to America. It was 5
Interesting.
pin.
Yeah, right,
5
right.
pin's tough,
Mhm.
5 pin, there's no holes, just hold the ball.
and the pins are like
Kinda
really
like-
far apart.
yeah.
Right.
Were you guys bowling for a long time before this idea came up? Like,
Just
Okay.
go bowl
No,
once in
bowling-
a while for
The thing
fun.
about
It's like
bowling
shooting
fun, I
is
love
ball.
you
it.
can party and bowl.
yeah,
Right.
yeah,
And
yeah,
anybody can bowl.
Yeah.
You don't have to be good. And then we instituted a handicap to try and help. So it wasn't the same teams every year.
Right.
Epitaph.
Yeah, Epitaph.
Epitaph. Damn.
I think they won like 3 years in a row.
Not in a row.
They won
but
2 years in
3.
a row, and then the next year
We beat them, I think, right?
We-
stopped their 3-peat. I don't know.
no,
Sounds good.
they beat
Sounds
us.
good.
They beat us one year to win.
They beat us one year
by
by
one
1 pin.
pin.
Yeah.
Oh,
Really?
Bummer.
Yeah, that was one of the most exciting playoffs.
Wow.
I blame
love
myself,
this.
but it didn't matter.
What bands have played the most at punk rock bowling?
Yeah, that's a
Manic
good-
Hispanic.
Okay.
Because they were the awards party band.
Okay.
So every year they were, we don't do the awards party anymore.
Okay.
And then
But-
punk rock karaoke. I think.
Now punk rock
Oh,
karaoke
that's
because
right.
they play every year.
There's the final show.
I
Yeah.
see.
And is there a band like a bucket list band you guys haven't had played yet?
Oh yeah,
a lot of
question.
them. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
What do you got?
this is Social Distortion's first year.
Yeah.
They've never played.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, that's their first.
Who,
year.
No
who else is
way.
on this list?
Oh, Toy Dolls. We've been trying to get them for years.
Okay.
And
Pretty
yet
much
August
everybody-
coming out with the Cockney Rejects. He
So
plays with the
hopefully-
Cockney
Ah,
Rejects,
yeah, that's
Or they
cool.
won't come out with
and
Toy
I'm
Dolls.
like, I don't even understand. David in Spain.
Yeah.
David's booking him all the time, and I don't know what the deal is. He's like, yeah, he'll play a festival, just don't call it punk rock bowling. I'm like, he's playing punk rock holiday.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it's the same.
He's playing all this stuff. What's the difference? I don't even get it. I don't know
We'll
what the
find out when he comes out because we always thought it was something to do with the Coachella thing, because they came out, they played Coachella, and I don't know.
Radius Claws or some weird thing?
No.
Oh.
They
we
played
were
it
gonna get
10,
him that
15
year.
years ago.
Oh, okay, okay.
Well, we were
okay.
going to get him that year, and then the last
Ah.
minute they went and chose Coachella. It was
Well,
like,
Joe's Coachella's fucking money. I don't blame
Yeah,
him. I
yeah.
totally understand.
yeah,
Take the money.
played to like
Why not?
What do I Social Distortion
1,500
took so long
people.
to play, man? We've been traveling, man.
Well, they're
Where's
just
some
now
other-
starting to play like they
What?
did the Bad
Some
Religion.
other bands that you want to
Mm.
carry?
Viagra Boys.
Viagra Boys,
That could-
Idols,
what you about
Operation
to say-
Ivy. Yeah,
That could happen, man.
I've talked to Tim. He says,
Yeah.
yeah.
Amyl and the Sniffers.
Amyl and the Sniffers.
Oh,
That would be great.
Well, they wanted to play, but
Mhm.
they're on
Coachella.
they are.
this year.
Oh
yeah.
wow!
Wow.
Kneecap. Coachella.
I just heard about Kneecap
Yeah, like
recently.
Coachella.
Yeah, they're great.
I just heard about Kneecap.
Soft
yeah.
play.
Okay.
Coachella.
Jesus.
This year.
Yeah, they took. Yeah, I think
Bob
I'm like.
Dylan, Coachella.
I'm like, man, I think someone's tapping my phone over there.
Right.
there's like
we
a-
were done.
The sad thing is those bands will play, and most of them, apart from Amyl and the Sniffers,
Viagra Boys will do good at Coachella.
yeah, and Viagra Boys, they'll do well. But
I've never been to a Coachella, so I don't. I
Me
can't
neither.
Imagine the
I went for the first
crowd.
time ever last year. Let's say for one day.
You think the crowd are gonna be into that?
No.
some people will.
Some
Okay.
people.
But most of those bands, not Amyl and the Sniffers, Viagra Boys, will probably play on one of the two main stages, but the other ones will probably play in that tent.
Yeah, that's what Scowl
Nah,
played.
Yeah.
No
Okay.
barricade though.
I
Just-
see.
that was
No,
kinda
no,
cool.
they won't. They'll play in the tent. The
Amyl and the
side stage.
Sniffers?
The big one, the one that holds like
That's where
4,000.
Scowl played. Like
no,
the
it doesn't
hardcore
hold
bands.
4,000. It holds 2. When was the last time you were at Coachella?
Well, I went to Stagecoach and I had old man.
when was the
Markley.
last time you were at Coachella?
It was the same stage as Stagecoach.
No, it doesn't hold 4,000.
3,000.
He's never been to Coachella.
No.
Yeah, I went
Yeah,
for the
me
first time.
either.
It was overwhelming, man. It was just
Yeah,
a
it
day.
is.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
God.
enjoyed it.
Nah.
I've been a couple times.
Okay, okay.
I had fun.
It's not my thing.
But I saw Charles
Yeah.
Bradley there. I saw Kaleo. Do you know that band?
Mm-mm.
It's a blues rock band from, I think, Norway. Fucking awesome.
Oh, that's
They're really
cool.
good. I saw AC/DC.
Okay.
They were,
They play Coachella?
yeah, this
Yeah, they
about
played there.
10, 12 years ago.
Oh my God.
Damn.
Wow.
Who else? I can't think. I saw a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah, Ian goes out there too.
Yeah, Ian goes out, but he
Yeah.
doesn't. I don't even know. I saw him, and I don't even know if he stays for the bands. Really, he's there early and he
Checking
checks
out
out
yeah.
the layout. And
It's
everything.
really cool, man. Yeah, him
Yeah.
and Bill Fold. Yeah, right.
Yeah. I bumped into him and he's like, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "I came." It's funny too because probably the previous conversation I had with him was at a Fugazi show, and he's like, "What are you doing here?" I'm like, "Came to see you twice. Once in L.A., which okay, I'm in L.A. So of course I'm gonna come.
Yeah.
Another time was in Switzerland, and he's like, "What are you doing here?" And I'm on tour. This is when Youth Brigade was broken up. I was on tour. I had this other band. That's it. I'm on tour. We had a day off, so I figured I'd come and see you. And then Dolph. Do you know Dolph from Trust?
No.
Trust magazine in Germany. He is their booker,
Okay.
and he was with them. And he's like, "Shawn, you want a beer?" I've known Dolph for many years, and I'm like, "Yeah, what? They're straight edge." He's like, "Well, the beer's for me, of course." And I'm like, "Fuck yeah!" So I'm drinking beer, and fucking, they were amazing because they're always amazing.
Yeah.
And then he comes off stage. He's like, "Shawn, is this like some sort of party for you?" I'm all, "Fuck yeah, it is." I mean, is it not for you? Do you not enjoy it? I mean, if I'm on the road, I want to enjoy myself. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want it to ever be a job. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it was for him, but
Yeah.
you know. But I've seen bands now these days where it's like it's a job.
Oh,
I know,
definitely,
Sad.
100%.
It's
The
sad.
bands don't talk to each other.
Yeah.
They have, like, different dress rooms.
Oh yeah, tell them about Weezer.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody passing like the set list to each tour manager
Yeah,
to
that's
add and cross out things on there.
It's
Right.
so weird.
Teleprompters.
The
all that stuff.
dysfunction of these bands, and they're still doing it because they need the money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
sad,
yeah.
man.
well,
One
it's
guy-
to live their lifestyle, you know. They
Yeah.
have that money for their lifestyle. They might
But
be
not even
living.
big bands are
No.
doing
Yeah.
that either. All kinds
No,
of-
little bands.
Little
do that.
bands.
Oh,
Bands
yeah.
where one guy, the singer's traveling separately from the rest of the band.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's bizarre.
Yeah.
It is,
For
I would
me.
never
They don't
I
even
would-
talk to each other.
Yeah,
to see each other on stage, and that's
I
it. This
can't
is
do
really
that.
true. A lot
Yeah.
of bands we know.
Yeah,
too.
they hug each other, but they hate each other.
Ooh.
I would never. I could never do that. I could never be like that. I love my band
Nah,
members. I would never do that.
Yeah.
I'd rather actually work a shitty job than be miserable like that and not travel with the people that's supposed to be your friends and write songs
I
with.
mean, how
It's
can
weird,
you
man.
how can you put on have a good show if you don't like the people that you're playing with?
Right.
Yeah,
It's weird.
it really is.
Because the joy of playing to me has to come out on stage for people to be able to have a good time.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
If there's this dysfunction there,
You
I-
know what they're calling it in there. You know it's forced.
yeah.
You can tell, man.
But unfortunately,
tell.
The thing is, if you're a musician, you notice this shit way
Yes,
more than if
exactly.
you're not. Just
Yeah.
like when a
True.
band is not on and when they're making mistakes and shit.
Yeah.
Most people don't hear that, but you hear
Oh
it.
yeah. I'm like,
You hear it
"Ooh."
and you laugh. Yeah, exactly. You're like, oh,
Oh,
shit.
shit.
Somebody fucked that
Yeah.
up. Oops.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's like a James Brown moment. Gotcha.
Are you guys sober guys?
Fuck no.
Okay. You've never been sober your whole life?
Fuck no.
Damn. You never straight edge back then or nothing?
Never.
No.
Damn.
People would
You
always
either?
like, oh, you guys are hardcore straight edge. I'm all, you got the wrong band.
Well, the name Youth Brigade sounds like youth crew kind of style.
Yeah, but there was a youth brigade in D.C.
I know.
That's why. They
I
were
know.
straight. They're the straightest ones, not us.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
remember-
even know.
Did you
Half
ever
of those
meet up
guys.
with them? Where you're like,
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
up?
yeah.
Were you like, what's up?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we did that.
pretty much.
We did that, but
Are you
but we
serious?
were but we were kidding. We were kidding.
Step to them?
I haven't stepped him up.
Yeah, we did a little bit. It was.
I remember a
joke, though.
show, I think it was in Florida, and this kid was, this kid with a mohawk was in the
yeah.
front. He's just screaming for a song like the whole time. And I'm like, I don't know what the guy's talking about. And finally I realized after like 4 or 5 songs in, oh, he thinks we're DC Youth Brigade. So like we just play the whole set, and after I'm just like, wrong band, buddy.
Oh yeah, people do it on the internet all the time.
Oh my god.
Still, right?
Yeah, they'll put up a picture of us and they'll play the Youth Brigade DC song. I'm all, really? How lazy are you in the day of the internet?
Oh yeah, like a
That you can't
Really?
even
promoter
fucking-
for a show. Yeah.
Come on.
Really?
A promoter for a show, yeah. Put out the wrong
Not
picture.
even surprised.
And that's a band that hasn't existed really for 40 years or something.
Yeah, I wonder how long
Yeah,
they lasted
yeah.
back then. Yeah.
They were a year, not even.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm
All
sure.
right, so no, you
think
sober
I-
too, and no sobriety for you?
Me no.
You guys always just drank your whole lives? You guys
Well,
maintain. You guys
Drank our
do-
whole
not-
lives away.
not-
No,
not-
we don't drink heavy.
We drank
Yeah.
Manischewitz at the Seder, when we
I don't
were
know what that
little.
is. What is that?
That's a Jewish drink.
Okay.
Shitty Jewish wine.
Okay.
It's really
Really
yeah.
bad. The first time I ever realized that somebody was drunk or altered was at a Passover Seder when my cousins were laughing and giggling and sliding down under the table, and I'm all, what's going on with them? And they're like, my mom's all, oh, they've been drinking the Manischewitz.
Deep in the
Yeah,
Manischewitz.
because, you drink wine at the meal as part of the ritual.
Yeah.
You read the fucking prayer. And
You drink
the-
on stage?
Yeah.
I love it. I don't give a fuck. We've always been like that, yeah.
Yeah.
He
Is
just
it-
had it in his mind. I guess you were like,
How much preparation is there for punk rock bowling? Like, after the first one's, like, this one's done, you're already on to the next one. Like, how much work goes into it during the year leading up to it?
And now it's like
A
10,
lot.
11 months.
wow.
10 or 11 months?
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's almost
So-
like a full-time, just it's full-time for you guys?
full time.
Damn.
I mean, realistically, we should start booking like 18 months out.
It's
Okay.
getting
Yeah.
so crazy competitive now that, yeah.
It's
Or
hard
like
to.
all the other, other festivals? You
Well,
mean?
you're
Okay.
dealing with corporate music world now.
It's gonna be difficult to get the timing for all those bands to be at that moment to get sort of
It
It
ends up-
is because, what people don't really understand. I think most people they know about it, but they don't really think about it, is that we've all grown up with recorded music, and
Yeah.
that is dead,
Mhm.
right? Spotify has killed that.
Mhm.
True.
Bands receive independent bands. Most people may not know this, but independent bands get 1/100th of a penny for a stream. That's nothing.
Damn.
So I get that. Oh, it's so easy to get the music, but it sucks because
Yeah.
the bands aren't getting paid.
At
So
all. Yeah.
you earn your living now playing
Yeah,
live shows.
Live shows. Yeah.
So-
And merch.
and
Yeah.
merch.
Yeah, and merch.
Yeah.
And that's why bands that still make records or CDs, they sell them at the shows
Yeah.
mostly.
True.
Mhm.
And that's the business of it. So bands are playing out and planning tours, and we're trying to convince them that include punk rock bowling in your tour,
Mhm.
because that will be great. But a lot of bands are like, oh, it's a festival, we get this much for a festival.
Yeah. Or there's a
Right.
big corporate promoter that's just gonna pay up
Right.
Yeah.
crazy money.
We're doing that with the Souls
Mhm.
tour.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm stoked. And we're playing with Hot Water Music, which I never played with before. It's exciting, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? You
Yeah,
never
yeah.
played with Hot Water?
We're doing a club show with you guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm excited.
Oh, yeah,
I have
yeah,
the.
yeah.
I have
That's
the,
cool, though. I never played
I
with
have the
them
new
before.
flyer for you.
Oh, you do? Oh, thank you.
It's in my pocket.
In your pocket. So how many people working for Punk Rock Bowling?
I mean, the staff that the sort of core staff that runs 6-8 months working with us is 2, 3, the two of us, 5, 6, 7, maybe 10,
Okay,
10, 12. Some people come on in April
Mm-hmm.
or so, help. And then at the festival, we probably got 50, 75 with the box office people.
Have you been approached by big corporations?
Oh,
Like,
to
we
buy
want
it?
to be a part of this. Like, we want to have this at Punk Rock Bowling.
You mean
Oh, to sponsor or to buy it?
Oh, yeah.
Sponsors.
Yeah, Monster's a sponsor.
Oh, that's
and has
huge.
been for
huge.
many years now.
Mhm.
PBR is our big beer sponsor.
Okay.
PBR, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've had Modelo before, Voodoo Ranger. I mean, it's a heavy drinking crowd, although
Yeah.
it's not as heavy as it used to be
Right.
because younger people just don't drink the way they.
That's true.
The way
Yeah, this
we-
generation.
We had Doc Martens when you
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Vans for
Vans for a while.
The Punk Rockers in the pool is gnarly, dude. At these hotels, if you ever been, it's crazy.
Yeah, I was there with you.
Oh,
watching.
yeah, it's wild, man. It's
That's my
crazy
first
cool.
punk rock bowling.
Oh shit!
I
Yeah,
mean,
it's a good business.
I wasn't really living in the country for like over 20 years, so I never had I didn't know what it was going on.
Was it Us and Judge or something, or was it a late show, or was it the pool party?
Yeah.
With 7
we were so
seconds?
7 seconds.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Youth of Today.
Yeah.
And,
It's wild
and
out there.
Yeah, and Dag Nasty.
Oh yeah. That was
yeah.
cool.
That was very cool.
Punk rock bowlings, yeah, it's wild, man. That must bring so much to the city, right? I mean, the city makes a lot of money, but don't you think punk rock bowling really helps?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's one of
I
their
should-
it's one of their biggest events downtown.
We've talked about, but what's happened is that one of those big corporations. Well, I'll say it. Live Nation is I don't really
Go ahead and say it.
I mean,
We all know who you're talking
who am I
about.
hiding it from? They created that one day mega festival idea, right?
Yeah.
And so the first one was When We Were Young, and they did that
Yes.
in Vegas, out of that parade, that festival grounds. That was first used by Rock in Rio.
That's what I was just gonna say. Like, I was
25 years, 30 years.
We
20
played the Rock in Rio, Las Vegas.
Yeah.
It was like they lost a lot of money.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Remember
You played
that.
You played that?
Yeah, it was like
Damn.
Metallica.
Yeah.
Like some
Oh,
other-
shit.
That site holds 65,000 people.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was-
And When We Were Young sold it out the first year, which was 2021. Yeah. No, 2022. I don't remember. 2022, I think. It was the first year. Sold out 3 days. So
3 days.
3 days, but same bands each day.
Yeah.
$250 for one day, right? First day got wind blown out.
Yeah, I remember
Couldn't-
that.
They had to cancel the
They had to
first day.
cancel. Yeah.
And so all those people that flew in, because most people come
Yeah.
in, they
Yeah.
don't live. It's not all
Yeah,
Vegas
yeah.
people. They couldn't see the show, right?
Yeah.
It's like they
Damn.
couldn't go the next day because it was sold out.
Right.
And yeah,
Oh.
So they didn't get their
man.
tickets for that.
that I don't know.
Wow.
I imagine they
Damn.
refunded people because they probably had cancellation. Wow, are you checking for mold on that? That's a bad sign.
No, he's not. Does When We Were Young, does that help punk rock bowling at all?
No.
No,
Absolutely
not at
not.
all.
No, just bring attention to Vegas. Well, I don't fucking
Well, and
know.
also like that formula of like we're gonna on paper it looks great. Hey, we got
Yeah.
150 bands. We're doing 5 stages, but realistically,
65 bands.
65
Yeah,
bands.
65
Okay.
bands.
how many?
How they do that?
5
What,
stages.
Yeah, how many bands can you see?
You
15,
can't, man.
And you're
Yeah.
running
15,
around half
20.
the time.
Yeah.
You're missing one of
And
your
the
favorite
thing
bands
about
for
punk
sure.
rock bowling is we have 14 bands a day at the festival, but
Mhm.
they all alternate. So you could watch 14 complete sets.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can.
And then at night with the after parties, they're all individually priced tickets. So if you want to go see these shows, you're going to see all these bands.
Right.
It's
Right.
true.
And you can hop,
You
go-
can hop down the
right.
street.
you can
yeah.
hop to some of these. So in the end, the price to go for, the one day and a club show. So that's 18 bands, 19 bands. You're
Mhm.
going to see 19 full sets.
for sure.
Yeah.
Damn.
As opposed to, some of these festivals look good, but I mean, they're charging, it's like $350
It's
a
crazy.
day,
It's
$400
crazy
for a
amount.
day.
For
It's-
one
Plus,
day.
plus
And
the
it's
food
like-
and the water there
And
too.
it
Yeah.
looks like you're like, oh, there's all these bands playing, but you're never going to see them all.
Yeah.
Half of
right.
them are playing at the same time.
That's
Yeah.
what I like about the Warped Tour, playing that. You're playing against your friends sometimes,
Yeah,
that was
another
hard,
thing.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Warped Tour, all the stages and stuff.
That's
That was a
crazy.
bum out.
Vegas.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
think
that's why
about it,
we-
65,000 people. You got to walk through that crowd to get to the other
It's
stage.
true.
Yeah.
It's so true.
Yeah.
Are they
I
still
mean,
doing
that
that
was
festival
crazy.
there?
Which
Yeah,
one?
When We Were Young. So,
Oh, yeah.
so they did When We Were Young started, and then
Sick
in the
World.
spring, Sick New World, right? And then it's the same guy who was the one who came into Live Nation to book it all. And then after Sick New World, Then he created there was a hip hop one. I can't remember.
Oh wow.
Lovers and Friends or something
Okay.
like that. And then they did the one this summer that was like soul and funk and lowrider and all that. It was an amazing bill. But that one, I think they sold 40,000 tickets, but 40,000 tickets apparently didn't make any money.
Yeah.
And then the Booker guy, I heard he left Live Nation, and the new people that came in were also independent guys that started working with Live Nation. They canceled Sick New World because they said basically it wasn't selling enough tickets. Metallica was on.
I
it,
remember
right?
Wow.
there was not enough. The tickets were ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like you said, the price, and people are like, I'm not paying this. And there weren't enough. And actually, the bands that they wanted, they wanted a
Crazy
amount
money.
of
Yeah, I heard they. The rumor
Really?
was
It was like
$5 million for
for each,
Metallica.
yeah, at Linkin Park.
Yeah,
$5 million each.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
for
Yeah.
the two big ones.
And
So
the thing is that it can't sustain itself. People
Yeah.
don't have
No.
that kind of money.
Nope.
So, and I get it. Bands, it's the only way to make a living now. But if people blame, a lot of times it's the promoter, but it's a promoter that's offering this crazy money to
Sure.
set
Yeah.
a
It is the
precedent.
promoter's fault.
Yeah.
Is what's happening. And it's like, all right, well, we can't do that. I would have to charge this much money and no one's going to come. So like, where's it going to break?
Right.
It's getting to a point where it's too expensive for people to just go and have a day out to a show.
It's
Yeah.
way too expensive.
know.
Yeah,
It's
but what-
ludicrous.
But the business model here is for Live Nation is, well, we already control, Ticketmaster. They own it. Remember, Live Nation comes from Clear Channel. Remember the Billboard
Yeah.
company?
And it's a Canadian company.
Was it?
Yeah, it started. Live
Started
Nation.
maybe,
Yeah.
but they
Clear
got
Channel.
bought out.
Yeah.
So they buy up Ticketmaster, so they have a monopoly on the tickets, which should not be allowed. But I
Right.
mean, in this year, in the era of the government
You're
that we
right.
have now, that's all thrown
It's all
out the
good.
window, right?
Yeah.
But Live Nation's idea, just like, and I'll get to Spotify next, but their idea is to buy out all the independents and control the venues, right? And once they control the venues and the ticketing and the promoter, right, they can, even though they're paying these bands crazy
They'll dictate
amounts
the
of money, they
price.
can dictate the price. They can say, if you want to play a show, you have to book it with us if you're on
Yeah.
any certain level,
Yeah.
because there's nowhere else to go. And now, we're going to control how much you get paid. I don't know if you know about dynamic pricing, what they call.
Mm.
Basically, they created this thing they call dynamic pricing. They're saying, well, scalpers are going in and they're buying all these tickets and they're scalping them. So we want to stop that, right? No, they don't want to stop it. They want to control it, and they're scalping them themselves. But instead of calling it scalping, they call it dynamic pricing. So
Wow.
they went to, for example, Taylor Swift a few years ago, before she was big, but she hadn't blown up necessarily as big. They said, let us book your whole tour, and we will offer out all your fan club the tickets first, right?
Yeah.
And we'll do this for you. And what happened was, because they're controlling the amount of tickets that are going, well, yeah, all those fans got offered the first amount of tickets, the cheap tickets, was very, very few. And so those sold out, and then and basically it's all sold out. You can't get any tickets, but you can buy on the secondary market that we control for $1,000 or something
Damn,
crazy.
That's right.
So they're controlling all this, and the bands are unaware or ignorant, or they're getting a kickback. I don't know what it is. The problem is there's too many goddamn parasites in this business,
Yeah.
right?
Mm.
Absolutely.
The artists don't understand that without them, this business doesn't exist. And what the business controllers are trying to do is say, no, I'm the one in control, and if you want
Yeah.
to play, you have to do what I say. And if the artist had a union, and there is a union,
Yeah.
but the union is for symphony and studio and all that. If there wasn't a union and the artists got together and made a union and said, this is how it's going to be, and you want us to play, then you're going to play our rules, and no more of this bullshit. They
Yeah.
could do that, but they don't.
And the symphony, you're right. That union is strong.
Yeah.
Like, it's like we played with done collaboration. They're like, what happened? Where is everybody? And they're like, they have their break.
Yeah.
It's time to
Yeah,
this
yeah.
time. We have to stop at this
Mhm.
specific time. We have to do everything within their rules. It's like they have the power. And I was
Yeah.
like, that's impressive.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
that's what unions do.
Yeah.
Unions work for the workers.
Right.
And I don't understand all these people disparaging unions. Unions are what kept this country going. Unions,
Absolutely.
socialism is a bad word. Motherfucker, there's so many programs in this country that are socialist. The things that you take for granted, Social Security, Medicare, why is it that the politicians get universal health care for life, but it's good enough for them, but it's not for the rest of us. Social Security is universal health care. It's just after you reach a certain age. And Europe and Canada and all these other countries do it, and it's fine. Why don't we do it? Because they let these fuckers privatize it and make money off of it.
So true, man.
And it's the same thing with the music business. They let these fuckers monopolize this shit. Spotify, why does Spotify get to decide how much money I get from them playing my music?
It's true.
They shouldn't be able to make that
no one
decision.
negotiated that rate.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
They just made it. You want to be on? I pulled all our shit off Spotify years ago.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Trust put it back up.
Yeah,
said,
and then it was back up. I was like, wait, there's...
whatever, fine. I mean,
They put it back up?
they put it back up.
Damn.
Before I was searching, I was like,
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, it was on iTunes.
Because a lot of bands.
On iTunes,
iTunes was awesome. I'll tell you what, digital downloads were great.
Yeah.
It was great for everyone, right?
Mhm.
Because it was $10 for a digital download of a full album. So now there's no manufacturing, no fucking waste,
Right.
no shipping,
True.
Yeah.
all that
Yeah.
shit is cut out. We don't have to spend any money on all that and operate a building to warehouse it, and ship it out, and do all
True.
that. So cut all that expense out, cut all that pollution out.
Right.
You download it for $10. $7 went to the label. $3 went to iTunes. Loved it. Great. Spotify destroyed that.
They did.
Destroyed it. That would have been
The iTunes was
ideal.
alright, yeah.
Ideal. I loved it.
Fuck.
Yeah.
We're the last ones to make the
So
money.
it's
The
just
artists.
like no way to get around Spotify.
Oh, I mean, there's other streamers, but the digital download thing is dead. Why people just they've already been programmed to listen to it on Spotify. Spotify is basically a radio station that you get to choose what you want to listen to, right?
It's true.
And what Spotify is now trying to do is they've been doing this for a few years, and I heard somebody from Spotify being interviewed on the radio a few years ago. You know how they try and they say, you like this, you'd like this, and make suggestions? They're trying to control artists based on that, and what they're really trying to do is create their own music, right? That they hire somebody, and they're already doing it. They hire somebody, and they say, we want music that sounds like this. So you come in, we pay you to make the music. Now we own that. We don't have to pay royalties to anybody and push artists completely out. I don't think it'll work, but there's enough people. This is crazy to me, though. Have you ever met anybody who said, I don't like music? I don't listen to music.
Very few.
Yeah,
Very
but
few,
they
man.
exist.
My Aunt Rosie.
Yeah.
She doesn't listen to music.
She passed away, but yeah, the Royal Crown was staying, and he's like, hey, Auntie Rosie, you got this big house, can we stay there? And so they stayed there, and he said, yeah, we're going to play tonight. You going to come down and see us? And she's like, I don't like music. We always said my mom's sisters were like the sisters of Marge Simpson.
Right.
She's all, music. I hate music. We're like, really?
With the cigarette.
The cigarette and the diabetes needle in her arm.
Oh man.
Yeah, you very seldom meet people who don't listen to music. It's weird, man.
It is weird.
Yeah.
But I mean, also there's people who don't like food.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's those programmers who made that whole Soylent Green thing up. I mean, I know it's taken from a movie, but like, well, I have to eat. I need the nutrients. So I just created this all-in-one thing that you can just drink, and it gives you all the nutrients that you need.
Yeah.
And you never have to get up from your chair for programming.
Oh,
That was a business.
It's fucking quick.
Didn't do very well, but
I wouldn't think so.
no.
What's your take on social media? Are you guys on there?
Yeah.
For work, for promoting,
Yeah.
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 I mean,
for punk rock bowling?
I mean,
BYO. And
yeah, if I wasn't doing the festival, I probably...
Same.
I barely am on it for
Yeah.
anything else, but I got to scour for shows and bands and what's
Yeah.
happening.
dude, you send me shit on Instagram every day. What are you talking about?
Because you end up seeing all that other shit while you're doing that.
Oh, you get a dark hole on there,
Yeah.
man. You start
Yeah.
fucking
You do.
scrolling. It's so fucked.
I mean, look, I think the digital revolution is awesome. I think there's a lot of great possibilities there, and there's been a lot of great things. Unfortunately, we have cowards for politicians who have allowed this to be unregulated, and that goes for everything from, as I discussed, Spotify and music and stuff.
Yeah.
It goes into AI that's coming up, although that I think that is grossly exaggerated, the ability of AI to do all the things they say it can do.
Yeah.
But we'll soon see.
We'll see, yeah.
Yeah, but social media has been allowed to spread disinformation, and they could have regulated it, and they started to. Go look at Europe; they regulate that shit.
Yeah.
China doesn't even allow it. You can do it if you want; they just don't want to because they want the money.
Yeah.
They're getting paid off, and we have a digital guy. Look at Uber. Look at all these businesses, right? They start these businesses like, we're going to disrupt, right? We are going to use the digital revolution and we're going to disrupt. Hey, there's a taxi industry. Well, those guys are in unions, and that's why it's so expensive. Well, we can start a business. You got a car. You need a ride. We'll put you together, but who controls the money? They do.
Yeah.
If you control the money, that motherfucker's your employee. You got to pay him.
Yeah.
Right? You got to make sure he has insurance. Well, we're on the internet. Those rules don't apply to us. And then they make some money, and then they're like lobbying Congress. Well, we should be accepted from all those rules because we're on the internet. And by the time they get around to trying to regulate these businesses, they have money and they can lobby them and they can control the narrative. And you see that with our new president, Elon Musk. It's the same shit. He bought the presidency. His kids said it on TV. We all said it. You're not the president.
I heard about that.
You haven't seen that?
Yeah, you told me about
it's
it.
fucking
classic. I was like, wow.
Yeah. But the truth is in front of our eyes. And these people who voted for have you seen all these videos of people going, I regret that I voted?
Yeah, I did see that. Man.
Do you really thought these motherfuckers gave a shit about you? Why are people defending billionaires? You'll never be a billionaire. Why are you defending a billionaire?
Yeah.
Why do you give a shit? They're destroying this country and this world. They want to fly and they want to colonize Mars. That's a pipe dream. How about saving the one world we know we can live on?
Yeah.
We can do it.
Yeah.
They don't want to because they're greedy pieces of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Here.
What about the homeless? So many things in America we're gonna fucking.
I would love to
man.
see still, like, I'm still on the idea, and I believe that it can be done as like a music union for artists.
Oh shit!
And also a retirement.
Yeah.
For, like
you got Music Cares, but it doesn't do that. I think.
I think if you get enough people on board with
Yeah.
all the artists, musicians, and to create this type of system, it can really help artists and,
Absolutely.
and
Yeah.
young artists coming up.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be like a crazy amount of money for dues. It's just the numbers,
True.
people that are involved, because I think it's something that's conceivable, and it just really drives me crazy. I really would love to see that come together, and I'd love to be a part of creating that music union, especially for health, like at retirement, things like that, which are, and also getting those, the what's deserved of artists.
100%. Look at the film industry. The
That's what I was
the
gonna use as an
guilds
example.
there
Yeah.
are so strong.
Yeah.
Right.
My father is the DGA and the WGA. His retirement benefits are great. The health care is great. My little brother's in the DGA. He's battling disease. He's got great health insurance. The crazy shit, though, is why do we even need that? Why don't we just fucking take the money out of everybody's paycheck like they do in all these other countries and stop monetizing health care?
Yeah.
Healthcare should not be, it's not a privilege, it's a right. Everybody should get healthcare.
I agree.
You shouldn't have to lose your house because you get sick. That's crazy. That
100%,
doesn't
man.
happen anywhere
Go
else.
into debt for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
I know, man.
And
So
education
fucked over
too.
there. Yeah, education.
But you know what? They don't want to educate the population because then they're going to fight against them. They're going to fight against this stuff. So, Reagan started it. Let's cut funding to education. We don't want smart people. We want stupid people. What did Trump say? I love the highly uneducated. Of course he does. They vote for him.
Mm-hmm.
And then he fucks them, and they don't even realize it.
It's crazy, man.
It's facts, though.
Yeah, it's crazy thinking that any president gave a fuck about anybody ever, and all of a sudden these ones are the ones they're gonna idolize like there's some sort of gods,
it
or they
doesn't
actually
ever come
give a
down
fuck.
to like one president making, having that choice
Totally.
at all.
No.
It's never been about that.
No, because they don't have that power. There's a
Yeah.
reason they don't have that
Yeah.
power. It was written in the Constitution. We don't want a king,
Right.
right? That was this
Yeah.
country was founded on. There's a lot of problems in this country before this, okay?
Yeah.
This is not a real democracy. We know it, okay? But it was an experiment that was kind of working and had
Mhm.
hope. It doesn't
Yeah.
seem to have any hope at all anymore. What's it going to take? It's going to take a general strike, right? All those unions and all these people who say, fuck this, I don't want it. And they're doing one in March. But one day ain't going to do it. You got to shut the fucking country down.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's going to be difficult. It's definitely going to be difficult for poor people who are living paycheck to paycheck, but you're going to have to do it. That's what unions enable. They enable you to fight against, an employer who's trying to fuck your union, right? Because they have a fund to help pay people when you go on strike. A strike fund is important. These things are important. Unions are important, but they've been vilifying unions for years.
Oh, yeah.
That's why people are not joining them. It's crazy.
It is a crazy time, man. Just to witness all this stuff. Just like having kids too, and like the future for them when we're gone, what's going to happen in this world. It's fucking scary, man.
It's very scary.
You guys have kids or no?
He has 2 daughters. I don't have any kids.
It's crazy being a parent in this world, How old are your kids?
I got a 25-year-old who's living in Brooklyn.
25-year-old? Damn.
Yeah, and then I got a 3-year-old
Wow.
that I've been traveling with.
Yeah.
And then we just got back from Costa Rica, and I mean, I'm seriously looking to move down there.
He's
Beautiful place.
seriously looking to run away.
Yeah.
Costa Rica is amazing.
Good schools down there. And anyways, just to get out of this.
I know.
This, what's happening here. I don't really want her to have to grow up around this shit.
It's a lot.
It's a lot, man. I definitely think social media makes everything more worse in a sense.
I mean,
magnifies
you
shit.
see, they're trying to ban it in the public schools here, which is awesome. I don't know how that's going to work out.
I saw that too. Just say no phones at certain ages or
I
something.
just thought it was a given that there would be no phones in school.
Me
But
too.
Right.
I would
decided
have that
what the
shit in
things
school.
these kids with their phones. I was like, what is going on here?
Spineless politicians who are like, it's the internet. We don't understand it, so we won't regulate it. Usually it used to be, we don't understand it, therefore you can't have it. Now it's like, we don't understand it, so until we figure it out, do whatever you want. That's pretty much what's been going on for the last 40 years.
Yeah.
So nothing's really changed. Everything we've been.
It's gone from trying to hold you down and not let you innovate to just go do whatever. We don't care anymore.
Right.
Yeah, it's free for all.
It's anarchy. That's what they want. They want anarchy. They want no rules so that they can just rape and plunder and pillage. That's what they're all about.
Yeah. It makes for good songs. It makes good for inspiration, I guess,
It
right?
does. It's great for comedy, too.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Comedy's crushing right now.
Yeah. Honestly, like I'm over comedy too.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to keep hearing about this same shit.
True.
It's not even funny anymore.
Sometimes
I turn it on and I'll watch one joke. I just turn it off. I'm like, I'm done with it.
You feel like, what can I do? And that's the thing, the chaos that you've
Leave.
seen.
Right. It leaves you.
The chaos you've seen over these last, what has he been in office, 4, 5, 6 weeks, whatever it is? That's the plan. It's like chaos.
Yeah.
Exhaust people.
Yeah,
Make them feel so
Steve
frustrated.
Bannon said that a long time ago.
He did. And that's what they're doing. And the sad thing is that the opposition is so feckless. They're just, I'm sorry. I love you, Nancy Pelosi. You've done a lot of great shit. Time to step aside. Chuck Schumer, step aside. You're not inspiring the young generation to get out there and protest. An old Jew sitting there like, we won't stop. We won't stop.
Yeah.
No, sorry, buddy. It ain't working.
It's only February, too.
Yeah.
We got like 4 years.
Bernie Sanders is the only old guy that really gets people.
If they wouldn't have pushed Bernie out, we'd be in a whole different world right
I
now.
know. Don't even get me started.
Yeah.
That's a good
Yeah,
point.
I'm sorry. I feel bad because Hillary Clinton isn't a bad person, and she probably would have done a decent job. But Bernie, he was the man.
They did him dirty, man.
Totally.
Yeah.
That was so unnecessary, and it killed them.
Yeah.
Because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how Trump got in. Trump would have never got in if he was up against Bernie.
No way.
Because Bernie was a better populist.
Yeah.
And Bernie was drawing 30,000 people to his rallies.
Yeah, that's
Clinton
right.
was drawing 5. I'm a promoter. I'm like, he's the headliner. You guys are crazy. You're getting the opening band.
No, because Bernie makes sense. Well, you listen to the guy. And
You would think that, if I was a Democrat or whatever, if you would be grooming somebody young, connected, and be like, okay, let's
Pete
put our
Buttigieg
money here and just keep them involved in everything that should, people's.
Pete Buttigieg would be great, except they're not going to vote for a woman. They're not going to vote for a gay guy.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
but AOC, Jasmine Crockett, there's lots of young people that
Yeah.
are
It
in
really-
politics
it
are
really
great, but
pushed
they're
them,
not
you know?
pushing them.
Nobody
They're
wants that.
not at
Nobody
all.
wants that
No,
job
I
either,
saw
man.
I saw a good interview with
No.
AOC with on Jon Stewart's podcast, and she pretty much laid it out and like being respectful to the but this is the way they do it, and there's a seniority thing, and
I
like
get
he's
it,
like you
yeah.
should be
But
doing
These
that.
are
It's like
drastic
nah,
times.
it's over.
Yeah,
Throw
And
that
she,
shit out the
over.
door.
Exactly.
It's not working.
She even said, we're predictable. So these Republicans,
You're
they got
right.
they got 10 answers for everything. We're either going to do A, B, or C. It's predictable, and they're not doing anything. They all need to go.
And there's
Yep.
nobody in their 50s or 60s that wants to be the president. It's crazy, man. Can't find anybody in this whole
Yeah.
entire country that
They
wants to do that.
I mean, it's
A
just-
young person, like, I don't know.
I just think this can, it's crying for this. They're going to try something different. I mean, I just don't understand how this entire country they can't find somebody
Right.
without like a screwed up background, like with all this luggage and things.
Does
just,
that even
criminal
ma-
elements.
There's no
Does that
perfect
even
people,
matter
though, man.
anymore? I mean, come
Obviously,
on.
it does not. But it's just like, come on. It's like, yeah.
I don't know who.
I mean, somebody that's going to stay focused with like things that are needs for whatever this left and right scenario. It's like, okay, everybody wants, security. Everybody wants, healthcare.
Be
You would
safe.
think.
Everyone wants
Everybody
everything, yeah.
wants education, or the
Yeah.
right to
Tax the
health.
rich.
Yeah.
Tax the
Solved.
And
Tax the rich.
Tax the rich, and they solve it. Get rid of the billionaires.
But
Solve
those dudes are just slipping. I mean, that I think drives me crazier. The fact that they're able to avoid their part and live in this country and control this country
Yeah.
without paying anything.
It's insane.
They're
Yeah.
literally paying so little
Yeah.
in comparison to
Well, plus
what
you-
they should be.
Plus, these guys have so much money, and the programs they're trying to basically take take what little there is
Yeah.
for everybody else who's scraping. Like, it's insane.
Yeah, the crazy thing is they're sowing the seeds of revolution, and they'll be the ones that are going to be hung and get their heads cut off. Someone already posted, when Mussolini you saw it, right? So Mussolini was hung with his mistress and a couple of his associates. Someone already posted in Italy Musk's face on one of them.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Fuck, dude.
It's very
It's very scary, surreal times, man.
Yeah, but see, they have billions, so they
They
can
have
buy an
billion.
army.
Yeah.
They can, but can they buy that army to do what they want them to do? I don't know.
Maybe.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Although then again, look, you got a whole Republican Party that's allowing them to do everything.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's a bunch of people.
I mean, even some of them, you hear that they're. I don't know. I mean, even
They're afraid.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what it is. They're afraid. They don't want to get.
Yeah.
They want to protect their job. That people don't seem to understand. There will be no jobs.
Right.
Yeah.
This is going to exist if you allow this to happen. What they want to do.
All right, this whole interview is
No.
totally
I was going
depressing.
to say on a positive note, Punk Rock Bowling is celebrating 25 years. You can go and escape all this fucking bullshit and
Yeah.
have fun. Go in a fucking pool with 100 other drunk punks. Go see amazing shows. He's going to do it for 25 years. It's fucking awesome.
Incredible.
That's what we celebrate.
Yeah,
Yes.
agreed.
That's
Um,
that's what I say. Punk rock bowling is a chance for the community to come together, to be inspired, to meet up with your friends,
Yeah, man.
your old friends, make new friends, and get a charge to go back out there the rest of the year and fight this shit.
Yeah.
Totally.
Because
Yeah.
that's our job.
Yeah.
Right.
We have to do it. Because
Yeah.
if we don't, who will?
Yeah.
Great.
Right?
You're right. You're
Who's
right.
gonna fucking do it?
It's true.
Not
Yeah.
those kids doing donuts in the streets.
No.
Definitely
Wow.
not those kids.
All right.
Not those kids
Joey.
riding the fucking motor scooters and God,
All
it's
right.
like get the hell out of my yard, kind of shit.
Get off my lawn. Well, I appreciate what you've been putting out into the world, both you guys, your whole entire lives. You dedicated to this music that inspired you as young kids, and then in turn you inspired us as young kids
Absolutely.
with
Yeah.
skateboarding and getting into punk rock. So thank you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give you
thank
guys your
you.
flowers, and you guys
Absolutely.
are still here
Slow
doing
clap.
that and inspiring us. You guys are still doing it, man. It's beautiful, man.
We try.
It's a
Thank
beautiful
you.
thing. What was your last real jobs you had? We had a boss, you had to clock in.
Fucking pizza, man. Oh,
Oh, yeah,
no,
pizza
no.
man.
between yeah, I've worked at 2 pizza mans. How many did you work at? 1 or 2?
Pizza man.
Pizza man.
I worked at Jacopo's in Beverly Hills for a while. That was a good gig because the girl. Never mind. I used to go to CBS Records and exchange pizzas for Clash records. And
Oh,
that
that's
was-
sick.
That was awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I think pizza man at Bronson and Franklin in Hollywood.
No, you worked on on TV shit.
I did a little bit.
What
of,
years?
In between Youth Brigade and breaking up and getting back together, we both. I worked on.
Yeah.
I did.
I did like
assistant camera stuff,
production design,
and then I was an editor. I worked in the editing room as basically an apprentice editor, so I was basically rolling film up and coding film and. Yeah.
What years was that? Early 90s?
No, 88, 89.
So that's like the kind of last real thing besides music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
I was graduating
Fucking
high
amazing.
school.
Yeah, I graduated in 88. That's an amazing, like, just life dedicated to music that you love. It's beautiful, man.
Very,
I'm sure the ups and downs and the highs and lows of all, but you guys are still
We're
here.
very lucky.
Extremely lucky to be
been able to do that.
To be able to.
But you still believe it and you still love it, which is amazing, man.
Yeah.
This is something like people say, oh, I grew out of punk or I went on to something else. For me, it was just it hit me at such a young age hearing Minor Threat in the 80s and all that. And everything changed my life.
It was so cool. I was talking with Toby about this. Another state of mind going back to that. It was just like the realization that you had. You're just like, you're like, we're going to go do this. We're going to go on the road. We're going to really go on this adventure, and even coming back when it seemed like you got home, you're like, okay, so what, like realizing you learned a lot you weren't afraid to talk about, like the fact that like money does have some aspect to this.
Yeah.
And just coming to a realization wasn't like you weren't like denying, certain things that happened. It was like that truthfulness I thought was really cool, and just that feeling, like I said, when you get home, you're opening the windows and
back
just
at your crib,
home again. I was like, dude, I know this feeling so well. It was just such a rewarding feeling, though. Even though I hadn't experienced that, watching that as a kid, I just remember that feeling when you got back home, all you guys. I was like, wow, I want the adventure. I know they didn't make any money. I know it wasn't perfect, but I want that. That I don't know, kind of like I did this, that feeling was just much more important than anything else.
Yeah.
Like I had a dream, I had something
you made it happen, dude.
and you made it happen.
Yeah.
How much was that bus?
1,500, I think.
Yeah.
we
It had 90,000 miles on it, I think. About 90,000. Yeah.
Damn. It's a crazy journey.
It is,
really
dude.
into not knowing what you like. Literally, there's no internet. It's just like. God,
I mean,
there's no guarantee.
I was basically looking up in the yellow pages to find numbers. I'd go to the library, I'd get the yellow pages for these different places, and I'd get a number. I'd look for a record store, I'd look for the college radio station, and anything that looked like a club.
That totally makes sense. Okay.
And then and if ideally there was a band that we found out about, and then that would be the best contact.
Right.
But some of the places didn't know.
Right.
And so then, some bands would be like, here's a number for a guy in Saskatoon.
Crazy.
Here's a number for somebody here. Check this person out, That's how you did it. But I mean, back to what you're saying, I always thought there should be an exchange program. The Peace Corps was a pretty awesome idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I think it's important. One of the problems in this country is that people don't travel to experience other countries, other languages, other cultures, right? That's the beauty of traveling. And we're lucky enough to be able to travel and play music. That's awesome. But you don't need to be a musician to travel.
No.
I think it's important that people travel, because when you travel, it opens your mind up to other cultures and
100%.
other experiences,
Always agree
which helps maintain the ideas of peaceful relationships with other people, because
Agreed.
you're not growing up in this, you live in this same town, and you're born and you live and you die in the same town.
Yeah,
you
man.
never really leave.
I agree 100%.
A lot of people do that too.
I always thought like once we had like a person stay with us, like
Exchange
when
student?
I
or something?
exchange student when I grew up, and we were living in a town. I mean, in the city where it was just only black people I knew or saw, but this girl came from Chile and stayed at our house, Denise. I remember I was like, God, she smells different. Everything is different about her. And I didn't know where Chile was. I was like, oh, she's got an accent. And she went to the school with my sister, and people loved her because she was just herself and just like really open to everything. And then it clicked in my mind. I was like, man, I really want to travel and see these different things. And I think it should be mandatory for kids in our
Yeah.
school
100%.
do that program. Like that would change people's minds.
I think
Totally.
it should be a 1 year minimum
Yes.
exchange program.
Absolutely.
And, family says you're going over here and we're bringing their kid over here.
I
Yeah.
agree 100%. It
Be
would be
awesome.
so like open so many people's minds, you know. And
Unfortunately, there's a lot of closed-minded people here who would never allow their children to go to another country, let alone to another city.
right.
It's true, man.
Because they don't share their values and stuff.
And they're just scared of the world. They just
Yeah.
wanna-
Well, definitely, yeah. I mean, majority of Americans don't even have a passport, so I mean, that's the truth. So a lot of times I hear people like, "I've never left this neighborhood."
Yeah,
some
for
people
sure.
in L.A. and New York.
Oh, yeah.
I know people in New York are like, "I never left Brooklyn." Why?
I know
I know
that's-
so many people are scared to go to South America, and that's my favorite place to play shows. Colombia, Brazil, Argentina. They have all these different stories they heard about Colombia, how scary. And obviously,
Yeah.
everywhere is scary.
They have a lot
Depends
of,
where you
like,
go.
Stereotypes
I love
in their
South
head that are
America.
just like leading the narrative of what those places are.
It's always the negative things you hear about.
But
Yeah.
the exchange program, it's just something I felt was so valuable.
Yeah.
And I just think you can get so much out of that.
Yeah, I mean, that's why they created the Peace Corps. But I think it should start younger. I think
For
in
sure.
high school you should
Yeah.
do. It should be mandatory. You go
It
to
should
another
be.
country, you learn the
Yep.
language, you learn the culture. It will change your life.
For sure.
It's true, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. All right, last couple questions. You guys have any regrets in your life?
No,
No.
I like that.
no.
Both
I
on the
mean,
same page.
it would be great had I known what I know now. If I'd known it then, but my life
Yeah.
would be completely different.
True.
Yeah.
So the journey that I've been on would not be the same, and I enjoy the journey that I've been on.
Yeah.
So I can't, and what? How can you have a regret? You can't change things. You can't go back.
Yeah.
So what's the point in trying to? People get hung up on these things. And it's like you can't change it. So why stress over stuff that you can't change?
I agree, man.
There's the only thing you're here for a short period of time. You're just moving along. As long as you're doing good things and trying to help people, I
Yeah.
think that's the most important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, sir?
When I was about when I was like 17, I said I would be living in Indonesia by the time I was 22. And about 7 years ago, I was like, I'd never been.
Oh,
And
wow.
7 years ago, I told my girlfriend, I'm like, we're going to Indonesia because I said I was going to live there. And we went
That's amazing.
for 7 weeks and just traveled
7
all
weeks,
over.
damn.
Yeah.
7 weeks.
Yeah, and we just went back. And so now I've just been taking the opportunity to travel as much as I possibly can.
Yeah.
I mean, we traveled as a band all over
Totally.
the place,
It's
but
It's different, though.
it's different.
yeah.
It's totally different. You're in, you're out. You
Yeah.
don't really get a chance.
So
So
you see in the venue and maybe like coffee shop or a church or something.
yeah,
It's like, yeah.
and then we'd start booking tours where like cities that we like, we'd make sure we
Oh,
have
yeah.
days off so that
Yeah.
we could go hang out with our friends.
Did it live up to your expectations?
Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah,
It's awesome.
So
What about, are you guys optimists or pessimists?
I have to be an optimist.
Yeah.
There's
You
just
seem
no-
like it.
Yeah, because the alternative is just give up.
Right.
Totally.
And you don't, like I said, you only have one life. That existentialism class that I had when I was a senior in high school was a huge influence on me. And
Yeah.
Camus, the myth of Sisyphus, that idea that you have one life. I think suicide. He said it's the coward's way out. I understand that. I can understand when somebody's going through a terminal disease or something.
Yeah,
I
for
get
sure.
that. But you only know that you have this life. You don't know what comes after. People won't believe whatever they want to believe. You have the freedom to do that. But I know that I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to try and do good things while I'm here.
Yeah.
I want to believe that we can change things.
Yeah.
Because what is your option? To just be depressed?
Yeah.
Like, oh, this world sucks. It's terrible. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's going to kill you.
It's true.
Yeah.
Especially these days.
Yeah.
Slow death.
Yeah.
That stress.
So I just believe that you should try and enjoy your life and inspire people to enjoy their lives and change things for the better.
I feel like you're in a good place in your life now.
Yeah, I mean, sure. Why not?
You seem like a very chill person. Very chill.
I try to be.
Do Do you meditate and shit and stuff like that or no?
I do yoga.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's your thing.
Yeah, it's been my thing for a while, for a year, but it's tough, man. Hot yoga, Jesus.
Oh, hi. I've done that before. It's brutal.
Yeah, and
It's
these
no
guys,
joke.
and these guys,
I
are
did it
like, we're
once.
the
I couldn't-
extra hot
You're
yoga.
like,
My girlfriend.
I was in
really
an
good at
ocean
it.
of
Okay.
sweat.
That's cool. You do that.
She was a gymnast, so she's out of control. So I go there with her, and I'm like, holy crap, I can't do that, but I do the best I can.
How many times a week you do it?
I'm trying to do 3 to 4 days a week.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's no joke.
Yeah.
What about exercise too, like working out, stuff like that, walking? Or,
I mean, that is my exercise now.
It's pretty damn good.
I
yeah.
haven't, I used to play racquetball a lot.
Yeah.
Fucked my knees up.
Yeah.
And so I had to stop in 2019. Yoga is definitely helping my knees
sure.
better. I need to start surfing again. I haven't been surfing since like a few years now, which sucks. That's terrible, but my knees.
We were talking before the pod. These guys are big surfers. Yeah, it's awesome.
Well, he's been surfing. I
Yeah.
haven't, unfortunately. I need to start again, and I will soon. My knees are definitely feeling better. That's hard to surf when your knees. 'Cause
Yeah.
You drop down and you're like, ah,
Yeah.
oh, shit.
Really? Yeah.
You guys, do you feel your age? Do you feel young?
I do.
Young? I feel younger than on my age. Like
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
believe that I'm 64
I
sometimes.
can't
I'm
believe
like,
it either,
believe
bro.
it
Neither
either.
of you guys
64.
do.
Jesus, I don't
It's
feel
fucking
64.
crazy.
I don't feel different other than some aches and pains and shit. But yeah, you realize that you're older when certain things start not working the way they used to.
Yeah.
You're like, why is this hurting all of a sudden?
Or if you see like another person in their 60s that's not doing what they love or doing something, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's different how they
whole
look.
other
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
scenario.
What's your deal? Optimist, pessimist?
I'm a realist.
Okay,
so,
that's my wife says the same
you
thing.
know,
yeah.
I'm optimistically real.
Okay,
You know,
respect
I like
it.
I like to be positive about it, but I'm also gonna take care of myself and my
Yeah, yeah,
family and what I need to do.
Totally.
And I want to have faith in the human race as much as
Same.
possible,
Humanity.
but I also can't 100% rely on that. And you kind of gotta take action into your own hands.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
What about daily rituals for you guys? What do? You work out? Surf?
Yeah, surf. I run.
You run?
Elliptical. I have an
Yeah,
elliptical.
elliptical's good. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
For your knees.
Yeah,
It
it's
is,
great.
actually.
I do that. Yeah,
Yeah.
five miles every other day.
Oh, sick.
And,
What about coffee?
a
You
good
guys, coffee
swim.
guys?
I don't drink
coffee, a good strong coffee every morning.
No for you?
I've never drank coffee in my life.
Really?
You know why?
Why?
Because my mom used to kiss me goodbye when I was a little kid and have coffee breath, and I'm like, "Bleh." I drink tea every day.
Okay.
I drink green tea every day, except
Green tea's great.
I grew up drinking black tea with milk, right? Because in Canada,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what you do, right? And then I don't know why I started this ritual, but basically I have eggs every Sunday and Earl Grey tea with milk, and I bake bread. pretty
That's
much.
amazing.
Nice. That's amazing.
That's
You bake bread too?
yeah, I bake. During COVID, I started a
As many
sourdough, and so I bake bread like.
You were doing that too? Yeah.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
pandemic.
It's fun.
Yeah, me too.
You guys all
But I
making-
haven't done it since.
You guys all making
Yeah.
bread during the pandemic?
I was making everything.
You were making everything.
Well, I also
serious.
garden.
That's when I
have a
started
big
running
garden.
5
You do?
miles
Yeah,
every
yeah.
day, and I'm like,
Oh,
I
you
need
sell
to stop the
vegetables, you mean?
bread and
Yeah.
like,
I do. I
drop
do
some weight.
a lot of tomatoes.
He gardens,
Yeah.
man. That's
I had 20 tomato plants this year. It was crazy. And I start so many. I'm like, here, you want some? He's like, I don't know, I got too much room, and I'm giving them away all the time. But
Well,
I'd love to do. I know it's
I'll take
therapeutic.
more than you give.
I know it's therapeutic doing that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, no, gardening's. I've been gardening for many, many years. My mom got me
Damn,
into it when I was younger, and whenever I've lived in a space where I could set up a garden, I will.
That's cool.
But
man.
we never lived in a house growing up longer than 3 years.
Okay.
And so I bought my place in 1997. It was first place ever, and I've been living there.
No,
I still live there, yeah.
That's amazing. In
Yeah.
Venice?
Yeah, in Venice.
Wow, that's
Wow.
incredible, dude. Good for you.
Yeah,
97. Holy shit.
yeah,
94 for me.
yeah.
When you bought your place too?
Yeah,
94.
You guys are smart.
Are you in Venice as well?
I'm in Mar Vista, so
It's
nice
okay,
over there,
it's
too,
right
yeah.
there. Yeah, right there.
That's incredible, guys, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Damn, you guys are your parents around still?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Wow.
I know, it's pretty crazy.
Wow. How old are they?
That's-
90?
80. Dad's gonna be 89 July, right?
Yeah,
36.
89.
That's
Wow.
incredible,
And
man.
Mom just turned 87, so
Yeah,
Are
he's,
they
80,
together? Oh, they're not
he's
together,
89. He
right?
golfs
But they're in Cali still.
3 times a week.
Yeah. My mom
Yeah.
lives in Venice, like 3 blocks from
That
me.
is sick.
She lives in
dude.
this affordable senior housing where they basically subsidize her rent, so she gets cheap rent. But she's
That's great.
That's amazing, man.
and next door is this Jewish center where she goes and meets all her friends and has the
Perfect.
Yeah, right on the boardwalk. Like,
Yeah.
it's great for
Right.
her.
I love Venice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Venice is still kind of grimy but beautiful.
Yeah.
Especially during the pandemic, it got wild over there, man.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it was
well,
not fun.
I'm glad you stuck it out.
250. We counted 250 people living in tents.
Damn, dude.
Stabbing,
much-
I lived
stabbing
there-
each
I
other,
lived there
shooting
in
at
the
each other.
80s.
Crazy.
It's kind of
I
wild,
moved.
though.
I moved there from Hollywood in
So it
like
was pretty
80,
wild in the 80s.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
80s was
84,
different.
84. It was
Mhm.
crazy.
Mhm.
But, if you weren't, buying crack or in a gang, you were fine. It was just like being on the Lower East Side.
Yeah,
back
for
then.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
lived there.
weren't affiliated, and
Right.
and like we never got messed with over there. I mean, there's a lot of shootings, but
Right.
it kept the gentrification out for a long time.
It's true.
Right.
For a long time.
And now it's pretty local still out there, or no? Not so many
I don't
locals?
know most of the people.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
No.
people. It's very transitional neighborhood.
Yeah,
People
yeah,
come
yeah.
and go
It's
a lot.
true, yeah.
I know of some of the neighbors. The ones who have houses or own the condos, they tend to be around longer. The ones in apartments come and go.
Yeah.
And and then there's I live across from the bus yard, and that was made into a bridge housing for 2 weeks before the pandemic lockdown. They moved people in there. Supposed to
Holy
hold 150 people. Never was even. I don't think it was even over 100 ever.
And how much did they spend on that? $8 million?
More than that.
Probably
But
more than that, man.
8 million to set it up.
Mhm.
They put in trailers, right?
Yeah.
And
Total
then they,
waste.
several million a year to house the people. The idea was it's a temporary, and then we're going to put them in permanent housing. Which, okay, great.
Yeah.
They don't have permanent housing for them, so it was like they'd go there, they'd sleep there, they'd eat there, they'd shower there, they'd go to their tent on the boardwalk, they'd
Yeah.
party, they'd get high there.
And then that's that. Yeah.
Well, fuck. Any more questions for these guys?
I don't think so.
This has been amazing. 3 hours with you guys. Holy
Damn, I
shit.
know. I'm starving. Let's
I know
go
you guys
eat.
are hungry too. Yeah. I appreciate you guys being here.
Yeah, your poor kid was trying to make. I gotta make some pizza.
I told him this. I said, take my credit card. Get out of here.
Oh boy.
But this book is this book still available too?
Yeah,
I
that,
gotta
That's
get
no.
one of
not the
those.
big one. I think is gone. I mean,
Aw,
there might be a
man.
few lying around somewhere, but there's a smaller version of it that has CD instead of the LP.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trust has those.
What about like another book or another doc or something about you guys?
There's been enough.
Okay.
We,
With
we-
full
let
full
them
control, you guys have
go.
full control over it.
yeah, I
With
mean,
editing everything. I don't know.
there needs to be a documentary made about Gary Tovar. I've been telling him this for
Yeah.
years.
Okay.
He's got some. You should do a podcast.
Where's
with
he
him.
live? He's out here too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got incredible stories because he also was a drug dealer, much bigger than we were.
Yeah.
Big drug dealer. He's got some stories about crazy, like coming out of Thailand with the fucking Royal Thai Army escorting his boat out
Damn.
after he
dude.
just filled up with a bunch of weed.
How old is that guy? He's like,
Gary, he's probably close to 70.
Yeah.
you guys are in your 60s. You guys get like senior stuff now? You qualify for that?
I'm just
Not to
about.
get weird, but I think Stigma has that now. 'cause
No,
Stigma's
no,
like
yeah,
66.
Stigma's older than me.
All right.
Okay,
Here,
okay.
I'll tell you what I did. I went down to Dogtown to get like a skateboard for my kids' school for like an auction.
Okay.
So I told Jim, like, hey, I'm not going to give him like punk rock records because I don't think anyone's going to bid on that, parents. But there's a lot of surfers that go because
Yeah.
they, they're all families, surfers. So I go down to Dogtown and he's like, oh, we start shooting the shit about old days. And he's like, dude, did you get,
Your Medicare?
no, did you get your parking pass? I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
what do you mean? He's like, yeah, you did 62. You can get a senior parking pass down there. And I'm like, really?
For the parking lot at the
For all
beach.
all the beach lots. So it's
Dude,
free.
yeah.
That's sick.
So I went down and it's like $25 for the year. So I got it.
So wait, that
And I
lets you
might-
park there for free?
Yeah, but it's a decal you got to put on your window, but I put it in my glove compartment because I'm like, I just felt really weird putting that thing on. So when I roll up, I'm like, yeah, I got one. They're like, it's got to be on your window. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Just tape it on there when you go and then pull it down.
You walk everywhere down there?
I'm
Yeah.
a block from the beach.
Oh, you're chilling, dude. It's
Yeah.
so good. Man.
But I don't go. He goes down by the pier. I don't go down. The sandbars out there just suck. They've sucked for the last
South
10,
of the pier,
15.
it gets
It's a little bit better. Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for being here. Thank you
Hey.
for everything you put out into the world, right, Derek?
Yeah,
Hey,
absolutely.
And you guys
Yeah.
look great, man. You guys are.
Yeah,
You
really
too.
do.
Yeah, you too.
I thought you were in your 40s.
Yeah,
No,
me too.
I'll be 55 in this year. Yeah.
Nice.
This guy's 52,
3.
53. Yeah.
You guys
I
look
Six
great.
years.
think it's because we do what we love. We get to be, I don't know, be big kids and travel and play music and
Yeah.
do cool things.
And H2O's playing a punk rock bowling.
Yes,
It's going to be
thank
great.
you. Thanks for always having us and taking care of us. There.
Oh,
I
hell
love it,
yeah.
man. It's such a fun festival.
Yeah.
I love playing it because I don't even like Vegas, but I love punk rock bowling.
Yeah.
We love Vegas.
Yeah.
I'm not that
It's
into
not-
I'm
it's
not
as
that
fun as
into
it
it.
used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
true.
really?
Well, mainly the gambling isn't fun because they've taken all the chance. We like to play blackjack, single deck, right? And it's almost non-existent down there.
Mm.
They have all these stupid sucker bets you got to do. It's just corporate. It's fucked up.
You ever been to Foxwoods?
Mm.
It's a famous casino.
Yeah, I've heard of
My
it.
mom worked there. She's a blackjack card dealer for like 15 years.
Did she tell you all the ways to scam?
No, but she told me all the crazy people that went in there. But
Oh, yeah.
I won't say the names on the podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, my mom. Then she got carpal tunnel or some crazy
Oh,
shit. She had to stop
yeah.
doing it. But
Ah,
yeah. Damn.
Yeah, you got to work your hands out, man.
All right,
Well,
we'll see you in Vegas.
See you in Vegas.
Memorial
Yo,
Yeah.
Thank you
Memorial
for
Day
the Sound and
weekend.
Fury.
Yeah.
Thanks for the Bones Brigade video.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for another State of Mind. Big impacts on me and Derek's lives. And
For sure.
appreciate you guys so
Hey,
much.
no, thank you.
Thanks
for
so much.
giving us the opportunity.
This has been great. I feel like I could keep talking all fucking day with you guys, especially politics. We'll keep going, but
we got lots of stories and opinions.
I know. All right, thanks for listening, everybody. Bye.
See ya.
Gotta give a big shout out to Liquid Death. I've been in a band called H2O for 30 years, and my first real job with a company is a water brand. Go figure. Love you, Liquid Death. Love the people. Love the brand. Love the concept. Love what they give back. Love the community. Love what they do for the environment. You can go liquiddeath.com/OLLC and get free shipping on any of their merchandise that they make. They have such incredible collabs. Also, if you want to hear the story of the CEO, my good friend Mike Cesario, on the podcast, you can go to episode 115, part 1. And then 2 years later, we dropped a part 2, which is episode 275 with the CEO, Mike Cesario. Just a man from Delaware with a dream, worked at a marketing company, and made this become a reality. Liquid Death is an incredible company, incredible water, incredible people. And I'm super, super honored to be part of them. They sponsor my life. They sponsor everything, my family. So go liquiddeath.com/OLLC and get free shipping on anything you want to buy on that site. If you want to get water, it's exclusively on Amazon.com. Murder your thirst, y'all. I always ask my guests if they have any regrets. I personally don't have any regrets. Even when it comes to my tattoos, I have the silliest tattoos. Even my ET on my leg, it's still a childhood memory for me, and I love it. I've had tattoos on top of tattoos strictly because I wanted more tattoos. I started getting tattoos when I was 18. I'm 52 now, and I can't stop. I've had laser treatment before on something on my arm. It's 4 tattoos on top of each other. And that experience at that place was pretty fast. It was pretty cold. It was in and out, swipe the credit card. Don't really tell me much, didn't give me much details of anything was going to happen. So I never went back. So as of most recently, I'm so lucky enough to have had 2 sessions at Removery Tattoo Removal. My tattoo on my arm that looks like a big black blob is now super light. I've had 2 sessions. I have a long road ahead of me. None of this stuff happens overnight. You cannot take a tattoo up in one sitting. You have to be patient. And it's painful. They ice you up. It's super fast. To me, it felt like a bunch of rubber bands. But what's more painful than that is looking at something on your body that you think you're stuck with for the rest of your life. That sucks. But now for me, I'm really happy I started this journey. I'm slowly going to get this tattoo removed. I never thought in a million years I have any kind of real estate on my arm. I don't even know what I want, but it's exciting. I'm so honored to announce that One Life, One Chance podcast is now with Removery. Call 866-934-4570 or go to removery.com. Use TobyH2O and get $100 off your first session. One of the most experienced tattoo removal companies in the world. Removery has 155 locations and 1.8 million treatments. US, Canada, and Australia. State-of-the-art peak-away laser technology, cryo-technology to reduce any discomfort. This is so exciting for me because all I do in these podcasts is talk about tattoos. From day one, if you've been listening to this podcast, we talk about tattoos, talk about getting removed, talk about getting covered up. So this is such a perfect fit for me. Definitely check out One Life, One Chance podcast, episode 281. I have Carmen Brody, Mike McTurnan, and Dustin Ortle from Removery. And this is over 2-hour conversation. People had submitted questions. It's an incredible conversation breaking down the do's, the don'ts, the fears, process, the results, everything you could imagine about getting a tattoo removed. It's all in this podcast. It's an incredible episode. I appreciate them all coming out for it. So check that out if you want to learn more about Removery and what it's like to get a tattoo removed. Once again, go to Removery.com or call 866-934-4570. Use my code TobyH20 and get $100 off. These guys are located everywhere. Try it out. I have a lot of friends who are sober, a lot of friends who are straight edge, a lot of my friends who are going through it. I know struggling with substance abuse and alcoholism can be really, really hard, especially knowing who to turn to. It can be really, really daunting. I'm here to say that a good friend of mine and his friend started this incredible treatment center called Refine Recovery. They gave me a phone number, 855-516-3332. You can text, you can call them. It's totally confidential. It's safe. There'll be somebody on the other line to help you out, a compassionate human being to talk to. They help you navigate the process, the insurance treatments. They accept most of private insurances. You can go refinerecovery.com, Refine Recovery Instagram. I know it's hard, but reach out to somebody, man. People care about you. People love you. People want you to be here for a long time. People love you in their lives. If you're going through it, make this phone call. It's totally private. I know people DM me all the time about going through it and going through sobriety and trying to get straight and trying to take care of themselves, and the struggle is totally real. And Refine Recovery is the definitely move. Reach out to them, 855-516-3332, or text them, 855-516-3332. You can call or text this number anytime, 855-516-3332. You know the drill. This number is here for you to call.